how I feel. You deserve better than me.
ज़्यादा love. What is up, boys? What is up? कैसे प्रभु भाई, कैसे? पूरा 1 मिनट रे भाई, मेरी आत्मा जा चुकी है भाई। 8 घंटा ट्रैवल, इतनी ट्रैफिक। रात को चमक रहा। थैंक यू। सेफ एंड साउंड गाना लगा दे। अभी कैसे लगाऊं? सोने जा रहा था तो लाइव आ गया। मैं पहले देखा क्या मैचेस है, फिर मैं देखा ओ माय गॉड दोनों अच्छे मैचेस है, फिर मैं बोला ओ माय गॉड जाते लाइव वापस। यप प्रेडिक्शन ऑन द वे excited for C9 and Sen match. I'm excited for Loud match and G2 match as well. I think this is by far the best any day. Hello, Paga. Shan't bite तेरा on the way मतलब अगला मैच। हरवादियाना ट्वीट कर भाई, मैं सच्ची में बोल रहा हूँ, मैं वहां पे था। क्या बोल रहे, इवेंट पे था मैं। पहला मैच देखा, ठीक है। वो देख के काम कर रहा था। पहला मैच खत्म हो गया, मैं बोला माँ कसम क्या बात कर रहे, सिंगल डिजिट। मतलब हम लोग को 13-3 13-4 ही हरा सकते थे, वैसा था। तो मैंने ट्वीट किया, फिर पूरा मैच खत्म, मेरा पूरा इवेंट खत्म हो गया। और फिर मैं जब निकला तब मैं ट्विटर खोला और फिर देखा कि गाली पड़ रही है। मैं बाकी दोनों मैचेस देखा भी नहीं, कौन सा मैप था वो भी नहीं मालूम। मेरे को लगा भाई मूड में है करके। C9 ट्वीट देखा नहीं, मैं सिर्फ मेरा ट्वीट देखा आज। मैंने आज कुछ नहीं देखा। आज मैं थक गया हूँ। acquire this, take this। स्टेज क्यों चेंज हो गया आने का, उनकी मर्जी। मैं कौन सा आने में हूँ।
Going for timings, plays he feels comfortable making.
ये क्या बात है?
Also, crucially, opping a lot. That is one of his best traits as a player.
It's time for match start.
हाँ भाई, बताओ प्रेडिक्शन बताओ।
G2 is stripping
डालने दो।
everything back to the bare bones. Go to the most basic form of this comp on Breeze.
मेरे को आज लग रहा है G2
to see them succeed.
This
आज
is a
लग रहा है
G2
G2
team that have had a tumultuous couple months trying to get back on the horse, and a Cloud9 who have been unable to beat them in the past and are trying to prove that they've got what it takes with this new roster, that they can put this new talent in a position to perform.
This B-side's not going to be easy to break into with the Viper and the
पत्ता
Chamber at
बोलते
large for much of this defense side. And Oxy,
पत्ता मारना चालू हो गया
Started out the
जी
hard way.
अभी बोल रहा हूँ।
high tide at least.
पत्ता मारना चालू हो गया, बाकी लोगों को मालूम नहीं। अगर पत्ता मारा जीत गया।
A side, and it always seems to be Valen lying in wait on A.
हाउस पुणे लवली ब्रो, लवली। बहुत लोग आ गए थे यार।
What's the rush here for G2? Stay tucked and wait for this now. Flash off the recon. That's going to be cleared though, and Valen is tucked comfortably in that corner. Trent can play off him with consummate ease, and Zelsis is barely hanging on in terms of health points.
एक और मारेगा,
45 seconds of Cloud9 have been brought to a screeching halt.
एक और मारेगा ही मारेगा
0
वो।
point off reset gets some degree of information, but at this point, G2 are happy to stand and fight.
Look at the HP on Zelsis. Surely there's just no way it would have to be an ace as well.
2 HP ace would be absurd. Valen is one shot, of course, but Baby Bay's a different issue.
क्या लगता है
altogether.
निकलेगा इस? नहीं।
And he'll be taking the round
हाँ?
with the headhunter. And Cloud9, they
सुबह।
just to piss around, of course. They sent Oxy to the you know, the opposite side of the map there, but they certainly slow down big time midway through that A hit.
This is some really quality anchoring that we're going to see from Valen in the replay. This is a map that stands out to me in my mind as one of his better ones, especially on the Astro. I'm still getting flashbacks to kick off their dominant 3-0 qualifying match to get to Santiago, where he dropped 65 kills, 35 deaths, his best performance of the year, and Breeze was a standout map in that series. Valen absolutely knows what he's doing here. Makes that Astra feel like a duelist.
G2 have tried so many looks this year.
Good night, Pagado.
One of them teams that seemed the most
See ya.
ready
Who's winning?
to change up even the bare bones. 0 point here.
मेरा गया
Leaf playing inside. You already can see. Cloud9 are
So was bad, love it too.
very dim. They're going to play a second
Meetup कैसा था? मस्त था,
flood
मस्त
off
था,
this
मस्त था.
flash as Baby Bay tucked here back in this corner with the Outlaw.
Spike planted.
1 for 1 or plant.
Positioning from
सीना नहीं अराउंड
Cloud9,
जीत गया.
they are all just forced into backside.
मतलब बोनस गुड हो गया.
To play out from easy for Baby Bay, that's lovely.
Okay, bro.
कास्टर बैन.
No scope required. Now this one is squarely sitting in his hands.
There's
George
just-
slides on in.
There's just no way. I
Caster.
mean, C9, they'll be happy enough to get the plant down, but they
By
can't get
Caster.
any positioning, can't deal with Baby Bay, can't move forward on the site. All stuck back there. They're cooked,
Caster.
and you know it the entire time. But yeah, we were talking about, this has been my feel on G2
मैं
in
सोया
this
था
current
तभी
moment.
आपका
I think a
मैसेज
lot of
आया.
their struggles have
सुबह
come
मैं
from
देख रहा था
having
रे
a bit
दूसरा
of an
आईडी.
identity crisis. They don't know where to put the personnel on this team in terms of the roles. They've tried so much different
Anki
stuff
guy.
this year.
अंकी का दिख रहा है तुम लोगों को.
But what we're seeing right now does feel like
अबे कास्टर क्या
they're
मारता है भाई?
trying to
उसका
lean
गेम
into some
खतरनाक.
comfort, but in a little bit of a different way. At least in that we haven't seen them pick up the chamber on this map before,
पता
right?
नहीं कैसे
So
भी.
it is something new, but when you're just
समझ के
looking at
बाहर
it
है.
on paper, it does
इवेंट
make
सीधा कर
sense.
हाँ.
I feel like it's the kind of comp where you just want your players to be able to focus on just on the game.
And look, Baby Bay, he has absolutely been at his best this year. When
कितने
he's
साल
on
कास्टर बोलेगा? लाइफ टाइम.
Vice was fantastic, and when he's on chamber, able to use the scoped weapons, he's been finding a lot of impact on the game. We saw that last week. The map that they took off 100 Thieves, Sunset, it was about John Neon and Baby Bay playing chamber.
तब तक
able
कास्टर
to
बोलेगा
get a
आप भी हो
ton of
बुड्ढे, आप भी
crucial kills off.
लैंग्वेज.
And he was picking up really nice
Laptop
attack
ढापा
work
के नहीं
timings as well,
यार.
pitching off rotators.
Jorgamo's been sort
भाई
of
मस्त था
given
वैल्यू
this
एडिशन. मजाक से.
moniker of someone who really steps up at internationals and then domestically just sort of takes a back seat sometimes. He actually had a stunning series, though, against 100 Thieves. 11-3, first kill, first death in a loss. 6-0 on Sunset. He doesn't always have to step up, but when he does...
लग गया ना जीटू के एरर. बोला का रीड गलत है.
Here comes that early null command.
रोटेशन भी नहीं आएगा.
Hell of a
बोलो
lot
का
of
अभी भी
kills
फेक लग
already.
रहा है.
Cloud9 want to get into this B site, stalled out for a moment. Deal with Valen.
Oh, he sat. Ready for this close contact.
30 seconds.
You're going to have to find a weapon that was more appropriate for another Spectre. Is
NT.
trying to find more than one, but Trent is brought down after Vic is removed. Oxy wants to make his way forward, but Baby Bay's tapped up very low. That Outlaw hasn't found any purchase as of yet, but it's Leaf chiming in with that Phantom.
तो ब्लू मारा.
Mid-control here for G2, and they can slow roll this into...
अगर ऑक्सी को ये पोजीशन से हटा दिया ना
Oxy
पहले.
loves to remove Baby Bay from the server, but he can't. He's playing it very patiently.
It's going to be frustrating. Oxy as well, tapped up himself.
Bro, I
and here
think
comes
retake
Leaf
हो
looking
गया.
for another one. A
Oh
very
my
quiet week last
God.
week. That's going to be on Jack to go 1v2, and Baby Bay, bro, he...
Bro, लीफ क्या मार रहा है?
He took damage
हेलो.
and then just stayed there. The threat of his activation was more important than his gun in the game.
Brutal round loss for C9, man. It was looking good. No command early because Zelsis got a number of kills on a pistol round, for instance. They get that. Nice
Bro.
sight execute off. Deal with the two anchors.
GG,
Man advantage
GG.
4-on-3.
भाई क्या आइसोलेट करके
It's
मारा
just
बे
in that
लेकिन
nice
ऑक्सी
little
को.
position, up top nest, crosshair plays well,
Huh?
gets the free one onto Zelsis, they even it up. And Cloud9 get picked apart one by one. Oxy was
ऑक्सी को
saying in
स्मोक डाल के
the
चले
Cloud9
जाना चाहिए था
podcast,
मारने
the
को.
hardest thing
जब
about
भी
playing
डिंग पड़ा
against
सिटी वाले
G2
को.
is that even if they feel like they might be readable in a situation, there's still so
ज़्यादा
tough
space
to beat
मिलता था.
because the micro on the team is on another level.
Yeah, the way he put it was they always do the right things in the right moment, even if it might be obvious. Valen here,
some कितना
very much in
ही
the same spot as we saw on the
वापस
pistol.
ऑक्सी अकेला है बेचारा.
Cloud9 obviously coming to this round with very little to work
भाई
with.
एक
G2 knowing
ब्रो
the fact that
मजाक
very
से हटकर
little
अगर जैक नहीं
for
मारता था ना
Esports.
पर सेट शॉट उसके 2 किल थे. उसके 2 किल थे।
Looking rock solid. Like even there's a moment where Trent's like able
नहीं
to
रे
push up
प्रिमस भाई मैं
close.
नहीं मिला,
2 rounds back
मेरे
to
को
back.
दिखा
We've
भी
seen him
नहीं।
kind of like circumvent the smokes at the choke nicely to find a kill.
नींद कैसे आ रही है? कहाँ आ रही है भाई? आज मैं 1 घंटे का
So shove is
2 नैप
obviously
लिया और
pretty
3
risky,
घंटे का
but set up the rest of G2 down
होया
around
बोल
there and
सकते।
then hit that little corner on the A side, either Valen or Leaf just sitting there
आज
getting free
जीत
kills.
जाती फिर एक ट्वीट।
C9 kind of struggling a little bit maybe to find a home in their map pool. Having picked Breeze this week. Maybe hoping to see G2 continue to run the comp with the
Bro,
KO
drone
where
timing
they're
अच्छा
finding
है।
less success, but they have to deal with a different look. Oxy pinged up in a little bit of trouble, but that Cove is going to keep him safe.
ऑक्सी फिर से अकेला है।
Not a great opener there for Fireball Ops. Valen just able to take that
हाँ कितना
close
फास्ट
and
है ना
main
जी
position
तो
and
बे,
dig
जैसे
him
मिड
out.
में दिख गए ये
With
2
no
बंदे,
Viper to work with now, these side hits get
सीधा इमेज पुश करके स्पेस
measurably
ले
more
लिया।
difficult.
VCT देखेगा
Still
एस्ट्रा
have the
डोर,
harbor. They got some
नरमैन
degree of mid control.
एस्ट्रा
So
सिटी
that's
जा रहा
about
है
to be
बेबी
challenged.
डोर।
You see
यही मैं बोल रहा था, यही बोल रहा था,
Valen on his way back towards top mid.
यही मैं बोल रहा था।
Look at Zelsis right now. He's worked his way through Nest, but G2 are aware this is a possibility. Valen is on watch, but that is a nice little flip
crucial
shot.
kill, crucial
So
kill,
far, Zelsis is shooting,
Crucial
looking good
kill.
individually.
Babybay's also giving up his position. He'll hear the Jet encroaching now. He's going to have to try and make it work with the Headhunter, but he's found a decent timing here. Also, look at Jaw trying to flip the map. This is quite nice from G2, but Babybay's caught.
जगह मोपी।
Binks able to double back on the right timing, and there is Oxy
Lol.
getting his first frag of the game.
बिग भाई आज आपसे मिलकर बहुत ज्यादा अच्छा लगा। W% टू हम्बल इन पर्सन एंड डैड के तरफ से आपको ढेर सारा पॉजिटिव विशेस। लव यू यार, नो मर्सी। ये सब ऐसा मेरे ऑनलाइन इमेज मत करप्ट कर प्लीज। आई एम अ वेरी हरामी पर्सन भाई।
Vic is tickled by that molly in the end. You're
मेरा इमेज
alive. I feel like it's doable.
मेरा इमेज खराब कर रहा है।
Trent tried to stay alive for as long as he could.
हेलो,
And he's done enough to put Trent and Leaf rather in a good position to clutch the round out. The fact is, Cloud9 had no idea where he'd be coming
वापिस
from.
पता।
And he lines them up.
Crushing blow
भाई
from Lee.
मजाक से हटकर मर्सी भाई के फाफा, मर्सी भाई के फाफा का फेवरेट डायलॉग पता है क्या है? लैंग्वेज। हाँ, अब मैं फाफा को क्या बताऊँ कि बेटा गाली देता करके मैं लैंग्वेज बोलता हूँ। वो मैं बता नहीं पाया। भाई लेकिन गलत पर्सनालिटी है, गलत पर्सनालिटी बे, गलत मतलब गलत। मैंने अंकल जी को बोला, अंकल जी आपकी इतनी खतरनाक पर्सनालिटी है, इसको क्या हो गया? अंकल जी बोलते ये अभी तक खिला नहीं है बराबर से। हाँ? किधर था बेटा? पुणे में। वो आपसे यंग दिखते जैसे। हाँ ना बे।
They've been getting themselves in winnable situations.
I mean, this feels a little bit like the Sentinels game for Cloud9 last week.
स्टोरी सुनो मेरा भेजो। आज मैं 11 को निकला and it was raining as fuck, so my big friend decided to take car to event. बोला वेट नहीं होगा, इवेंट अराउंड 24 किलोमीटर दूर था। अब इतने टायर पंक्चर, उधर पहली ट्रैफिक मेरे को ऐसे रिपेयर ठीक है बाबर भाई, कोई सीन नहीं होता है। एक और टायर लेके घूमने का है। ऑक्सी वापस अकेले। चार राउंड अकेले वो।
No, we're kind of defaulting back into Cloud9, setting up into Woods mid, but I want to see them accelerate off this position.
यार नियॉन भी नहीं है यार, बाकी लोग स्केल किस नहीं कर पा रहे।
And yes, C9 have closed the gap dramatically here onto B.
Look, he is in some trouble. Can he get his? No.
God.
Fireball Ops catches him out. I like this position from Leaf, though. He's pushed all the way through main, gets that free kill, and now C9 are surrounded in the post plan.
Jack
They can't
trigger
even
हो
get a
चुका है।
spike down with the orb dropping.
उसका हो गया। जैक बिलक
Need to get the
वीसीटी में भी ये होता है, मेरे को तो लगा रैंक गेम्स में होता है सिर्फ।
You are divided.
बेस में कौन बैठता है? जैक का हो गया।
Fiberlops starting to question where G2 are actually setting up here, unbeknownst to them. Big stack of it was that B main direction. It's just trained here with some of the key Sova util that'll come down just as his hit does.
Bro, अगर
Leaf was felled there over towards the B main side.
Leaf
Trent
है,
just
सारा
playing
वाइपर
slowly
लीफ
here.
दिख रहा है बे मेरे को।
Fiberlops is dealt with now. Zelsa's about to take contact, and a 1-for-1 is the best that he can hope for.
कौन
Down
मार रहा
inside
है?
that null command, and Vic just gets demolished.
4K
G2
मारा ना?
happy to slow roll these rounds.
जोगो मने?
Another successful retake after, again, losing that player early.
Jaw with the
भाई दोनों मार
jump
रहे
down
भाई।
Vandal spray is kind of crazy. But G2 really maneuver the map so well there. Again, it's a big moment from Leaf, who off the info, he's gathering from the comms.
बहुत बड़े आया
Knows
करो,
that he
आप
can
नहीं
push
थे
into
तो
B
जी
main,
हार
take
गए।
all of that space
अभी
for
तो मैं
free.
हूँ तब।
And then they're happy because of that to just allow C9 to get that plant on B. The retake can come in from all angles.
What the? I'm playing KZ. I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on over there, Nate.
And then, I mean, he even is able to
भाई
catch off
मेरे
that
जैसे
one late
फराटेदार
rotator to
इंग्लिश
get
है
the
बे इसकी।
advantage. Like, Leaf has
Copycat।
really been in control
Yeah,
of this
mate।
game.
And this one from Cloud9, it's that early A presence.
कर लो इग्नोर, मैं इग्नोर क्यों करूँ?
And they're starting to cycle into a couple of ultimates that could be pretty crucial to carve out a space to work in here on A. Here's that
The
reckoning
blue
coming
ult,
from that
the
mid-direction,
blue
though maybe a
ult.
little unexpected for G2. Oxy's already trying to get wide and get some
लेकिन
double door
backside
control
space
from
ना
that
ले
spot.
पाए
It's
इतने
Valen
kill के साथ।
down early.
This is a problem, not a
Joel
problem.
went for a fight, but he was extremely low before the fact. But Trent is here to
Yeah,
make
man,
this
this is a
round
problem.
predictable.
And Leaf, even coming through the doors, is able to catch Oxy. It was looking so good for C9. Just keep it simple. Execute into this site with the big
भाई मजाक
ultimates.
सेट
G2
कर,
trying to
मजाक सेट
anchor
कर,
to
एक
get
चीज
over
बोलो, मजाक
one,
सेट
and yet
कर।
they still are able to wrangle this round
बोलो
back.
तो कौन बीटी दिया?
HP for Jack is so low, 1 for 1.
मानो या
Is
ना
not gonna
मानो,
be enough.
it's पत्ता
Vic
गिर।
returning to the team, 1 versus 2 situation to get C9 on the board.
मानो या ना
Just
मानो, इस
not gonna
पत्ता गिर।
happen, man.
पत्ते
The
का
switch
वॉल
to the
देखो
headhunt is
चैट।
always quick, to be fair, but that's another dead stop for C9
देखा?
halfway through an A-side hit.
Anti
G2
harbor
are
ult
just
wall।
looking composed right now, even in the rounds where they're going down players, when they're at a disadvantage.
वो लोग
Someone
पपल
is
गए।
stepping up. Trent is looking really good right now. All of the fights we've seen him take, the little movement adjustments, he's just so in control of the situations that he finds himself in. Trent this year has just been phenomenal. One of the best players of 2026 globally.
Feels like his worst day is still something that many teams
तो
are
मैं भी
dream
चाहता
of
here पे,
having,
but I
in like an
realized
info gathering
I
initiator role.
not worthy enough to meet
It's been
Binks
phenomenal.
have done
Joy
nothing in
gets
the
pinged up pretty
पागल हो
early.
गया
It's
क्या रे,
Oxy
पागल।
ahead of the
कुछ
rest
भी
of the
बोलता
pack.
है।
This is looking reminiscent to the pistol round, albeit flipped. There's Baby Bay up on the line. Free kill with the op, and Oxy's Blade Storm doesn't do a damn thing.
That's 2 solo
Really
fights.
just
भाई क्या हो
happy
गया
to
बे?
mix it up with the
को?
positioning. I said this, as we were just going over the agent select, but I'm interested to see if over
किसी
the
को भी
past
ignore
week,
feel हो रहा है तो
this
simple है, person
chamber
gifted
is a
gifts, yup,
direction that G2
yup,
want to
yup.
take the team in.
Yep.
Because previously they were running it on Haven. That was about it in the pool. Like, back when Bind was in the pool earlier, they loved running the chamber there. Babybay's attack opping was pivotal on that map, and that was arguably the best map in their pool. He looked great on the Vice. So I think there's just more than enough evidence to support that. Okay, we really want to keep Baby Bay on Sentinel, right?
They see C9 give him a wide berth as they try and
yeah,
get here into
just
the
on
side.
Mara.
Fiberlops heavily chunked down by that snake bite. It's still actually able to find a kill off this. Again, it's just Sheriffs. Baby Bay's going to see a shoulder protruding, and it's going to be another pretty decisive G2 round. I mean, you blink and we're 8-0.
किक में हो गया,
And these
yes
haven't exactly been fast
sir.
rounds, but it feels like Cloud9 have really had
बंदी
nothing to
सोने
say
जा
in
रही
this game
थी,
of significance.
बोल के आपके पास आ गया।
The G2 have
पूरा
just been
दिन
able to
आपकी
manage
स्ट्रीम
all the
मिस किया।
situations without a
आपके बिना
disadvantage.
मैचेस
Has
देखने में मजा नहीं
winning
आता।
out
लव यू मेरी जान के
45.
टुडे। कैसा था
And
लेकिन
around like
मैच
this,
कैसा
I mean,
था आज?
look, it's just an anti-eco. They're in full control the whole time.
कैसे था?
Leaf is really on point. Trent is playing great.
मेरे को एक्चुअल में 2 मैच
Baby
देखना
Bay's
बाकी है,
finding
मैं
all
मोस्टली
kills at
सुबह
the
देख के
right
सोऊंगा।
time. We've seen moments from everyone.
And it shows. That scoreboard's looking Yeah, like a pretty all-in experience for G2. Cloud9 have an op in Ox's
अरे
hands.
इसकी
Can
माँ
they
का
put
autocorrect
something a little
माँ का
more
autocorrect
elegant together this round? First kills are all well and good, but they have not been able to land the plane in any of these significant encounters.
Posey
Drone to
spotted
see if they can locate Baby Bay.
Oxy,
Post
smoke,
Oxy
dash.
up on an angle.
Let's listen in. Cloud9 trying to try and hit this A site through mid.
Can you orb up and we walk mid?
Yeah, orb up
And
now.
you guys can. We're gonna work mid. You guys can.
No, Asher
Stop,
dead.
bro.
2, 1.
I'm gonna come back to B. We killed one. I killed Asher.
Just wait, Jordan. It's fine. I'm waiting.
Want to just insert yourself
They're
there?
gonna.
Just
They're
wait.
gonna leave this op A, guys.
Yeah, the op
Don't
is
all
yeah.
B.
Yeah, stay B main. Stay B main.
I'm just holding double door, right, Jordan?
Yeah, we're gonna look to pump and Jack just
He
stay
saw
main.
me. He saw me leave B. Alright.
That's
They
fine.
took the
That's
line,
fine.
they
This is good. This is good.
Are you holding
I'm
window
gonna-
or no?
No. All right, we're gonna look to pump A and we're gonna go back to B. Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna come towards B.
Viper.
I want it.
And
Double door.
कैसे लेकिन 40 सेकंड में
Who was B? It was Viper Silva.
Yeah, Viper Sova.
He wall up.
I'm coming to you, Doug.
Can you orb up?
Shit, there are 2 guys.
No, no, no,
One
no.
B. He was half wall or backside, guys.
I'm holding.
Behind you mid.
oh my god oh my god spike
Yeah,
gap
we have to get bomb.
They're 1-1.
Yeah, can you put your orb up? Yeah, orb.
Yeah, orbing.
They might
one
both
A,
be
one
fighting
more
you guys mid.
Mid or something. Can you orb up?
Goes to
Orb
me.
up,
Yeah,
orb up.
orbing now.
Orb's not up for long.
Could be Nez, could be
Try it.
tunnel or elbow. I mean,
Here, I have ult. If we can get side, I'm in small.
elbow, guys.
Elbow.
my god
One enemy
run, run,
remaining.
run, run, run.
टाइम है
Close.
ब्रो टाइम
Let's
नहीं
go,
था
boys. Let's go. Let's go.
ब्रो
Hard
टाइम
fought
नहीं
round
था
for Cloud9,
ब्ro
but you can see how much it meant to them. They left a gap.
I love you
That
so
double
much
door
करो
position
तो
for
देता है
Joel
guys
could've
कोई
unraveled
सीन
it.
नहीं
That was
रे
a
और
I
होते
feel
रहेगा
like that
मेरा
was
कैसे
pretty
ना
illuminating to what's been happening.
You're the
in this
only
half
reason
so
I
far,
watch
because
Solo. You're
again,
the
they
only
are
reason I
finding
watch
openings, but
VCT, watch party.
things
Apart from
are
that, I don't
kind of
get
felt like getting a
emotional
little bit
touch.
too chaotic.
So as
in
long as
terms
you
of the
continue streaming,
communication
never
in
stop watch
the
buddy. Thank you for
mid-round. A lot
streaming. Bye
being
bye. I love you,
thrown out
Vidya.
there, right?
By time ने तारे
Is it
भाग
going to be
जाता
a
था
bad thing,
सीधा
though?
They
विनता
are getting the moments like Oxy gets that kill. Fireball got a really nice lurk kill to reopen that B
मेरे के
site.
इतना करके भी हार गया था
Just kind of get on the same page there in the mid round and be able to close things out. as a
3-1-1
team.
ये round
Does
जीत
feel like
गया
Zelsis, though, is got a
Guarantee
pretty
ये round सीधे जीत
defined
गया
direction he wants these rounds to go in. Winning the duels, though, is another story entirely.
अभी वो लोग किधर ना किधर पुश करेंगे रेडी रहना जैक इट्स टाइम टू शाइन 100% पुश करेंगे वो लोग
Ball
वैसे इन्फो
presence
नहीं है
now for C9. They're shoving
कौन मैसेज
Zelsis
कर रहा है
through
मेरे को
pretty
रात को
aggressively.
नहीं कर रहे बे पुश भाई G2 हेलो व्हाट द फक
Players from G2 on this site.
है बे
Can't
डिसिप्लिन
pull the storm here at A. Below the minute mark, and Cloud9 are still probing for opportunities. They've got this inserted double door.
जल्दी राउंड
They certainly lean on that, and Zelsis picks his timing pretty well, but it's the A-main contingent that are struggling, and that might be putting it lightly. Valen
go,
finds his
man,
second. Jaw waits for Zelsis just to serve himself up, and
जीत
Cloud9 are back to the
You
doldrums,
get him.
frankly.
Yeah, they walk into that site that's pretty heavily stacked by G2. 3 players ready to anchor. They apply some good pressure out main that gets
NPC then
Zelsis
it was
in
not your
initially.
fault,
He
sorry.
finds the 1 kill back site, but
थैंक यू अदरो बाय
wow,
this-
that's pretty
this
brutal
positioning
as
for
well.
Valen.
Have Vandal spam.
It's been him or Jaw
But yeah,
in a spot like
yeah.
this all half.
It was both of them able to fight
सब
up
भी मार
pretty
रहे भाई
close there.
12 and
Yeah,
5
Valen is swinging from the left. Jaw comes
पत्ता
in a
मार
little
रहा
bit
थैंक यू
later.
आने
to fight
से
for
जा
the breaks.
रे
Okay, that's both your timeouts now blown here on this attack side for C9.
मैं क्या
They've
बोलूं
got two
प्रेडिक्शन
more
नो करके
opportunities
सीधा नया चालू
to
करो क्या
score on this half. Now, they might have a Hunter's Fury that they're really hoping to be able to employ effectively. But outside of that, the good news has been in short supply.
इस
for
बार
this
कौन सा
C9
हेयर
team. It's
कलर
a
यूज करते
rough
हो
half, getting
हेलो भाई
full reset on
नेचुरल
your loss bonus as
नेचुरल
well.
ब्यूटी का नाम सुना है
Means
एनबी
that, yeah, you can cobble something together, but I imagine this is just as much for round 12 planning as it is for finding a way through this murky situation.
रिफंड करके डालने हैं दो रटा
Yeah, just see when we get out of this timeout, the ult situation for C9. I think a win in this round, if they can't
हाँ
win
ग्रुप
the round.
में आ
They're
सकता है
really
ये
trying to force into this, put something together, just
गाली क्यों दे
force
रहे
into
हो
this,
बाबा?
force into the last. Maybe they can work towards another null command from
भाई
Zelsis,
दो
try to stack up some
दो
ults, to
बड़ा
at
अल्टी
least
लेके
get 2 on
सामने
the board
काउंटर भी
before
है
this is over.
लग गए भाई
Man,
और इसके बाद इको जाएंगे वो लोग
this is Cloud9's map pick. I just want to point
Bro,
that
like
out. This
guy.
is a team that felt like they might have a
Bro,
pretty
11-1
favorable
straight up
map pool
straight
overlap
up
with
11-1
G2. I think that's probably just based on what we saw from G2's Breeze last week, but they've just gone back to something that we haven't seen from them necessarily, but feels familiar. It puts all of their players in comfort roles.
Baby just playing off this mid-trip with the operator, watching through tunnel.
Doubling back into elbow here for
भाई
C9.
मिड डोर कोई नहीं देख रहा, कोई भी टाइमिंग लेता था ना खत्म कर
Much with
देता
the fact
देखो.
they've taken mid. That trip did get activated. There's the dash across, and Baby's quickly got to get out. Oxy's on the move,
Oh
though.
my
Baby's got the
God.
stopping power to put C9's Firebrand 6 feet under immediately.
God.
Fireball's trying to take a timing to get out of the main, catch someone, but it's not going to work out. Leaf is ready. Baby weak goes down to that Guardian. Can C9 try to wrangle this back? Two
उधर तक
players
जिंदा
there
रहने के लिए
are
अल्ट मारा भाई,
solo
पत्ता
efforts
try hard.
right now. Vic at least catches the one.
George just disrespects this position, runs straight up into it and wins the fight. Jack is very low, out in the open.
पत्ते को देख.
Has to recover that spike.
सिर्फ
Has to
जिंदा
deal with
रहने के लिए
so
अल्ट
many
मारा
different angles,
उसने.
and Valen late coming through arches cleans him up with ease. G2 responds to that beast
Coaches can
split
talk only
just with
during timeouts.
absolute ease. The play from Baby there is crazy. Being able to dodge out on the Hunter's Fury, still
अब
connect
बस
that
भाई पीसी
shot
बिल्ड करना था,
to
जाकर
remove
वाइंड
Oxy
अप
from
का
the field. And in
स्ट्रीम
the
का थोड़ी
meantime,
आते ही मैं
Trent
भाग
is
के
just
काम
giving
छोड़
him
के आ गया.
support with the ult of his
पीसी
own,
बिल्ड
going
करना
through
मोबाइल पे लगा.
tunnels. He catches one.
One enemy.
It's really insane.
Last week showed that both these teams could compete.
मोड में सब मोड में.
Good shit. Yeah.
सब
They
मोड
could take maps, right? This week is about showing that neither of these teams matter. Who is going to matter at the end of this stage 2? And it's looking like G2 have a renewed claim for dominance in this region.
How aggro does Baby take this? Does he try to catch a timing out of there? No, definitely not. He is going to relax as Leaf just
वापिस
mollies
20
him out of
play.
the coast.
Interesting. It's a decent way to get your teammate to do what you want them to.
At this point, Oxy updraft dash करके सीधा टनल ले.
Some mild coercion between friends.
वॉक करके ले लिया, लेकिन ठीक है, ठीक है, ठीक है, कोई प्रॉब्लम.
Force in the last round.
Heavy
Does
timing
have
of
C9 in an awkward spot with the money.
Never
It's a
mind.
pretty
Spotted again.
weak buy. Oxy challenging this 1v1.
It's awkward though.
And Trent is just
He's chilling.
toying with him right now.
Oh, Jaw as well. There might be a chance to put together a double face on this, and Oxy doesn't want to overextend. Oh, God. The net's closing. It's taken Oxy far too long to make anything happen in this position, and nobody of the rest of C9 has
भाई
done anything to
बाकी
help
लोग
him.
भी लेकिन कुछ नहीं किया
In
बाकी
fairness,
लोग ने तब
he was kind of
तक.
the decoy, I guess. Gashoyo in after time 5. He's going to have to try and work this B-side now, or the
बाकी
rest of
लोग ने
C9.
किधर भी स्केल
And
नहीं
Baby has
किया.
been very slippery.
वो लोग
Into the
वॉक
pit,
करके उसको
spotted early by
फ्लैंक मार के
Fireball,
चले भी
Stone.
गए.
And he's given over the op.
Can C9 get a second one on the board? They're trying to get the spike down. Time is getting really low. Jack is denied from being able to get that plant again.
Still
now
trying.
has to stick such low
big
HP.
around
Second
again.
with the potential spam, but no, he's going to be safe.
Conflict divide here though, thrown down. Zelsis has fallen on the side, and this is looking pretty deflating. Fireball ops flattened by one health Jaw. As he comes out of that Viper's pit to give G2 their checks notes in surprise, 11th round of this first half.
Thank you that इसका बॉल मेरी जान गड़े.
How you
What
feeling?
can you even say? Bro, G2, everyone has had individual moments. The Baby Bay op has just been ruling over that side of the map, and he
2-0?
has the least kills of anyone on G2, yet you still felt his impact throughout that entire
पता नहीं
half.
एकदम ऐसा एम्प्टी फील हो रहा है रे.
Being really hard to
ऐसा
catch.
कभी
He
देखा
kind
नहीं है.
of honestly plays pretty aggressive into the pit solo at the end of this round. But immediately the rest of his
Split
team
खेलने का
slips in.
problem
You
नहीं
go
है,
back to
लेकिन
those first crucial rounds, first gun round, first bonus round. Leaf has given you a 4K, a
अगर एक
3K.
बंदा
G2 are winning the
एक बंदा
man
वहाँ पे इतना
disadvantage
time back कर रहा है,
situations. They're in excellent
तो
form right
बाकी
now.
लोगों को
G2
किधर ना
11-1,
किधर तो
a
स्केल करना
dominant first
पड़ेगा.
half here on Breeze. The
Fight
matchups
करना
of
पड़ेगा.
C9. Let's see what our second half has for us, or if it'll be a quick run back to the showers for map 1.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up here. It all started when I got to the FIFA World Cup, and wow.
लाइक करने आई थी. अभी back to kick bye.
I'm with amazing seats.
Thank you Bango.
Okay.
And even pitch side access.
Are you? David Beckham, a Verizon customer.
This used to be for players.
बंग भाई एडवाइस दे दो. 2 बार इंजीनियरिंग में बैक ईयर
Get you close.
में इंजीनियरिंग में ईयर बैक हुआ है भाई. जोरो बेस्ट एडवाइस देता हूँ. मेरा एक दोस्त का 5 इयर्स है. समझ रहे हो? समझ रहे हो? इंजीनियरिंग उसको बैक दे रहा था कि वो बैक टू बैक इंजीनियरिंग बनने का ट्राई कर रहा था, पता नहीं. मेरा दोस्त 5 साल चिल किया, हाँ, और अभी वो लाइफ में अच्छा कर रहा है. सो टेंशन नहीं लेने का. क्या? अच्छा, मेरे को लगा भाई रैंडम गिफ्टेड पंकु को मिला. Pako, Jerry gave you gifted as cake. Binks, you are the most genuine person. Love you. And Pikiri. Tisha ji. Thank you. It means a lot. मेरा इमेज खराब हो रहा है डे बाय डे. इमेज ठीक करने का मेरे को मालूम है. एक सेकंड रुको.
Both of these teams walk into week 2 of stage 2 with question marks over their heads. G2, yeah, they lose to 100 Thieves, but they're the most newly minted international champion on the block. It's almost an acceptable loss for a team. They haven't let get past them.
अब थोड़ा हरामी वाला फील आ रहा है.
Cloud9, though, they lose to a Sentinels team that are missing their center.
थोड़ा normal लग रहा है.
John QT, and we're all wondering, is Marv just that good?
Thank you, DJ. Thank you, 109.
G2 are going to be feeling great to get a win like this under their belt. It's been a tough couple months. Tough showings globally. 100 Thieves are in sick form when they go up against them, like you said. And finally, they get a game where they're feeling like prime G2. It gets the confidence flowing.
And a game with their emotional investment.
How can G2 laugh like this when XLG shitted on them?
Half. They can close this one out here. They might come out of a week that's just ultimately not that taxing for them compared to last week's 3-map blockbuster with the 100 Thieves.
तू वैलो में कुछ नहीं करके भी उन पे कमेंट कर सकता है.
Midway through a stage is something you can't count on.
लेकिन वो लोग हारने के बाद हंस नहीं सकते.
And I hate calling Cloud9 a reprieve. Honestly, it doesn't make them look good. But frankly, they've not been on their level. And you know it's been tough for them, as they've made roster changes before their team even got out into stage 2. It was that bad behind closed doors.
मेरे थोड़ा suppress. Recon भी नहीं टूटा है. Recon भी नहीं टूटा है.
A-side attempt to anchor, but Zelsus and Vic
just
ran over.
वो लोग घुस के U-turn मार के knife तोड़ दिया.
Feels good as done at this point, man.
Yeah.
G2 looking great on this map. And it's funny because they were great on it, and then they tried to switch stuff up. They're trying the baby bait Neon with the KO. Things are getting awkward, and
1,000
joules.
All done to my favorite. I love you,
Feels like they keep running into Nongshim Red Force and are forced to try and reinvent themselves or change something fundamental about them. I do think that G2, though, are spending a lot of time trying to convince us their ceiling is higher than what we've seen. Do you know what I mean? They want the world to know that they can reach even higher than they have so far, but I think that's been the most questionable thing because they're constantly dominating domestically, and they get to international events and they just look a little muted.
Thank you.
Both of these teams have
तेरे points आज में lose करूँगा देख.
Like international narratives heading into the end of this year that people have been pointing to forever. A continuing
dumbass, why are you peeking?
That's a little aggro, bro. Relax.
But
just G2 still trying to get their international trophy, and C9 are the one team from America's partnership that haven't been able to make it to a global.
Yeah, the only partnership
era.
that
made it to globals, but it was before partnership. That has been a narrative thread that people have followed with these teams for years at this point.
It's a clueless wala.
Readable. As Cloud9 have felt that G2 are over previous games and this one. Apparently it's
और मारा तो कुछ प्लान बना थे. अगर नहीं मारा तो देखते कुछ प्लान बनता है कि नहीं.
Do a lighter novel, graphic novel perhaps. Maybe something a bit more junky. Might recommend Twilight.
तो जितना टाइम ये लोग सोच रहे उतना टाइम में वो लोग प्रोडक्टिव काम करके स्पेस भी ले रहे हैं, मारा मारे भी कर रहे हैं, फाइट्स भी जीत रहे हैं.
For them, it feels like it's been the Rosetta Stone for how to take an L, because they are 14-2 in maps against G2 over their entire VCT tenure. And that number's not looking like it's about to get much better.
This G2 team, they've just always had their numbers. Specifically, they've discussed it as well after some of the games that they feel like they know how to deal with Oxy. They know how to shut him down.
बोल मत वापस भी जाएंगे. अगर वापस भी गए ना, oh my bro, मेरा हो गया.
Shutting down the most important player on C9. I mean, what chance do they have, right?
Vic and Jack will watch the spike sail away from them in the hands of Trent and be set up here on B.
12-1
We do
में
have to wonder what
यार
the conversation is like in moments like
There
this
was
for
something being
C9.
typed in the
12-1
server.
में बे
So I don't know what the
Eco में
conversation
बे
is like with
Gunsunion
Vic
के
and
पास
someone on G2.
Not great.
Oh, but there was a combo happening in there.
These are two teams, by the way, who
G2 हर बार
have obviously
domestic
been
फाड़ देते
frustrated by the state of things
तो
for
same
both of
teams
their
के आगे
teams.
Yeah,
इंटरनेट
they've
They've
जाके
been actually
फंबल कैसे
fighting
कर
with
देते हैं
random
रूडली
people
आंसर
on
मत
social
करो
They're
media.
both going through it. I think there's
भाई इसमें
the
right और
schedule's
wrong
been grueling.
ऐसा
There's
कुछ
a
नहीं
level
है
of burnout that they've been suffering.
तुम लोग डोमेस्टिकली फाड़ोगे उसके बाद वॉर ड्यू होएगा लोग काउंटर करेंगे कभी कभी ऐसा होता है कि एक बंदा लो फील करता है कभी कभी टाइमिंग ऑफ हो जाता है तो अगर नॉर्मल लॉजिक के हिसाब से देखेगा तो जो चैम्प्स जीतता है उसको तो एटलीस्ट मास्टर्स तो जीतनी चाहिए लेकिन वैसा होता नहीं है मास्टर्स कोई और जीतता है चैम्प्स कोई और जीतता है क्योंकि गेम ही वैसा सिर्फ वो देखने का रहता है कि टीम बाप खेल रहा है नहीं राउंड्स विनेबल था या नहीं जैसे सीनियन के लिए कोई भी राउंड विनेबल था ही नहीं तो मतलब कुछ बहुत गलत हो रहा है बहुत कुछ गलत हो रहा है बहुत कुछ गलत हो रहा है वैसा you don't know what G match today that's why they lost I know I will take full responsibility accountability and any other ability anything it's on me एक मैप देखा वही जीते वो लोग yep ओल्ड स्ट्रीम देखो सब है चैनल पे बात तो है प्ले विद मी रिडीम क्या पिंकी दी ने ये हुई बात एक राउंड रिप्ले देखोगे ऑन स्ट्रीम 59G सनसेट नहीं अभी नहीं पैसिफिक के टाइम पे देख सकते हैं पैसिफिक के टाइम पे नहीं प्रेमस भाई भाई जी के चैम्प्स का क्या सीन है कैन दे क्वालिफाई इजीली Marv needs to be on this C9 team. पता नहीं क्या हो गया रे लेकिन पता नहीं होपफुली मैप 2 कुछ तो करे अप्रोक्सीमेटली कितने HK लगने के बाद आपके जैसे मैच्योरिटी आएगा भाई देखो मैंने कुछ ज्यादा अप्स एंड डाउन्स देखे लाइफ में अपने भी दूसरे भी तेरे भाई ने सब देखा है सब एंड आई रियली होप तू वो सब ना देखे ना ही एक्सपीरियंस करे तो उससे अच्छा इमेच्योर रहो गलतियों से सीखो Can you explain roadmap for champs? But obviously I can explain. तो जैसे तुम लोग को मालूम है देखो सीधा जाएगा कोपर किडनी स्टेशन आएगी उसके बाजू में एक जो रोड है वहां से आपको जाना है सीधा अब जैसे ही सीधा जाओगे नेक्स्ट स्टॉप पे कौन आएगा वाशी दैट इज मास्टर्स 1 बराबर है फिर वहां से आगे से आपको लेने का है राइट आगे से आप राइट ले लिया तो एक और जगह आएगा मास्टर्स 2 बराबर है गाली क्यों दे रहे हो रोड मैप दे रहा हूं फिर आपको यू टर्न मारना है फिर कोपर करने के पीछे साइड जाना है पीछे साइड फिर चैंप्स रूट स्ट्रीमर भाई वो रात को नशे रहते प्लीज मैं ऐसा नहीं हूं भाई अभी तो लोग बोल रहे थे आई एम सो हम्बल सो नाइस. मर्सी ने सुपर चैट भी किया था सच अ नाइस जेन्युइन लव यू गाय करके. 2 सेकंड में गाली देना चालू किया यार. एंड देन ही आस्क 1 मिलियन क्यों नहीं आ रहे. पलक जी आप भी -1 काश दोस्त मैंने क्या किया इसलिए नहीं आ रहे 1 मिलियन.
Saw him serving up there. We had a lot of discussion in the
Bro,
pre-show about Jaw, Baby Bay,
Chance
who's playing the dive on
language!
that duelist, and they gave us a swap
Oh,
today. Put
bhai!
Jaw in that role, Baby Bay on the chamber. What's your thoughts?
Honestly, for me, the reason I was on board with their previous comp is because they were trying to work splashes into the team, and I think it makes sense to put Jogamo on that role. But what we failed to predict is, hey, you can just play no flashes on the map and still play to all of your preferences. I think Jogamo looked fantastic on the Neon, but also Baby Bay on the Chamber was playing exactly how he was on the Neon a lot of the rounds where he's on his own, but that works so much better on this Chamber.
Yeah, a lot better considering when you're looking at when G2 played it last, a lot of their problems were just dying when they were solo on a site kind of getting killed by that lurker. But when you have an op posted there that's hitting a pretty easy shot majority of the time, it looked great. I think the only thing that was a little hesitant for me was the no flashes. I think Breeze, you know, it's a very widespread map, but against Cloud9 with, you know, how they were kind of setting up, it worked in G2's favor.
Yeah, it really did. What is your impressions of them continuing to play this Astra Viper look versus the Harbor? Harbor's so popular in Americas, most people are playing him. Why do you think that plays more to G2's strength?
I personally love the Astra. I think that, honestly, just the combination of like the global utility on the defense side makes things a lot easier to play, and especially to assist your anchors around the map. And I think that was one area where G2 were absolutely thriving.
Yeah, I was just going to say, the amount of times that we saw Valen or Leaf just sitting in an Astra smoke in front of a Harbor smoke and just being a complete rat on site, making it so hard for, you know, Cloud9 to kind of push past that, it looked really good.
It really did. But we do have to talk about the other side of this game, who only picked up 1 round. Cloud9. The issue when they played their first week, especially on Summit, was the post plants. And Christy, that reared its head again today. So many advantage post plants that they could not close out.
And especially Leaf was able to find a lot of these windows early on in rounds, just abuse them. He's able to isolate his fights many times. I think for C9, they got a little bit lost in the post plants. Like with all of the smokes that were up, the amount of times that players were just like shooting them in positions they were completely not expecting, or wrapping around from behind. G2 were going for flanks with Leaf and stuff. Like, C9 just looked completely lost to what G2 were bringing at them.
Not even just lost, but like unable to come up with an actual crossfire, an actual post plant that, you know, they could play together on. Instead, they were getting separated so early on into it that it was just 1v1 after 1v1 after 1v1, and they need to be able to kind of reposition themselves within the round amidst the chaos so that they can actually play these favorable rounds.
So we're looking ahead now to Sunset. This is a map that we saw from G2 previously, and this was the question I want to bring up for Sunset is, we saw that comp change on map 1 of Breeze. Do you expect them to switch anything here on the Sunset?
Hey, thank you for the heart!
No flash comp, but there's a world.
Do you think that would play better to their strengths if they did swap that off, do something similar with the Dre on the Chamber, the Neon for Jaw?
I mean, honestly, I could see a world where Dre is back on Chamber on this map potentially. I think getting rid of the Sage too would also make some sense if they wanted to go to like more standard comps overall. But ultimately for me, I think that Sunset is one of those maps where you probably should be running the flash. With the amount
Today's
of, like,
meetup was amazing. Thank you. Love you very much.
So is this the opportunity then for C9 in this series? Is this the path to get back in?
If they have
this year, 100 is just cooking.
But if they continue how they did on Breeze and don't do kind of like a switch up or a flip around like they did in their last series,
I think they're doing
it's looking pretty tough for me.
I will say the sites are way simpler on Sunset compared to Breeze. Like I still favor G2, but there's no chance they could look as sort of like run in circles around as they did.
It's about as rough as it could look for map 1 of a series. So let's check in with Coach Imi, see his expectations for Sunset.
I'm joined by Amy ahead of map 2. Looking at that first map, I wanted to get your thoughts on where G2 was really able to insert themselves and separate C9 in those post plans.
I think we lost our control a lot in the post plans. Even just when we had control of the A side, for instance, we were waiting for them to do something rather than us taking action. And we worked on the map all week, and we should have been ready for these situations. Even pumping out the Astra utility should have been better. It is what it is.
All right, what's that mental reset to get us to the banger on split? What are you going to be telling the team?
I mean, it is what it is. 13-1 might be easier to reset from any other result.
100 tails happened so much just to lose to G in first match.
Good luck, coach.
जैसा स्ट्रीमर वैसा चैट.
The human body was built to move.
मुझे गाली पड़ी क्या अभी? नहीं, अभी तक नहीं पड़ी. बहुत नींद आ रही. गुड नाइट, गुड नाइट. हाउ वाज पुणे बंक्स भाई? बर्गर किंग का बर्गर खाया कि नहीं? मैं कुछ नहीं खाया रे. मिसल पाव भी नहीं खा पाया मैं, क्योंकि बहुत टाइम लगा रहा था रे ट्रैवलिंग में. लैपटॉप एक्सपीरियंस कैसा? जेन्युइन रिव्यू. दिखने में बहुत बाप था, खेलने में भी कुछ प्रॉब्लम तो नहीं आया. मेरा स्ट्रीम और गेम दोनों एक के टाइम पे चल रहे थे. So overall, actually solid.
I am here with Fireball, and honestly, nice to meet you, man. It's good to see you in the VCT.
What's up, Binks?
My question for you, a pretty easy one. What do you want to prove to yourself throughout this stage?
Ooh, prove to myself. You know, personally, I don't think I need to prove anything to myself. You know, I know I deserve to be here. You know, I just want to be the best teammate I can to these guys. I love them, and just gonna keep giving my all every single
win
day.
in a row.
Perfect. Good luck out there.
PRX is very dead serious for champs. PRX नहीं जीत सकता. PRX #2. PRX #2. भाई उधर तुम लोग उधर मीटअप में मैं जिधर स्ट्रीम कर रहा था उसके बाजू में लोग वो कर रहे थे मोबाइल में. वो दिखता है ना मैसेजेस. वो मैसेजेस में क्या रहेगा बताओ? इवेंट में इतने सारे ब्रांड्स है, उधर इतने सारे लोग हैं, वहां पे हाथी वाला शॉर्ट फॉर्म, HKL, ये सब लिख के बैठे थे यार. कैसे समझाऊं किसको, क्या समझाऊं मैं? एक बंदे ने बस गोटेश करके लिखा था. किक पे थी, यहाँ हाय बोलने आई ही बस. ठीक है. हैवी प्रोमो रहा किक का. अभी क्या है? अभी कितना दिन बैक टू बैक मैचेस है? हल्का तो वाला खेलने है. VLR कल पेपर एक्स है, कल जेंजी आर के दोनों बाप मैचेस, BBL नावी बाप मैचेस, THKC बाप मैचेस, NV लेव 20, फ्यूरा MABR. बस ये एक रीजनल मैच स्किप कर सकते हैं, लेकिन MABR है तो देखने का मन भी है. प्लस कॉम भाई भी वापस आ चुके हैं. आई थिंक ये देख सकते हैं फ्यूरा MABR भी. मतलब कल पूरा दिन हूँ मैं. थैंक यू. हाँ, थैंक यू.
Those gaps in the defense when he's on attack to get really nice lurks off. I liked what we saw from G2 here a lot.
VCT winner this
like
year.
I said on Breeze, I feel like their success here
And
is
basis of
maybe
current
a
team
light
from
bulb
G.
going off, an inspiration to try and get the Chamber Neon to be a mainstay of their approach in this meta and just run that on other maps. Because BabyBay is great when he's on the Chamber. Jaw is clearly the better
बाहर लेके जा
of the
पे
two
देखो.
of them.
मैंने खुद
So
एक तो संडे ऑफ नहीं
putting
लिया.
them in position to both be at their best.
नहीं रे, नहीं आएगा आज तो नहीं आएगा. आज और कल नहीं आएगा. परसों का पता नहीं क्या शेड्यूल है.
Into A elbow or into B main on the attack side is really illuminating.
लैपटॉप या PC सेटअप रेकमेंड डिपेंड करता है तेरा काम कैसे है. अगर तू बहुत ट्रैवल करता है तो लैपटॉप.
Let's see if
हर घर पे रहता था PC.
the ground running on this second map.
Here's that Trailblazer. He's gonna see nothing.
Damage.
BabyBay gets a tap there on Oxy, but that's all there is to write home about. This does mean that Cloud9 are forced into a retake, and I wonder if they try and flood this.
अगर ये वॉल नहीं टूटा.
G2 can just focus all of
बुरे
their
वॉल
attention
के पीछे
towards
से
Alpha.
ओमेन का एंगल
Market
मिलेगा
is
हेडशॉट
not
का.
relevant
नहीं रे,
right
उसने
now.
स्मोक कर दिया.
I mean, that's huge, isn't it? I mean, the fact you've only got to watch one of
यार
these
वो
entry
smoke
points
में
now.
play बना
There'll be some
सकता है
pressure coming
नहीं
market
बना
side here,
दिया
but G2 have just
यार
got it locked down. Something that they were fantastic against 100 Thieves at were the floods out of Boba on the defense side. But this is about as good as it gets here. In terms of a post player, Vic was never really able to get out of market at all.
Yeah, there's just nothing he can do
वो
over
लोग को
there.
लगा
Already
भी
in the
नहीं
first
रहेगा
round,
4
we saw
बंदे
a
सिटी
great
देख रहे
flash from Trent. His utility in that game against 100 Thieves, the supportive flashes that were coming out during the fights were always timed super well. And already right there, he's got it in the perfect moment for Jogamo to be able to capitalize.
गेमिंग के लिए बेस्ट लैपटॉप सजेस्ट करो भाई आज ही देखा भाई मैंने हेलो वैलो एडिशन
What to do? Can't see a thing.
This felt like such a simple round for G2.
I was a little tweaked.
Headhunter watches mid, Trailblazer into B, Sage Walled market, Flash Boba win round.
Yeah, it's by the numbers, but it's super effective when everything is coordinated exactly as it needs to be. That's why teams love Sage on this map. It just simplifies things so much.
Pretty telling this push-up B main for the defenders though. Cloud9.
Women default blind.
There's something happening at A, but
Sky ये देखेगा.
Sides?
हो गया लग गए.
Or sort of CT side presence here at all for C9. They're just grouped up on short.
मैं अच्छा मारा विक ने.
Vic is trapped, he is doomed. And again, it's, as I just said, this wall just simplifying things for G2, denying the lane, it's cut off. Easy passage into the A site, don't have to worry about spawn. Only, you know, maybe if there's an omen that teleports up to the spawn top box to see over
What
elbow.
If PRX ended top to the third round, will get slot for champs and do every team will be qualified after
the races already.
Second and 20 points? Yes.
With some really simple ideas.
लेकिन हर टीम 20 पॉइंट सेक्योर नहीं कर सकते फॉर्मेटिव
or rather this anti-eco was a simple matter of getting everyone up in the elbow and onto the site. You mentioned how Sage simplifies the gameplay. That slow warp over to short pretty much undid Cloud9 there and then.
मैं Among Us नहीं खेलता पृथ्वी.
It's funny too. Leaf didn't have a great game playing the Sage against 100 Thieves, but in recent time, there's actually been the agent where he was putting up the best numbers. Leaf will just put up good numbers on anything, you know, for a 1 month.
3 gun
his breach will be where he decides to just
3 gun saved, boys.
26 kills and get a crazy ace on split, and then he'll go back to Viper being his best agent. He just
things are not looking good.
Was the team's chamber in the past as well? Had some really nice showings in that Sentinel role in bygone eras. See what this now looks like for G2. It's a bonus round that features the Outlaw still for Baby Bay.
An Outlaw, by the way, that C9 are going to have a lot of trouble dealing with. 4 of them are on 125 HP. Only 1 heavy armor.
ऑफिस देखने के बाद आपकी स्ट्रीम फुल मौज मस्ती. By the way, love you to Mumbai.
Every extremity as Chamber on the attack side could push up in a B main. Push into mid.
यार मेरे को एक बात बताओ, तुम प्रोफेसर का खड़ा हुआ फेस देखते हो, कभी ये सोचा है कि वो बंदा क्लॉकवर्क जैसे हर साल नए नए स्टूडेंट्स को सिखाता है, वे अलग-अलग पर्सनालिटी के स्टूडेंट्स.
If you have a Sage comp, could wall off that right side.
पीछे लोग उसको
hit through market and over at the same time, but geez, this trend util, it's magnificent, frankly. Very easy for G2 to play off of it now. Slow orb is in play. Leaf traded out for
so
Delsus.
good. Yeah, Leaf just hopping
ज़्यादा मार दिया
उसने. Ooh, had a good flash, but Fireball on for the ace right now. Denied by Baby Bay. Picks up that fan.
Bro, 2 minutes का bro, what? Bro, कैसे?
Vic has got to win this. Vic has got to win this.
Does Baby Bay do something cute with this round?
Bro, क्या चल रहा है?
Well, if Baby Bay finds this with just 50 HP to work with, tucked in on default, game of timings.
Last smoke there for Vic. Baby Bay's going to step inside of it. It is a game of timings. Nothing more, nothing less. And Baby Bay walks up there, and Vic holding the angle. Cloud9 get on the board much earlier than they did on Breeze.
Taking a lot more damage than they would have hoped for, but more than happy to get the round.
Yeah, Mara bhai.
Sick one there, 4-piece, locking it down in Boba. even denying Trent at the end with
go
the
from
flash.
8 point to 10 point without being interrupted.
See that from his point of view.
पता नहीं मेरे को point system नहीं मालूम जितने पे कितना point मिलता है क्या है
Tough to play these.
लेकिन qualify हो सकता है जी
into
अभी भी.
Sage comps, in fairness. You often need one to facilitate it, and then. I don't know about that one. That was
मारा भाई baby मैंने.
Despite the struggles of the team, Fireball Ops is not a guy that is going to take this opportunity lightly. He has been grinding in Tier 2 since 2021 to get an opportunity like this. Has played every agent under the sun, 23 different agents in recorded matches throughout that time. And he's really found his form in challengers this year. That's why he's gotten this call-up, gotten this opportunity.
And he's the Phoenix player for C9 so far.
Yeah, he played Phoenix, he played Sentinel.
Good morning, Bullet. Good night.
He's very motivated.
Thank you, Meridian. Good day.
They're being stalled out. So you don't want to try and anchor this here, but it's going to get harder and harder without your Cypher in the game. Oxy's made his way around. G2 love to try and flip the map early and often in scenarios like this.
And clear हो सकता है कुछ भी करके कुछ damage
find that opportunity to take Oxy down.
These are the kind of moments, setups that G2 were thriving in against 100 Thieves, just locking them out when they get into this B site. Playing around all of the utility they have to
against क्या लगता है will G win both easy.
3-on-4 they do not even want to test them. Smarter decision to just get out of here with the guns and play for the next.
Crazy fun करेंगे
All things considered, it's not as if Cloud9 were shut off the B site, kept off of it. They were able to anchor in there with 2 players. Oxy moved off his mark.
Done seen, dodge, done seen.
The G2 was starting to like rotate around inside B.
सबको
the
gold
anchor play
report
for
मिलता
C9
है
didn't get much help from the extremities of that B
कैसे
side.
बिस्मिल्लाह bye.
Always going to make it tough for Oxy to get involved.
3-1.
G2, that is just something they've discussed.
ये round आ रहा
at the end
तो
of
लगा.
Breeze, but they feel like they have an understanding on how to.
मैं एक ज़्यादा नहीं देखता इसलिए वाइट पे मैं सिर्फ I love you I love you मेरे जान कटे love you
reflected historically the 7 times they played against each other. 4 of the games, if you go back and look,
early
Oxy
timeout
was
ले लो बहुत late timeout
they
लेते
really did
वो लोग
remove his relevancy
नहीं
from the
mostly
game. He's
ये
had like 1 or 2
ये round
solid
अगर
games
हारेगा
against
तो आएगा.
G2 all time, but they do have his number.
Baby Bay's getting that free push up on B side again.
And you know that's like it's a testament to how good G2 are that Oxy, who has been consistently
और
one
वो
of
लोग
the
वापस
best
भी
duelists
गए
in Americas,
और वो लोग
can
वापस
make
convincingly
any
round जीत गए
team
तो आएगा
look
time.
like a tier 2 squad when he's running around at them. But G2, they just know how to figure a player like that out.
Yeah, generally, balanced systems usually are
वो लोग को wall का sound तो आएगा.
shutting down a star player like that. I talk about this all the time. I think like the way that Trent and Valen want to play is to make rounds predictable, deterministic. And they're very good at dealing with those volatile individuals. This is a dirty spot.
That's pretty sick.
I love that. Again, it's one of the upsides of bringing Sage onto this map. There are a couple of wall boost spots that are really hard to catch. Also, a few of them on Summit as well.
करना नहीं आता इसमें अरे मैं नहीं करता भाई मैं अच्छा इंसान हूँ भाई hello
C9 can do to try to get an advantage, especially in a war spy round where they just have the save rifles. Gotta go for something cheeky to cheese play to get a kill.
फिर का पोजी अच्छा फिर का लगता क्लियर रहेगा.
Fireball Ops is lying in wait with a classic and a dream. Straight through the gates, Carl of G2, and it's a burst of pace and frankly Fireball Ops cannot mollify. He's jacked through the back of the side. Vic, though, is dug out. This anchoring presence slowly being neutralized, but time is short. Valen's just going to have to stick this.
Great job from C9, just fighting together out of market. Jack holding it down backside. They just have to deal with Valen. He's spotted out. He wants to isolate a fight if he can.
It's the backstab. Valen almost has a 6th sense for it. That's crazy. Eventually, after the 1v3, Cloud9 have succeeded in slowing
Thank
the
you for
game
the
down
hard
enough that they can actually get a grip on the reins.
Yeah, we saw some good team play there over on that site. The swings coming through market. Jack had some nice little jiggle peeks backside, not overexposing himself. Was able to trade Jogamo off some of that damage that Fireball did do with the Classic when he was sliding on in.
बंग भाई आपको आपके एनिवर्सरी याद है क्या? अगर याद है तो बताओ हमें भी. No cheating.
Don't need even to be a good lip reader, because I watched Link's eyebrows almost disappear into his hair.
भाई देखो तुम अगर तुम्हारे बीवी से प्यार कर दो ना, every day is like anniversary.
Trying to get that energy back up for C9. Get a little bit of confidence going.
ऐसा आंसर देने का कि सामने वाला कुछ बोल भी नहीं सकता.
Looks like G2 might just try to switch up the pace. Get closer up on A. Go for a pop.
Get to that tour de force now. Vic and Oxy positioned well to play off each other. Certainly seem like two of the closest guys on this team to one another.
That's a lot of utility that G2 just
Neutral
extracted
हुआ है
out of
लेकिन कुछ
C9.
होने मिला है.
Look, they had to use it. G2
वो
were
लोग
well
fast mid
positioned
चले
to
गए.
just run down a player close link or close elbow. Now they can make this pivot elsewhere, trying to run up mid. Oxy is on the run. Trip is broken this through so quickly.
Oh my
What a
god!
shot
Oh my god!
from
उसको भी
Oxy.
पड़ा.
Finally an Oxy moment there. No real follow-up.
आगे शेर आगे boys.
That adjustment was sickening.
They did not expect Oxy to double back, I suppose. They knew he was there because they had an Omen TP cancelled by Valen.
Bro.
Oh yeah, now you've made it really difficult.
Feels like that was the biggest burst of energy we have seen come from this C9 team today.
And after a slow round, it's good to see them defensively play with a bit of pace here.
30 seconds
Looks like
left.
Baby Bay's going to be given just enough rope now as he'll cross mid and Neural Theft is going to reveal his location. So through the trip he goes. It's going to be superfluous either way. Into the B site we go though, and all the G2 are here. They've got some market presence, and Baby Bay can watch the long line cross through Boba. This tour de force, it's a line that's broken up though by the fast lane.
It's on Baby Bay now.
For a bit of delay, G2 trying to set up this crossfire.
They need good spacing with their market plays here as well. They're all going to be positioned. 5 players for the retake. Should be pretty elementary at this point, but you don't want to be lining up for the tour de force. That could be dangerous. There's Trent in the back of the side. And that oil field is going to slow things right on down. Jack is picked off as well. And what could be more emblematic of Cloud9's problems right now than a round like this? Vic can't save it. Baby Bay's Headhunter ends it. And G2 are, yeah, they're singing. They're looking comfortable now with their 4.
That's just exactly why you want Baby Bay on the chamber. Even though he misses the first couple shots, not a real great opportunity to get involved. He's cut off by the fast lane, now still picks up Market, is able to get the re-swing kill, and then helps out Trent. Takes a peek towards Boba right there.
Trent के blinds के OP है यार.
Pretty brutal.
It has actually been a while.
Which is always a telltale sign of the mental state that G2 are existing under. They're exiting the doldrums.
That was a 5.
Joy is returning to their hearts.
I mean, that was a 3v5. Up on that B side in those final moments. That's a desk slammer for Cloud9.
Yep.
You cannot be affording to lose those.
कितना बेटी था? Enemy Sky रहेगा तो टीम वाला भी बेटी देता है, थोड़ा अपने को देता है.
And this is free real estate for Baby Bay. Cloud9 know it. Zelsis wants to try and re-clear that space.
Family friendly streamer है यार, unmute करके देखा. अरे
It's a trademark there to slow him up. And Vic's going to jiggle this. Wow, that's nasty stuff. Vic was trying to passively play that line for info, and Jaw still finds the kill.
Wall goes up to deny Jack of any attempt to even things up while G2 are transitioning in towards that site to get the spike down.
Get ready for timeout.
A statement so far in this stage. His neon play has been pretty sick to watch. Zelsis going to get caught here on the flank as the Nightfall comes in. C9 are trying to set something up. They really haven't been able to get back into this site just yet, and the flank is being watched.
Yeah, G2 mostly playing off this A side anyway, so it's a Nightfall that doesn't catch many of them. It's going to be down to Hoxie's heroics to try and get them out of this round. He'll push up and find Leaf, and Baby Bay was watching a very, very wide flank angle. He'll walk into Oxy's crosshair.
No timeout, guys.
Say what we want about Cloud9 so far, but when Oxy's had an opportunity to set the pace, his aim has been magnificent.
Oxy आ गया.
He's hitting some sick
जीता
shots. That snap adjustment in the other one.
I think C9 ये map जीता.
Crucial 3K in a retake that was looking scary.
Boat is on.
They're already down Vic. And then the flank watch goes Baby Bay's way. He deals with Zelsis. Jack and Oxy managed to get themselves in the sight, and yeah, he is shooting.
7-5, 8 rounds into the game.
Back in stage 1, despite C9's record, Oxy was the statistical leader for all of the Neons in the league. Highest average damage per round. He was playing super well.
Huh?
It didn't always translate into team-wide success for C9, but Oxy is never a player that's going to ease up, never someone that's going to give up.
He's committed. Yeah.
Goes down. Nice little combo with the Prowler.
On this map, I feel like we see Baby Bay with a really very defined flowchart to follow at the start of these rounds. Just push up into beats, very conditioned at this point. He gave Cloud9 a chance to figure out a way to basically get a free kill on him here.
It's interesting from C9. They took B main, but they fully give it up. All go back to market. Spend a little time re-clearing tiles, and it has resulted in the clock going down quite a bit. They still have to deal with 4 G2 players.
Get caught in the Caesar at the end. It's going to be Jordas taking contact. Traded out. Jack going to be res back up, but Firewall Ops is down. And Valen's still undiscovered in the corner. 3 up still for C9. Valen's a problem though. How are they going to dig this guy out? They had to spend heavily on removing him. And he gets a second kill in the round. There's just no time here for C9. That extra tiles re-clear cost them valuable seconds.
I think, yeah, on top of that, I think Cloud9 overcomplicated a good situation that they put themselves into. They had B main control. They could have left at least one player, if not multiple, to pressure from there when the retake comes in, so they just have that additional angle. But with no one there, G2, they're just able to meet them at the choke points. And with that time, pathing through mid, Oxy re-clears tiles to make sure there isn't some late flank. They have to accelerate so quickly that those finer details, they go out the window when the time pressure is on. And G2, we know they're so good there. You need every second you can to play it out against them.
It has felt like these pace shifts when they've involved more Cloud9 players and Oxy have been a little bit hard to bring about.
We're taking a look at the Champs Points standing. G2 in second place. A win today would bring them to 15. They're in a super comfortable position to make champions. Again, even if they just go on a great run in this stage, win a bunch of games, but don't do a great job in the playoffs, they'll still be able to make it in just off the basis of points. They are always consistent in VCT Americas. And then obviously, at the same time, you see C9, they're at the bottom of the list. They only have 1 point. So they need to do the exact opposite. They are required to go on a monster run, make it to the finals. They would have to have a generational turnaround to be able to make it to champions at this point.
And G2 would love to spend most of their time thinking about international events, thinking about what they're going to do next time Nongshim Red Force turns up in their way. But they still need to, you know, get things done here domestically, secure their spot in the postseason and champions, of course, before they can cross that more important. Let's listen into G2 now as they recover from losing their caller earlier in the round.
They're on you. Flashing. Yo, they TP'd in the smoke. Can we flip?
Boys, yeah, just go super slow, Nate. Fuck it.
Wait, they're actually sending it. Take spawn, both of you right now. I need you. I gotta hold you short. I'm good. I'm walking up, despawn.
Yeah, Nate's gonna go late.
I'm dogging for you, Nate. Getting info.
Look right.
3, 4. Okay, I'm gonna go short right now.
Buy time for him. Don't even fight.
Timing?
Flashing. They're all back all, guys.
They're gonna wall us off and then defuse, guys.
Hold, Jay. Hold. All 3 flank side. They're all 4 flank side. Nothing in your back. I'm baiting you, Jay. I'm baiting you.
Nice.
Fight tight, guys. Can you fight tight? Wait.
Ready?
Off me. Just angle out. Wall bomb. Break ball. You're good. Don't peek ever, Alex. I have your cross. You're good. Off. You're good.
Just fuck with the mouse. You're doing good, baby. One short, one back on.
Oh, fade away, one hat. They ran away. See ya.
Dude, I didn't register like
I
know. I know. I literally had flash out off contact.
I know. I was just
like a bot, bro.
The 2 things that really stand out to me in that run are Valen goes down, but he's providing super valuable dead comms. He sets up Lee in a great position. He's still coordinating things. I love how Baby Bay played out that round. Getting the teleport back top box where he can see over a potential wall from Zelsis, has the cross from elbow, so he's willing to just run in, take a fight, get out, and he hits a sick little tap shot on top of it. Then gets to back box, can swing from that high-low new angle setup. That's really smart.
I love he just called Leaf to come back in on a really delayed timing. That had C9 constantly looking over their shoulders. Bit of a fighting for A main at the time.
Oxy
and Joel, they both traded out, so both teams lose their neons.
मैं किसके साइड पे हूँ?
C9 stay aggressive here. Are they going to play off the trailblazer?
Timing double blind गया वो लगता है. अच्छा चीज़ था.
More util exchanges. Flash trader for
वो लोग अभी तक एंगल से हटा ही नहीं.
Okay, Zelsa's got pretty deep here on tiles, but that kill's going to be traded out as well.
Shit.
C9 is starting to get
कोई भी और
spread
मरता
very
लीव
thin across Sunset.
रेस दे सकता था.
I like that proactivity from Zelsis. Vic, Jack, they've got the right idea here. Getting into this setup, it's just going to come down to the duels. They have to connect these shots.
This is round defining. This is basically the round here and now. Can they swing off Baby Bay? A contact. No, the timing's not really there. And now Cloud9 back off behind this haunt. This is very, very solid from the defenders.
In that moment where there's the switch to the util gun not ready, the haunt gets the double ping. 20 seconds left. G2 on their way towards this B site. Still the one trip the cam. That could be annoying for some late round info. C9 just needs to stay as a pack, trade out effectively together.
भाई अभी प्लीज बहुत इन्फो है, ट्रिप है, कैम है,
from C9's newest member, Vic returning. They gotta put this together. They
gotta get a trailblazer. This late in the round, up and close and personal. How does Trent get a freebie?
What was the kill on the Jack?
I mean, Jack just gets perforated, and Vic is apparently lined up with him. Fireball Ops now hit by the Demon Cabbage. And now it's Captain Valen there to shut things down. Again, G2 salvage an awkward round, but there's a bit of sweet serendipity amongst it.
I think C9 made some great decisions throughout that round. It's just brutal that Trent gets the headshot. What was that? We need the 0.5 replay. Maybe even the 0.25 speed replay. That is a sickening thing.
भाई किधर मारा उसको समझा भी नहीं रहेगा उसका क्या हुआ उसके साथ
That is just gross.
Better lucky than good sometimes. All right, round 11 coming at you. Jaw this time very quickly gets an elbow. Look at the TP for Valen, very deep.
Exec. The catch on the leaf is pretty crazy. He's going up with the wall and he's punished for it. All right, C9, they've definitely got more than a chance in this one now. 5 on 4. G2 man down there. Advantage somewhere. It's a fight in spawn, but they're getting denied. Oxy and Vic are just running them over. Cloud9 steamroll on the retake. So G2 feeling like they need to take a proactive timing there. Makes sense, man down, but Cloud9
Second consecutive round where there's like a multiplayer hold into a 3v3 scenario that Cloud9 have to win out.
जंप करके
सीधा
just hold करके
playing it slow and
try कर
safe.
सकता है और कोई एंगल है वो एंगल होल्ड कर रहा है.
Nice, really nice.
I mean, C9, after what Trent did in the last round, they deserve one like that. He needed to get his receipt.
भाई 4 में से 3
He's our last round and a
है.
half now. Tour de force for Baby Bay, so it's a weird economic spot for G2 to be in, but it's going to be smoothed over somewhat.
Huh?
Maybe something faster onto B instead this time?
Why Pacific States so grand and America
okay, you're committed to this. The slow walks behind you now. Vic wants to come forward, and Baby Bay is simply not ready for it. Great opener. Tour de force out of the game, and I think G2 are going to stumble here.
It's beautiful. An ode to Paper X on this map. Who are the ones that really pioneered the stage here.
Guys.
Vic is up top there, brother.
उसने मारा ना.
He is racking him up. C9 putting together a competent half. If they could just close this out at 5 and...
Is there?
Okay, they're going to do it. That is sick from Vic getting that ace, man.
PRX
There's a res involved, classic play. Yeah, it's an ace, but yeah, we'll give it to him.
Vic like, हाँ पे action में काम आता है.
He's got it.
I guess the comm is bad from Baby Bay. He doesn't realize that like there's a wall here. Because you don't have B-main control,
really
so
why are you... to know.
Yeah, why are you fighting?
But the other guy did kill him there. I mean, I don't know that.
Okay, weird round. Still though.
You're not up against that every day of the week.
14 and 8 there from Vic. 2 back-to-back
रैंक में मैं ट्राई करना रैंक में ट्राई कर
Actually
सकते
puts
लेकिन
Cloud9
उसके
in a
लिए
decent
बाकी
spot here
utilities
coming
चाहिए
into half-time. Solid defense side, 7-5 here on Sunset as G2 look to close the series.
अकेला जाके नहीं कर सकते हो और अगर अकेला जाके किया और वो वॉल हगा हाँ तो ओमेन फर्स्ट फ्लोर पे रहेगा वॉल ग्राउंड फ्लोर पे प्रेडिक्शन दे दो ऑन द वे भाई ऑन द वे कोई ब्लॉक प्लेयर मिला क्या पौधे में नहीं शायद तो एनिमी के साथ टीम भी तोड़ेगी
What's good, everybody? It's Bebe, and this is my game day fit. You know, we got the G2 jersey, the red one. This is my favorite one. I think red and black is really intimidating, so I really like these jerseys. I think it's part of the reason why we farm regionally. We got the G2 pants that goes along with it, so we got the whole fit. What I like about these pants compared to our old pants is that they're really baggy, So
shorts are
we're in the style nowadays, We're unk, but we still got some swag. And then I got the dunks, and I've had these for a very long time. One of my best friends gifted them.
Nike Panda dunks.
They're pretty beat, but they're very comfortable, so that's why I wear them on stage every day. Honestly, they're just my daily. They look sick with the pants, though. I think pretty fire. And normally I come in with like a backpack, and on that backpack I got some like cool keychains, like a Fallout one, and like some One Piece stuff that I like because I'm a really big fan of One Piece. Thank y'all for watching. This was my game day fit.
G2 जीतेगा. G2 जीतेगा. Oxy by I would really like to apologize.
Started to become a bit of a trademark.
I would really like to apologize,
on the first half of this series, but into Sunset, it looks like, especially in some of these, nickel and dime defense side set plays that starting to find great success. Vic and Oxy are leading the way, hyping each other up as they go.
Absolutely. Positives to glean. Some negatives too in that across this series. C9, specifically on this map, they'd be ahead if they could close out these man advantage situations. They just have to clean those up and they'd be in a great position. Now, if eyes don't deceive me, they haven't won a pistol round in this stage. It was 0%. That is, I would like to see that stat just for their sake. It would be great if they could win a pistol here.
0% मतलब ये लोग I think third या fourth ये लोग को fourth map पे और वो लोग एक भी pistol नहीं जीते.
Look, I mean, this would be what their fourth map of the stage, right? So it's a lot of pistol rounds to lose, but it's believable. There's Valen holding it down. Oxy attempts to slide in, get across market. The paranoia's a little early from G2. Well, Cloud9 stagger out and avoid it. Either way, they've found their way towards this B side now. Jaw hit with the Prowler.
Problem is, what are they going to do about
this?
Backside. They can't get any control, but they're getting off. That Jaw peeking out, gets exposed, and yeah, they want to leave.
Oh my god!
One enemy remaining.
2 massive kills there for Leaf, and Jack just runs in when he realizes that the jig is well and truly up. Leaf in the late round. Always a terror.
Yeah, they're rotating off with such haste. I mean, I don't hate the decision to try to get the pick and leave or maybe slow down the round, but they rush out there and Leaf is just prepared.
But this commitment to market means you don't have map control, you don't have information, and you don't have the time to slowly re-clear that space.
They just have to be a little more careful.
Yep. And honestly, they left a few massive gaps in rounds of breeze that ended up hurting them.
Tap करके ये चलो.
And also, if they wanted, they could have just stayed at the site.
Yeah.
यार mid पे कोई रहता insert जो rotation काट रहा है.
They had options.
तो चलता था.
Good though today. Easy to clean up with Bebe, who is just always going to have the outlaw. Yep, caster curse.
That's okay.
That's all right.
No one's going to rush
का आवाज आते पिंक के
Obviously, they're searching for more. Baby Bay, they're obviously aware he's got the outlaw.
मैं मजाक सेट कर इसको मैं पूछूंगा. मैंने आज तक किसको पूछा नहीं है.
They're not accounting for this spot at all.
Aim training tips.
And there comes Valen, swoops on him with a Spectre.
I feel like I really cursed him that whole round.
Yeah, honestly, that was.
But he's doing great today.
जब भी देखता है ऐसा लगता है कि बंदा improve करे जा रहा है.
Still flawless round for G2.
4 साल और खेलेगा तो पता नहीं.
Eventually,
new storyline.
I'm certain it's coming.
Old eyes. It's tough to see in the periphery.
Crazy work. All right. I mean, I don't know. I feel like my palm might have met Baby Babe's cheek rather quickly. If not his palm.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, so things fall apart pretty quickly there for C9, and Leaf has that pretty nasty spot above the wall that Firebollops is just not watching. See shot quickly, door gets in the market, door shut. Really determined B main position here.
वैसा नहीं personally बोल रहा हूँ.
It's got a cute little setup from G2.
Sarta vibe था ना लेकिन जान. Sarta vibe.
Outlaw goes off and then they expect someone to walk forward, but maybe they can't find that kill. And Valen is caught on the opposite side of the map. Provides an opening through elbow that C9 are happy to take. Try and get in over on a better weapons. And the numbers must win round.
Binks hello, Binks love you from bottom of my heart. Exam चल रहा है. मैं खेलते पा रहा हूँ. तुझे खेलते हुए देख अच्छा लगता है. How you play calmly without any rage bait. Love you यार. Love you मेरी जान गड़े. Control को थोड़ा सा control कर. Best of luck.
Straight raw flooding in from alley.
दोनों blind.
Not the most inspired G2 retake I've seen, I won't lie. And they kind of just give up short. They fully commit there to their alley side.
It was a double blind.
And Vic comes through for C9
again. It was a double blind. NGL.
Swing out is nice.
NGL.
Off the paranoia. 3 little kills. He's just continuing to rack them up.
The return of Pickle Vic, man.
Vic, sexy girl, right? Vic, sexy girl.
He's been playing real well.
Huh?
Last week in this one, in one of the most.
Like कर भाई, 1000 लोग देख रहे हैं 4 बजे.
Yeah. Where
C9 will be glad that he's back because he's playing great. He has been fantastic.
I mean, you tweet out that you heard from a friend that your old org is having trouble replacing you, and then you go and do it. That's part of your announcement. I mean, like, what are we?
Fans got
I was gagged, as they put it. It was an interesting.
Oxy का magnetic aim है Binks पे आपकी तरह. Thank you, Prince भाई. Thank you.
Top mid presence. To run into Trent.
Bro, ये तुमत्या बनाने वाला round था.
Trying to put some kind of like fake wall that cross up and then someone could get through on the right to get a kill.
Baby Bay's been doing this constantly. Just trademark yourself off that A-long position. So it's always going to be costly util-wise to get him off there. Trent eating some more Sage util.
He just wants to stay alive, not get spammed down. Baby Bay is not giving up his presence in the site, though. He's staying tucked back.
I like this. Oxy going to get the better of him here. Now at least G2, we have a chance to look at another really similar retake scenario. Oh, look at them. They just walk up into the site.
That's ridiculous.
That is rather pacey, I must say. Oxy's been taken down, and Jaw already has found his way to the box. A second kill for him. Rick? Where's Rick? Vic tries to shut it down there. I'm not really sure what
Joe, you good, bro?
Okay, I think he's trying to get Trent's attention.
के slow motion में मार के अपने ही blind से blind होके जिंदा रह के 2 और मारे.
I'm losing it.
पहले समझ नहीं आता ना खेल पाता स्ट्रीम पे आ गया क्योंकि जगह हुआ क्या करूं भाई. नॉर्मल मैच देखो, मेरा नॉर्मल गेम देखो. ये सब गेम देखोगे ना सच्ची समझ में नहीं आएगा क्योंकि ये सब गेम्स किसको समझ में नहीं आएगा. PRX देखा तो मतलब खत्म ही कर दोगे. समझ रहे हो? तो नॉर्मल जो मेरे रैंक गेम्स है वो देखो स्टार्ट के लिए, फिर ये सब देखना.
I mean, Trent was, I
ये
think,
सब में क्या होता है आज तक कोई डिकोड नहीं कर पाया.
Like Sage slow.
G2 have had some silly little spam kills through smokes as well. Val just like the
random. People like करो तो रिपोर्ट कर ना करो. White पे जाके like करके आओ ना.
But we're looking at the Baby Bay stats here. That Sentinel compared to the Duelist.
Love from US Nial bhai. Thank you very much. Good day. Bhai Just Singh US से वाले सारे मेरे खास दोस्त members हैं.
Chamber this year, but that's also like majority voice, and he's up there with what he's been doing on Duelist. And also like a lot of the Duelist best performances came from him back in kickoff, like when he was playing Waylay a little bit. So if you can just have him playing.
वास्तवा का होए है. ओ वास्तवा का होए है.
It's the best thing for the team, surely, right? I mean, it does mean that they have to drift away from the Neon Phoenix. You know.
Why? I mean, at the top of that list. But then it's like, Leaf can do that, but then what BabyBay's going to...
back-to-back sexy killer, man.
Haven and stuff, like, what? He's going to pick up the Cypher, or is he stick on Chamber? Like, it does create some interesting questions about role assignment.
US wale come up, hum nahi.
BabyBay always finds himself in a weird spot. Oh my goodness. That was snappy, and he knows it too. He sniffs disdainfully, and then he's back to work inside market off that trademark.
Wait, सारे एकदम unbelievable नहीं मार रहा है.
No charges left.
Huh?
We're looking for a good pocket to play from as Cloud9 try and clear market. BabyBay's going to take eyes off him. And the judge at pretty long range there gets a kill.
Stream sniper!
Completely without a paddle up the proverbial creek this round. And honestly...
Yeah, that was a dismantling from 17 different directions.
And this
कैसा था इवेंट चले बता आधे
five players in the service. So from
जो मैंने दिया था मोबाइल से तू था
we didn't really herald the round with fanfare.
मस्त था लेकिन मस्त था डब्ल्यू इवेंट था.
But this was a
बहुत लोगों
really
से
pivotal round for Cloud9 to win. I mean,
बहुत लोगों से बात
a
किया.
lot
कुछ तो
really
एकदम खतरनाक
hinged on
एकदम
this particular round 17.
एकदम प्यारे फैंस होता.
And BabyBay has done a nice job throughout this series on the chamber of finding some of the right timings to mix up a different early round push that he hasn't done before. So on this one, crucial round, not the best weapons over for G2. Like, he just has that Guardian.
अब क्या करेंगे?
Round, he was,
Next round वो लोग को force करना पड़ेगा.
That A-side position. He did go down.
क्योंकि अगर वो लोग force करेंगे,
he's mixing it up more than anybody else.
वो लोग को बहुत अल्ट आ रहा है.
The other side of this coin, though, is that he conditioned this really obvious push-up into B-main on the attack side. Like, he was a little, eventually, a little obvious there.
God, that was so sick, yeah. Very sharp. And look, G2 have not required the same level of heroics from Jaw and BabyBay, but I do think it's telling that, again, we've got a sunset map now back-to-back where it's the two of them at the top of the board.
Light buy, ठीक है, buy क्या? कोई सी नहीं, light buy.
I covered BabyBay a lot early on in his pro career, like in what I would call Tier 1 esports. And honestly, he didn't really live up to the hype so much in the early days. I really feel like he's coming into his own only now, quite late on in his pro career, even after departing his pro career. Such an interesting player to have followed for almost 10 years now.
Cloud9 are trying to get right back over to A. This is where they have found some success on the attack side. They want to set up something.
Their stats are the positioning.
Sound cue paranoia goes out. No opportunity to see that too crazy. That's a nice kill from Oxy.
That was what Zelsis was reloading, sat back here. G2 going to come back to the round with a vengeance, though. The res also gives him a bit of momentum to work with. Oxy and Zelsis, last two up on this side. And Oxy's found a third with this stinger. Enough, though, to surely give pause for G2, but not enough to stop them in their tracks.
Yeah, C9, they acquiesce that space, but they've just got stingers, so they end up being in this awkward mid-range situation when the Sage Res comes through and G2 wait for that util to expire. All right, Stun's gone, etc. We got the res. All right, now we go back in and they're at a good distance to just get free kills with the rifles. That was
another early round BabyBay moment where he's in a weird spot.
This has been another day in the office for G2. They're clocking in, they're clocking out.
Yeah, that's why I mentioned that previous
routine.
That round 17 was important, right?
Yeah, this is as routine as it gets for G2.
And this is going to sound ridiculous, but it feels like Cloud9 today. They suited up. They put on their blue and white, less intimidating jerseys than G2, only to just slowly lose here on Sunset. Look good in all the same ways they've looked good and look bad in all the same ways they've looked bad.
And really the context for this game coming into it is that these are two teams that are having some mental struggles. It's been tough times.
They're bantering with random people on Twitter.
Trying to figure out,
like when BabyBay hits you with a "this you" on Twitter, like you know it's bad.
But G2, at least today, man, bouncing back. This has been way too easy for them. Yeah, they are getting back on the horse. They are looking good.
So yeah, Trent flashed that corner and then just walked out and shot him.
I think
that's
the
great.
question is really moving forward. Are G2 going to be able to carry this over as the stage goes on as they continue this forward and making champions?
कैसे हो जोकर भाई? हाउस यूज जोकर भाई, मेरे को एक बात बताओ, इतनी कड़क पर्सनालिटी बना के, जिम जाके, एब्स बना के, इतना सब लाइफ में अचीव करके, माउंटेन चढ़ के, इतना सारा चीज आपने इतने कम टाइम में अचीव किया है, लेकिन आप जब भी रास्ते पे चलोगे और एक बंदा भी आके बोलेगा, जोकर भाई आप वही हो ना जिसके पास बिंक्स की मेंबरशिप नहीं है, पूरा औरा माइनस नहीं होएगा? आप सोच के देखो एक बार 2 मिनट लो और एक बार बस सोच के देखो, मतलब इतना जो आपने मेहनत किया है, ईयर्स आफ्टर ईयर्स, बिफोर ईयर्स, बिटवीन ईयर्स, एक भी बंदा अगर रास्ते पे ये चीज बोला, सोच के देखो, 150 रुपए वाला। हाँ, कैसे लगेगा सुन के? पोटी करने उठा था, ये बात सुन के फ्लश करके सोने जा रहा हूँ। 4 बजे नींद में पोटी आती है जोकर भाई, कुछ तो गलत है। हाँ, एक बार देख लेना, नींद में क्यों पोटी आ रही है आपको? ये जो गरीब होवे है अपनी आदत से होवे है। मैं तो गरीब ही हूँ यार, मैं तो गरीब ही हूँ। जोकर भाई कुछ आइडिया दो ना यार, 1 मिलियन का यार, खुद 10 मिलियन 15 मिलियन पे जा रहे हो। 4,000 कैलोरीज खाता हो डेली। इसको कोई मेरा जोमेटो बिल बताओ, 4,000 कैलोरीज। He doesn't have ball knowledge. हर हर दिन हेल्दी फूड, हेल्दी। कल मैं बटर चिकन बटर नान खाया था, स्टार्टर अलग। यप। 40 तो बिंक्स चाय में पी लेते हैं। जोमेटो के ऑल टाइम स्पेंडिंग में एक 2 BHK आता था मुंबई में। भाई मुंबई में घर महंगे, पूछ एक बार जोकर भाई को, पूछ कितना महंगा। बाहर के खाने से हेयर फॉल होता है भाई, इसको देख, इसको कोई बोल भी नहीं सकता है। हाँ, ये बंदे को कुछ बोल भी नहीं सकता है। बंदा सक्सेसफुल भी है, स्मार्ट भी दिखता है, बड़वे के पास डिम्पल्स भी है। हाँ, सब कुछ है यार। इसको रिटर्न में क्या रोस्ट करे यार? एक ही चीज जोकर भाई को रोस्ट कर सकते हैं। जोकर भाई के पास किम करदर्शियन जैसे गाफ है। किसने देखा? मैंने देखा। एट दिस पॉइंट जोकर भाई भी वो एक चैलेंज कर सकते हैं, ग्लास रखने का पीछे। यप। तेरे को डिम्पल से, तेरे को पता है बचपन में मैं यू करता था, सोच के कि डिम्पल्स आएंगे। आ, ये है शादीशुदा मर्द का हाल। अरे मेरा साइंस प्रोजेक्ट में एक टॉपिक आया था करके, मेरे को मालूम है। साइंटिफिक रिसर्च पर्पसेस। हेलो फ्रॉम कनाडा भी क्या हेलो मेरी जान गुडे बस भाई नींद नहीं आ रही और सोने का मन नहीं कर रहा क्या करूँ स्ट्रीम देखो पेरिस का आई थिंक अगस्त फर्स्ट वीक अभी परसों वो है वीजा का अपॉइंटमेंट तो फिर देखते कैसा क्या सीन है करके परसों इज द वीजा का अपॉइंटमेंट बी हैंडसम मेरे भाई लव यू यार आप क्यों देखते गए उनके बाथरूम में शांति से पॉटी करने बाहर जाओ बाथरूम से ऐची कितने दिन के लिए जाओगे पेरिस आई थिंक 4 या 5 4 या 5 पेरिस की डब्ल्यूसी चैट सोच समझ के लिखो यार +1 पंग भाई नाइट शिफ्ट पर जॉब पर काम करते हुए फोन पे स्ट्रीम देख रहा हूँ लव यू मेरी जान गड़े मेरा तो डे एंड नाइट शिफ्ट रहता है सिनेन शुड रिप्लेस जैक एंड फायरबॉल विद यू एंड मार्ट मतलब अभी अभी लोगों का डिबेट हो रहा है और उनको बोले कि नहीं यार अच्छे नहीं कर रहे साइड हटो बेस्ड ऑन फ्यू गेम्स ठीक है बात करता हूँ मैं एक साल में दूसरी बार सिटी ऑफ लव टेक्निकली तीसरी बार लंदन भी सिटी ऑफ लव था सुनो स्ट्रीम पेरिस से मैं जुगाड़ कर रहा हूँ स्ट्रीम करने का वहां से लोनावाला निकल रहा बारिश जिंक्स कर दो भाई लोनावाला अभी क्यों निकल रहा है 4 बजे पागल हो गया क्या सुबह ही निकलने का मत 7 बजे मेरा रूममेट तेरी स्ट्रीम प्ले करके सो गया अभी मैं देख रहा हूँ अरे जगह जगह इसी टाइम पे हरामी बनने का रूममेट के मुंह पे पानी वानी मार ये सब करने का भाई ये सब मेमोरीज है अभी तो निकलते लोनावला मुंबई 5 7 बजे भाई लैपटॉप दिया क्या मैं मांगा नहीं यार मांगा नहीं भाई मेरा जी गोइंग टू चांस में 30K व्यूज है लोगों को सच्ची लग रहा है क्या पहुंच गई करके हाँ क्या सीन पेरिस में मीटअप होगा आइडिया नहीं है लास्ट टाइम तो हुआ था मेरा गिफ्ट था वो वाह चैट इग्नोर करता है इसलिए रूट सिमर वाह कौन लिया लैपटॉप वहां पे तो बहुत लोगों ने लिया वहां पे 15 लिमिटेड लैपटॉप से सोल्ड आउट हो गया वो लोग आपके मुंह पे किसने पानी मारा था सो आपको पता है मेमोरीज का आस्किंग फॉर अ फ्रेंड मैं भाई हम लोग दोस्तों में बहुत बकचोदी की नाइट आउट्स में मेरे भी 2 चैट मिस किया डब्लू क्यों मैं 2 जगह चैट पढ़ रहा हूँ रे आज आपको मिस किया ग्रुप गेम में लव यू मेरी जान कर जल्दी चालू करेंगे नाइट आउट्स में क्या करते हैं कुछ नहीं हम लोग तो चिल्ली मारते थे गेम्स वेम्स खेलते थे बातें करते थे फेसो वीडियोस अपलोड किया फिर भी 1K सब्स नहीं एनी टिप्स सब्स के पीछे नहीं भागने का बे मैं तो सब्स के बारे में कुछ बोल भी नहीं सकता हूँ. मैंने आज तक सब्स पाने के लिए तो कुछ नहीं किया. लेकिन मजाक से हटकर अगर सब्स चाहिए ना, मजाक से हटकर किक पे. यप यप यप. बेस्ट जगह जहाँ पे सब्स मिले. हाँ. By the way, love you यार. मिसिंग मेंबर्स ओनली यार. चालू करेंगे यार, चालू करेंगे यार. थोड़ा हल्का सा ज्यादा टाइम लग रहा है 50K करने को. आई थिंक 4-5 महीना और जाएगा. जरविंदर कैरी टुडे. भाई उस दिन तो बाप खिला था जरविंदर. मस्त मारा था शॉट्स. आपके बिना एपैक बहुत फीका लगता है. चालू करेगा अभी कल से, टेंशन नहीं है. हेलो पकीबंग्स भाई. हेलो. थैंक यू फॉर द सनशाइन. बंग्स भाई, हाउस हेल्थ? I would like to skip this
stepping
question.
up to the stage, and they managed to take down Crew to begin. My question for you is just on these new guys. They're coming into the roster. What are we thinking about them? Davi took us in. What's your impression right now?
I think they rounded out the roster so well. When I'm looking back at previous iterations of Loud, it kind of always felt like Luke Show and friends, but now it just feels like friends. Like they're all, you know, stepping up to the plate and looking insane. I think, David, I think the one thing that I want to see more out of him is a little bit more confidence when he's taking or stepping into the server. I understand that, you know, playing on LAN is kind of a big deal, a big change coming in from Tier 2, but if he kind of gets that aggression and that momentum going that he had in Tier 2, he's going to be insane.
And honestly, I think the big takeaway for me looking at Loud was a lot of times when you see teams make like mid-year changes or you have a lot of like young talent rookie players, you'll kind of pug out a lot of games, but especially on their map of Sunset, it was beautiful to watch them just run through the playbook on their attack side of their XX. They had so many good just 5-player hits, but also their splits working through mid, working through top mid with the Sage Walls. It was very deliberate, the plan they had coming out.
Yeah, and I think a big part of that is Ticky's in because, you know, before when you look at Loud, oftentimes they couldn't actually do a full default because oftentimes they'd call Luke Show over and have to kind of force him to be that secondary entry when he was on that chamber. But now, like, he's able to go do his lurk things while Tickezin's kind of just like running it down on the other side.
So two teams that both had their new changes pay off in week 1, but they're in a pretty similar position. If you take a look at the champs' points, they're both in this kind of middle of the pack outside area where it's really close right now. So a match today, just getting another win on the board after already getting this early success is going to be massive if you want a chance for that outside 3rd, 4th spot in the points.
Yeah, and honestly, like the points is it's tough to make it when you consider that you have 3 teams already up into the double digits. So I don't even know if doing it through points is going to be good enough. They might need to just prove that they can go all the way, but certainly you can't be dropping games if you want to stay in that conversation.
I mean, and it does all start here considering that they're both 1-0 right now, just building up that momentum to kind of hopefully carry into playoffs eventually. That's going to be big.
It absolutely will. It was strong week 1s for both of these squads with their new rosters, but now it's a full-strength Sentinels facing off against Loud. Map 1 of your 2nd series is coming up with Brennan Josh after the break.
need to know the map, brother.
बन गया ज़्यादा बन गया ज़्यादा बन गया Mission prepared today. अच्छा के लिए team WW. उधर किक पे 50k फॉलोअर्स नहीं हो पा रहे. Come on, bro. करो. Thank you for the husky मेरी जान को डे विक्रांत भाई. Love you मेरी जान. लेकिन इसमें बहुत क्यूट वो सब है बे.
Earns another one back up. Jonah P looking to see if he can play off the back of all this chaos. Weaving it
it's a bad bye.
And he's found his mark, found his timing.
E vai ter pressão pra cima dele, a equipe tá começando o lado de ataque.
मैं लेके रखा मेंबरशिप जब आना तब मजा करेंगे because ठीक है.
Well, let's get to it then. What a teaser that previous game was, eh? What a taste as we get into it with Sentinels versus Loud. Why are you smiling? Boosh. Sure, yeah.
It was quick.
Entree.
It was quick.
Something like that. Sen versus Loud, though. This one's important, honestly. You might be mistaken, to be honest, because you see us on the couch in a smoothie bar. The players are potentially in a shoebox. And you might be thinking to yourself, well, you know, we're just waiting to get into the planes and whatnot. But this is a match that has stakes, it has importance, because when you think about it, what these two teams are playing for, the desk alluded to it, there's no champ points on the line. It's not about wins for them to try and find a way to get into champions that way. They really do just have to hit the floor running off the rip right now, and to be honest, making 1 or 2 seeds in their group. Now, number 1 seed, that might be a little bit too much for them to reach with the way that 100 Thieves are playing currently, but there's a very real possibility that they can potentially overtake G2, and the other team that might be the contender is each other, Sentinels all out.
Yeah, it does sound a bit crazy when we're putting it like that you might be able to jump over the heads of G2 after we just saw them decimate C9,
Yeah.
but I think this is one of the moments in history where G2 have looked a little vulnerable, and so if you are rooting for one of these two teams to make it to a top 2 position in the group, you've got to hope that they're capitalizing on every possible opportunity presented to at least put themselves in a position where they
other quality time मेरे लिए ये
and this match is one of those. It also gives us our first opportunity to be able to look at Sen, look at how they want to play, how John's going to lead the team, because last week we saw them honestly put together a really good win on the board in very tough circumstances.
It was. I mean, they were given a lifeline, really. A lot of players individually stepped up. Cortesi on the opening match as well was lights out, and obviously Marv stepping in for them as well, helping out for them all around. And Matt Poole, something to discuss really here. I mean, Loud actually opting into Lotus as an opening map, which is interesting.
Yeah, that was the one map they ended up losing to Crew, but I think you can kind of put that down to Crew just being is it rude to call them a one-map team if they are a one-map team?
I don't think so at this point. I mean, there's enough evidence for it, isn't there? So,
on the other side of things, if you're looking towards map 2, both teams really like Breeze. This is one where I think both squads are very happy to be here. So Sen are using their map select on a map that Loud is super happy to be playing. I think Loud will be really content with this map pool overall, because also Sen then get rid of Summit towards the end, which it's not that we know who's good or bad necessarily on it between these two teams. We've seen Sen play it, but that was without John. They did awesome moments coming out from Joe in that ace is still stuck in my head as one of the best plays I think.
Favorite map कौन सा मेरा mind, लेकिन वो
but
अभी है
it's
नहीं.
high variance.
माफ कर
you don't want to leave it to a coin flip.
तो इजराइल देखा क्या मैं सिर्फ एक मैप देखा शायद वालों का.
There is a slight delay as we're getting into the game. Now, I don't know what the issue is. I'm seeing players stood up. I need to see asses in seats. I need to see this game get underway, but I'm sure we're going to be correcting it soon enough. We'll be getting to it.
Yeah, you're going to go out there and sort them out?
Not really. I don't think that is under my job responsibilities. But
I think this match is so interesting compared to the one that we just watched because I felt like it was difficult to take big learning moments away from G2C9, whereas there is so much to learn about these two teams here. Last week from Sen, we saw the absolute flaw. Right? They weren't playing with their IGL. They didn't have their full squad in. So the only thing you know about their performance against C9 is it can only get better from there. And they were still good enough to be able to get the win on the board. So now you get to see tons of different stuff about how John wants to call the team.
Appendix status removed is a crazy one.
Well, I mean, is it true?
It is. It's a fact.
It's
actually a fact, and he is. He's
back.
And he's also an incredibly important player for this team. He's one of the legacy players of that incredibly successful version of Sentinels that played throughout 2024. Also, a guy who's had to shift his role around fairly considerably since that period of time. He was known as a Sentinel player, moved over to playing initiators for the team, has moved over to playing smokes, and had an astonishingly good start to this year. Do you remember when John was just he had the hand of God? Everything he touched turned to gold.
Could do no wrong, really.
Aapke top sheriff skin kaun sa hai?
So we got best people on it, to be honest, figuring this one out. On the other side of things, too, with this Loud team, I mean, we're going to be talking about it, I think, a bunch. But honestly, the Tigazine in place into this roster is, for me personally, I mean, I think it's exactly what Loud needed. Somebody who's able to flex onto multiple duelists for them. You're going to be challenged in terms of him playing Raze, Jets, Neon. But he's doing it incredibly well. That gives him the necessary flexibility that Loud have needed for quite some time. And somebody who's just going to take over occasionally in rounds.
Yeah, I think that's actually a really good point because he's looked consistent in the maps that we've seen him play. And he's also looked like he's taken that fragging ability from Tier 2 and translated it very, very well to Tier 1. I mean, look at this. His damage per round at 156. He's also got the flexibility in terms of the duelist that he's playing. Doesn't seem like he's stuck in a one-track mind of, you know, he specializes in X particular duelist agent.
A lot of teams are suffering from right now.
Yeah. So I think Tigazine has been a fantastic addition. He's really been able to add a ton of firepower to a squad that wasn't lacking it, to be honest. It's just that you now have threats at the front and back of the pack with Tigazine and then Luxio, to be honest, is the other big guy. Yeah, when we had Timotino on the couch and he was talking about this match, he said, Loud are winning this for sure. 100%
for Loud
is what Timotino said, because they have, what did he say? Did he say they've got God or something?
Dancing.
And then we started talking about Yay, and then we got called Unks.
Prediction come on the way,
That's what happens, I guess, when you talk to the younger players.
We're seeing the range
here. Red biddy kaise milta hai? Aisa kya karna padta hai?
A little bit of warm-up for Cortezia. Cortezia's been great as well for this squad. He's facing Brazilian opposition again today. These are the games that I always think of as being incredibly entertaining to watch. There is a lot of incredible Sentinel talent from Brazil. And from Les to Cortezia to Luxio, they're drowning in it. There's so many incredibly talented, outrageously mechanically gifted Sentinel players from Brazil. And watching them go toe-to-toe here, would you have your money on somebody in particular between the two of them?
It's a great question. We're digging deep into the story points now, aren't we?
I mean, I think I'd still have my money on Luxio, but I really would not be mad if anyone had the opinion that Cortezia has.
Cortezia's just been incredibly consistent.
He really has.
It feels like he doesn't really miss a beat.
He adds a ton of energy to the team too.
Yes.
I think when you're looking at somebody like Cortezia, you're looking at someone who can add a lot into the team environment that goes
part of the reason why they said that they picked him up.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was Rob Moore who was talking about it, seeing this guy stand up, inject the energy in, even when, I can't remember what game it was, but they were like 10-2 down. They got 2 rounds maybe. They were getting absolutely smacked around, and it was Cortezia that was still standing up, bringing the energy. Really, you don't really see it.
Boys!
The camera's on. All right, we're getting into it though. Agent select, and there's not going to be anything too crazy here. It's Lotus at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, we have seen some teams experiment with running double duelist. Loud just played against Crew, who played double duelist on this map, but instead both of these squads going for what you would consider to be the most standard, fundamental, principled approach to Lotus. which is this idea of having your hard sentinel, having your fighter, being able to play extremely well on the defense side, but also giving you lots of options to play both fast and slow on attack. It's something that both of these squads will be used to. My eyes on the attack side are going to be mirror matchup. I think this is such a great opportunity early on a map that rewards attack side IGLing to look at what he's going to do with this team. Is he going to call lots of fast rounds? Does he want to try to put himself in position to impact around enormously as a lurk player, which he can do and we've seen him do in the past? What style does he want to run with, and how good does Sen look when they have their full squad actually out here on the server?
Yeah, real test of form.
अरे इवोक भाई यार मैं Sen को support कर रहा हूँ.
That's what this stage is really
यार
about.
इवोक भाई के बारे में भूल गया यार. Very humble, kind person.
If you're lucky enough, you've been playing well enough all the way to the playoffs. If you're able to skip it, it's definitely a luxury. A lot of teams have got their eyes on it currently, and these two teams, I think, are going to be also gunning for a spot.
I mean, if Sen could dodge the play-ins, that would also mean they dodge
easy for Sen. Mark my words.
Revenge match with Kaplan and Caillou, the former coach and former IGL of Sentinels, who are currently playing for Mumbai. That's what awaits Sen if they don't make top two in this group. And matches like this could define who even has an opportunity to contest G2 for that kind of spot. Yeah.
Golu bhai, thank you for the one gifted Meri Jaan Ka Day. So kind of you. Love you, Meri Jaan Ka Day.
Might be looking to hold a candle to them, but for now, they've got to get through each other. And we could be looking back at this match right here, right now, one of the more pivotal ones, I think, over the
thank
course
you,
of stage 2.
Golu29 bye. Love you, Meri Jaan Ka Day. Thank you for the one gifted.
2 champs, but let's get to it. And Lotus, questions are going to be answered, no doubt about it. Eyes onto Sentinels for their attack side. How do they look after a big long break? We finally get to see
minimum 5k subs होने चाहिए मेरे गोट के. Love you यार. 5k subs हो गए तो आ रहा है घर.
It looks like Sen want to take
control of the game. Let's go Sen F2. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Loud have got people
ready. Thank you for the $5 Meri Jaan Ka Day.
Slow going for now. Just to 4 of them. In case there's contact with Paranoia being held. That peak though, that's David just immediately putting a bit of hurt and laying it all the way down. But there's a nade at your feet and you're going to have to respect it. Hort not dealt with, Jerwin. Immediately taken out. Into the pop we go though, and that plant. Denied for now. Lovely nade. Just sails Koreans right into the perfect spot there. But the second go of things, Jonah. Finally now.
अभी ओमेन दरवाजा खोलेगा फिर वो लोग को प्ले बनाना पड़ेगा.
Loud have got a lot of discipline.
Very grouped up at the moment from Sen, but now Godzilla repositions, goes and takes over towards B main.
Still with that Paranoia held though. Looking for the util to be used by Loud as the door's going to be opening wide. Trying to pull attention away. Paranoia's going to be sweeping early here. Doesn't catch on to anyone. Jonah P lowers anything, and it's Tigazine immediately answers back straight away. Just trying to weave in and out, ducking within the pit. It's shot on QT. Getting the most done here, but it leaves it just up to Cordazia. 45 HP. He was unaccounted for a moment, and the shots going just far too wide. Time was of the essence, but Loud get it under control.
That is such a patient retake from Loud. They tapped the door. Sen took the bait, thought that they were fighting, wasted Paranoia, had to overpush. Getting caught with John's fuel expiring as well. And Jonah P just ends up out in the open to Kazim with an easy kill. Very good discipline from Loud.
Yeah. I mean, they squeezed every second you could get out of the post plant.
Really lovely stuff.
Do love to see it.
This is a team that's lacking quite a lot of experience. So having them play in a way that is this disciplined and shows a lot of character, I think, for Loud.
Yeah, pacey at the right moment.
How was it, yeah?
Ton of util here, but it's all going to be steadily dealt with, really. Third
can we go back to A?
More defensive position here. Look, the switch, that door's going to be open and wide. This is just sent.
Posturing. Rounds like that as well also showcase the level of control that Erde has over the team, right? Everybody knows exactly what their job is. The newer coaching staff of Romanilli coming in as well, I'm sure, helps with all of that. But if you're looking at the IGL versus IGL matchup, there is a massissive experience difference between these two.
Yeah.
And John will be hoping to exploit that, but Erde's got his team
on such a tight leash, and
it works really well. He gives them the flexibility to make plays when required, though. Luxo is allowed to play fairly loose at times on his defensive anchoring and attack side lurking. And he may well get tested here.
Prowler.
2 players in for a B. Looks like the goal is just to
or
towards A, but then send it to try and get that plant down. And there's nobody home on the B side, so you're going to be able to get the extra pocket change in the back pocket.
This is one of those rounds where you've got to make something happen in the post plan.
ठीक है सिर्फ एक कॉल नहीं सुना मेरा.
We'll see just how far that
discipline can go. I love you मेरे जान.
From Loud, they were very patient when they were trying to play this retake
19
again.
क्यों बोला मैं 29 को भेज.
Not seeing any pushing.
I think you ignore my chat
about this one.
Let the fight come to them. Season a nade though, that is quite good, but you can just tuck towards the corner. That'd be a little bit worse for Ware, but still alive for now. Paranoia also going to be sweeping, blinded up, but Lucio anticipating the angle. Still Jonas straight there. Again, 2-piece already found. Lucio just trying to insert himself and announce himself towards that conversation. Could see it. The sliders are blind spots for just a second, and it does make it deadly.
Yeah,
a little bit expensive.
Insane bonus.
Expensive, and I think the big difference there, Brennan, is that they disrespected the Viper bonus. So Loud's patience in the round one retake was partly just to get all of the fuel out of John QT's orb that he puts up there. And look at this. Jonah playing inside of it again. Basically the exact same post-plant setup. But Loud weren't willing to wait it out this time. And they paid for it. So that's going to take a lot of the bite out of this bonus round.
Look show darker. बाकी 3 नए हैं क्या 3 नए हैं Loud में?
But this should be Sen's to
take. था पहले.
Got the guns, they're not taking any chances.
Bonus नहीं sorry eco good eco वही रे good eco वही.
Like I said, it should be Sen's to take. Things considered, that's a crazy risk to be taken, but
yeah,
that's with the rifle too.
That's a pure gamble on the bonus round there. Erde just banking on the fact that his A players were telling him there was a little bit of noise being made. And just hoping that that was an alien default.
Interesting maneuver.
Yeah, walking out through your own one-way.
Yeah.
A one-way to put it. You won't see them do that on a round that isn't the bonus, though.
No.
Unless the brainworms have got them.
That's Tigazin going to get spotted here by the Prowler.
I don't think Jonah's going to let him get this gun.
Well,
but at some point he has to give it up.
He does. He's defending it for now, but how much do you want to fight over it? That's the question. Because again, Tigazin, he's no slouch. Sheriff in his hands. But still, Jonah Peak, good level of awareness here. Door's going to be open and wide. Luke Show, you sneaky lads.
Huh?
Waiting for the right timing of this one, but again, similar gameplay, and we're just, I mean, what are we witnessing?
I mean, that was a bizarre one. They hadn't cleared Darker
behind. I'm not going to lie, tripped me out for a second. I thought they were on the same team.
They hadn't cleared Darker behind the box the entire time, and then John's clutching his chest. I think it gave him a heart attack as well.
Yeah, that's a funny one. Okay.
The 6th player of Sentinels. I'm not talking about Tarek.
It's just, I mean, yeah. Confused me.
Yeah. Okay, that round, though, extremely light buy on the bonus from Loud. And Erda took a gigantic gamble at the very beginning, and it didn't pay off. So now we get to see our first rifle round. If this series is about learning where Sen are at with their main team, rounds like this are going to tell you so much.
Go back to the opening default here. Smoke a bits and pieces of the util to see if he can lay claim to Mound. It's given up freely.
Take a series, take up
getting that ult online, so
I thought very damage
it's an expensive ult.
So bus,
hearing the thorns, but not much else. Wondering where the setup could be. Just trying to see if they can fish for the break on the thorns.
Ground position as he scales it.
Bro.
Very sticky situation potentially. He's got the orb. Be able to cross, just enough fuel in the tank to potentially just weather the storm. Meanwhile, ult's expended. It's going to be Nightfall scattering. Erde can't really hear anything, but still just going to be sidestepping into this one. But all that damage done. Barely alive, sliver of HP. The Paranoia is just a last-ditch attempt to see if he can try and live in the process. Now we're going to see it. Season the nade. Going to be deaded early here. It's Joan going down from Tigazin. Brings it into the 4v4 to retake. Fast now, off the cuff here from Loud. Already with that control over the waterfall. They need to account for Redux's position. He gets a dig straight through the wall. He's really going to be backing up on the way. Trying to play off his team's pressure, but that orb in their face does cause difficulties. Redux is basically on an island here. He's going to answer in kind. It's domination from him.
Save, Sida.
Now Vandal in his palms. He's making it sing.
God, Redux is one of my favorite players to watch at the moment. a lot of the risks that he takes in spots that are dangerous. And his raw skill is really pleasant on the eyes. I mean, that little one tap there as he just swings around. Super tight angle. But also, John plays that round perfectly. And he really barely has any impact with his gun at all. But as soon as he identifies the team is trying to, Loud are trying to re-clear him over towards rubble, he calls for his squad to accelerate. That's exactly how you want to play a 4-1 attack side. Your one player who's the lurker realizes, oh, if they're trying to threaten me on A, they must have a lot of bodies there. And that means that my squad can get in much easier on the C side.
buy from Ahmedabad.
Yeah. Why wouldn't you be? Yeah, well played Macro and the Sen players hitting their shots.
Loud. It's kind of a lovely trade from Tigazine. He's straight onto that line. Redux is going to be punished as a result. Not before he did the damage though. That gun needs to be reclaimed. He wants it. Smoke layer down. He's got the rifle back. John, though, not content to give up this space. The rest of his team is calling him back over towards Seed. Heavy prioritization over the showstopper.
No,
lovely adjustment. That was John surviving here. 49 HP though to Nade will at least sail overhead. Take him out.
I know my needs.
He's done a great job, but this time Sen can't accelerate as easily because the Vice setup is right in front of them.
आपको क्या लगता है टीम अभी के मेटा को फॉलो नहीं करते लाइक डबल ड्यूलिस्ट most of them
who's the brave one, putting on a brave face and a show of form. Slinger's not enough for the job there, but Darker, it's got a bandit.
Double duelist, single duelist, double controller meta है.
Tigazine now in at 1v2. Damage done to Cortazia. One away
चाहे
from the
मेरे को भी दिया करो यारो चाहे लो यार.
Same could be said for Jerwin.
Launching thorns. Thorns are alive.
Not that there's going to be playing a factor in this one. It's all Tigazine really seeing how he can take this in a 1v2. Got to be careful.
I mean, that setup in the post line is so good from Cortazia.
Walls up. Makes noise though. 25 HP. Steps forwards. Does Ice sort of fight down nicely. He's got a showstopper now. But no satchels. A pre-fire into the corner. He's left guessing. Not a clue in the world. It's all played for. Holding of the breath from Cortazia. He's on 9 HP himself. He didn't want to show even any signs of life. Not a sound. But now finally, it's all on Tigazine. He's got that half earned already, sticking all the way forwards and through the Cortazia. Swings, plays it well with the punish.
9 HP, the difference in that round, and that was with lighter weaponry from Loud. They definitely made Sen sweat about that one. But there were so many good moments there from both teams. I love the way that John plays it over towards Rubble. I can't believe that he's able to get back into that space as easily and still manages to get a kill out of this. How on earth has Erda missed that one?
Absurd.
Cortazia also love the way that he's utilizing his utility in the post plant there and played the clutch beautifully too. But Loud are keeping the pressure on despite the fact that they're now down a round. These Rubble mid-round reclaim fights have not been decisive for them. No. If anything, they've actually just opened up opportunities for John to either win the round through his calling or his individual skill.
So they've got big tools here that they could utilize to just brute force this one forwards. They haven't really gone for any fast plays. It's usually just been pump fakes and away, but now we're going to see it, finally. Bit of emphasis being placed onto it, but what a shot by Erde. Okay, straight to the temple. Jerwin's taking out Darker, flooding in off the team's pressure. Loud, putting on a hell of a defense. And just like that, a Sentinel's offense is just going to be crumbling beneath them. Redux, the spike hasn't ult, but really, he's got to hunt for a couple of individual kills.
Yeah, I think if he gets a pick here, though, he might well commit the ult to this.
Might send it. Could be preempting it at the back of his mind. He just needs a kill or two to go his way and potentially could take it, but no. Double up there, bit of a high-low. Darker was instantly on the scene of the site.
What a shutdown. Loud looking way more comfortable as soon as Sen increased the tempo. Their reaction was immediate. They knew what they had to do. Instead of playing the retake like they were over towards B, Erda in that tuck position that Jerwin didn't clear, gets the shutdown and then everyone floods back in. Completely boxing Sentinels in. No space given by that showstopper at all.
No.
So it's probably going to be slower rounds from here on out for Sen because fast
our
tempo.
bomb phase good in rank. Only if you have a good team and good comms.
That's brave from John QT. He's just making sure to break the bits and pieces of util over towards A, always keeping Loud guessing.
But it always depends on...
three of their players essentially tethered over there.
This is one of the few times actually where he's backed off in the first 20 seconds, though.
Yeah.
Normally he sticks around to try to break a boom bot or break a horn. This time the Prowler's going to re-clear over towards A. Loud now have better macro ideas or understanding in this round than they have done previously. For whatever reason, though, they're not rotating off, even though the Prowler saw nothing.
The ones going to be deaded early, though. Darker feeling pressured in a spot like this. He's just got that one smoke to really duck and weave away from, but his contact plays center, walking all the way in, and it's spoiled a surprise. One hell of a surprise at that. Luke Shaw looking to see if he can plug up the gap. A lot of damage done. Dings through the wall, still squaring up, but that's still Garden forced to be respected now. Peeling all the way back and away. A lot of damage done. Notice Nate could do some serious work. And that's it. Target found and target acquired. Still, Jonah P gives up his life for the cause. The plant is down at least.
And it's bad plant as well. They have to play on site here.
Both players now, Cortazir and Redux, going to be forced into uncomfortable territory. Still waiting for the cooldowns to come back online. There's a horn there, but that's that. Again, top of the head's just pointing to Ray towards a top. Cortazir and Redux doing it all on their lonesome, essentially. That was a very, very tough position to be pushed into.
Redux being able to be the supportive guy in that situation. He really can do it all, but Cortazir's aim is so sharp. You see him laser focused on the players coming towards him. You thought normally, I mean, his aim would have to swing away to break the horn. No, Redux has got his back. 100% trust from Cortazir in that situation. Cortazir stays laser focused on the opposition and shuts down the retake.
It's a big one.
Loud are getting boxed out of these rounds. Early ideas looked good with the discipline on the B retakes, and now these slower rounds that are ending mostly towards C. Ewok's got the number, he's got him downloaded.
Yeah, but it is a send timeout, interestingly enough.
Yep,
so they hit the button off the back. Presumably in this round before the clutch went off.
That is strange.
When things went wrong.
Sopa is missing your right.
I don't know, misinput.
No, I mean, it's a big red button. You can't miss the input too much, can you?
I don't know.
Ewok's leaning on it.
Scratching your elbow. It'll be funny.
I'm struggling to imagine what the timeout has been taken for here, though, because I actually think that contact play into C was a lovely idea.
Yeah, it was. It was good.
I mean, maybe he just wants to be proactive about the adjustments that they're making and try to keep Loud constantly on the back foot. But I'd say that right now, it feels like Sen have the better understanding of how the map's being played. The fast round they went for didn't work, but otherwise, John's pressure towards Rubble and the way that they're being able to get into C is really nice.
वो चोमटा लाइन में खड़ा था फोटो के लिए गाली दिया मैं उसको.
John QT Sentinels had the right ideas. Whole bundle of util here, but let's get some enlightenment from the Sentinel side.
Side में मिलेंगे.
Guys is gonna go down. Keep walking, boys. Keep walking.
Drop your wall. Drop your wall. 3, 2, 1. Yeah.
Can you smoke?
Not so loud right now. अरे खत्म नहीं हुआ game.
Get rid of wall up. This face was this wall.
Opening tree right now. He played ceiling last time. I'll contact that blind.
It's closer.
Blind. Ceiling. One is ceiling. Ceiling and one open door.
ले मजा आया बोल के तब में. मजा आया.
One is ceiling. You have C. Get water. Or ceiling. You should have C.
अरे अच्छा player है. अरे अच्छा player है.
Give me fade. You alone.
निकाल तो सकते हैं 2-3 Vipers पिट
I have
भी
one
है.
thorn in flash.
They might go fast. I know you have a pro.
You going to all? Or you...
No, I'm not.
Alright.
I need to reload.
Cortez has one thorn. We can throw a flash for you. You do have full
gas?
gas?
I've got 20. Wait.
Can you get gas when you have it?
Yeah, well, I have now.
Water.
It's gonna go down.
I think कर देना चाहिए था क्योंकि अभी डार्कर अल्ट मारेगा फिर उसको फोर्स पिक करना पड़ेगा.
More water.
Just hide.
I thorn. We're thorning. Amin has a gun. We can walk out with the thorn. I can flash for you behind you. I'll break. Cortez can look top side. I can flash. Flashing.
Sack me.
Ben. Top side. I'm playing. Off. You go first.
Last player standing.
Needs half. Count to 2. You just go.
Nice! I mean, let's go. I love that you die so you can move the second.
They are playing these situations so damn well.
That is nice.
That was a lovely little listening from Sen's side. Beautiful communication of things that they could do for each other. Not just things that they wanted to do themselves, but I mean, that was really nice stuff. I will say, though, this was a 5v3, and Loud spotted an opportunity to try to close out the round there and then at front B.
Bro, I love that you die so I can read the second. Bro, look at me. You died, so I can win the second clutch of the day, bro.
But I think Loud when they're in a 5v3 like that, Tikazine fights from B and Urda opens the door. See, you do not need to try to force 5v3 rounds.
You don't. And it's ended up spelling to the defeat of Loud so far here again.
Sending this
one straight up through into the A side.
For as much as we were complimenting them on their discipline earlier on, they absolutely lost it there.
Losing track of things, but yeah, can't sing the praises enough for Sentinels off the back of that listening here. They are in a prime position now. Joan just one away from the ult. Love to get a little kill to his name. Something to look forward to as we get into round 10.
Hey, क्या Tikazine का भाई है?
Yeah.
इतना प्यारा comms कोई क्या after 2v3 पे plus वो लोगों को मालूम नहीं था ult होने वाला है. तुम लोगों ने देखा? जैसा मेरे को मालूम था. Vice ult होने वाला है. उसको भी मालूम था.
He's just looking to try to get this all online.
Timing लेके एक
as well to try to set him up.
मार के निकल गया. बहुत प्यारा खेला.
There we go.
All right, good to see. Good to
see. Tiger the fight और मेरी जान
कर रहे. He wanted to back off in that situation, and someone told him, "Nah, just go get your kill."
Send it. They got money.
Ooh.
Davi did reclaim the rifle.
That'll help a little bit with the money, but to be honest with you, it's rounds on the board that matter here. Way, way more for Loud. They just lost a 5v3 that cost them 2 rounds because of it then contributing to an eco afterwards.
भाई तो बोला था 10 मिनट आता फोटो वगैरह के लिए बर्सी बार में दोनों वेट किए थे.
Player advantage situations at Loud. They're not playing the early rounds too badly. They were offering, I think, a little bit too easy of an opportunity to get into C and get the plants down. But now they've started fighting over Mound a bit more aggro.
Really seeing Sen, I think, reaping the rewards.
मैं अगर बोला आएगा मिलूंगा सबको तो मिलूंगा. Impossible में बिना मिलकर.
Looking nice. Hit's going to be layered down here from Loud. It's going to try and simplify the map of his side. They're going to be sending this one again. There's no baiting at the wall. Joan's going to be sent flying forwards now with that showstopper. There's no blue room open for him to see if he can hunt down any remaining players, but they'll be happy with the space. Scales all the way forwards now, get the rest of the team involved. A pit of their own as well is going to be causing even more complexity for the retake.
Yeah, very specific pit there from John as well. Tucks himself in the corner with a lineup and then drops it immediately.
Okay, Nightfall's coming, and that was on the other side of things there. We're going to see it, smokes on smokes. Redix looking to see if he can create little pockets to play in here. Some carnage and chaos that can potentially thrive, and he just gets the one nade underhanded. There's a guessing game as to where these players might lie. Still Loud, retreating and backing up and away. Is what it looks like.
Chance था 4-man ult मारा था अगर
another round on the board here for Sentinels.
These B retakes have all been about how John plays around his util. In the first couple of rounds, it was Jonah playing inside of the orb, and now it's John putting a pit down, and it just makes it so difficult to get back into B. These rounds that John is selecting are so specific to the ults that they have in line. You can't do a B exec like that unless German has his showstopper. Because otherwise, you can't buy the time for the Vice Wall to retract back again. So the showstopper here, it's sole job is to just like take all of the space and then hold it for long enough that the rest of his team can come in and help Joe. And once they have that spot, the pit goes down. I really love the way that John's been calling.
It's a rookie mistake.
Depend करता है call to call.
What was that alluding to? Not too sure. Loud though. Time for them to take a time out. They were given a bit of grace.
बाद में आके और
one earlier for
TCM में ऐसे comms होते थे, ऐसे होते थे, बस hopefully कभी leak ना हो.
Potentially the difference between 7-5, respectable half, or one where you're getting absolutely shut out.
Oh, they have guns and they have ults, so there's not going to be some kind of snowball happening for these final 2 rounds of the half. This is an opportunity for the coaching staff to come in and give them 2 good ideas to try to level this half out a little bit. 7-5 half is fine. I mean, they won the pistol, so it's not great, but it's fine. And then you just have to rely on Erda to be able to give you a bunch of attacking rounds, or Luxo with the clutches, with the lurks, to be able to put you in winnable positions. But these last 2 rounds, they mean everything, and to be honest with you, both of them have to go Loud's way in order to make this feel competitive. Sen have been very firmly in control. The only rifle round they lost was that fast A hit where Loud looked extremely tight with the flood.
Yeah.
भाई मेरे को लेकिन अभी तक सबसे बाप के मरडे का लगा.
Something they could improve on are these rubble reclear ideas. To be honest, it kind of feels like they've given up with them because the execution wasn't good enough. Loud have started also fighting over towards Mound a bit more, but Sen have not really been contesting this ever since they made the adjustment.
No. वो अच्छा fights ले रहा है. Beginning of the half, but not much since then.
And beginning of the half, Loud were playing bunker setups on C.
Jervin के रेस में बेटर सच्ची मर गया. एक्चुअल में कॉल आया था सेंस से.
Urda making it his responsibility to grab information.
Phone switch off था करके बच गया.
C.
Jonah. Posturing like there are more players here, and this
Loud एक time पे हो रहा था.
All the way forwards, baiting the wall for the team. He's a low doing
जीता
that.
तो और मिलेगा.
It feel like it's a B to C default currently.
लेकिन ये भी Loud अच्छा
hearing
है.
these noise cues.
सारे fire
and actually, there's a double lurk potential over towards A.
और Luxio तो
now more fakes. Big call from John here, faking like they're going over towards A. The Prowler clears it out though.
I mean, at least spotted. Top of his head. He's got to be careful. Does have the TP to get out.
I think Loud actually do have a decent read about this. The Prowler was important.
On Rubble too.
Yeah, Luxio's getting deep on Rubble. So they're going to be able to stack bodies over towards C. Takazine is in the perfect spot to give Loud a massively important round. Another fake.
We're going to be throwing ults into it apparently, just trying to make the most of this one. Takazini's running over towards it, but they've called it off ever so slightly. Still Sen. Prime now to power straight through the smoke as it dissipates. It's going to be the nade sailing. Erde now under that pressure. A really hot position. We're going to see this one with a showstopper. It just goes and leads. Claims that one kill. Still Sentinels flooding in. The exchange of the fire here brings it into a 2v2, but time against them. Spike needs to be reclaimed. It's not been picked up. John doesn't have it. He needs to earn these kills. He's got to circle all the way back. Where is it? Top of the box. Finally gets it. And now we see it. Time barely online, but the plant is there. We see that extension once more.
Oh my god.
Luke Shaw just drifting.
Bro, क्या close था.
It's a horrible scenario. 1v2 for him to see if he can piece together anything.
बहुत लोगों को दिखता भी नहीं था best bike.
Trying to get past these players, already seeing signs of life. Safe Might's going to be good. Connects into the corner. John finding his time, just trying to play it down to the bitter moment. Time still being played here, but that swing by Jonah P.
It's so good.
It is. It's just on the right timing. Lucio doesn't even anticipate any sort of trade coming through.
Yep. When Jonah doesn't immediately trade out John there, it makes it feel like he's going for a flank, going for a play, reposition himself somewhere else. He just picks a delayed timing right as Lucio swaps away. This round was so winnable from Loud. I loved all the different layers of how John was faking where they were actually looking to end. The B fake from Jonah P was inspired because it pulled Takazine away just when they thought they had it right and it was going towards
Next update race थोड़ा nerf करना चाहिए.
At best now for Loud, this is an 8-4 half.
We kind of teed it up, didn't we? In terms of the IGLs, John QT versus Erde. Monumental difference in terms of the experience. I think you're seeing it made manifest. I mean, if you're getting kills like that too, it's really everything going right for you.
Yeah, unlucky.
Luke Shaw having to take risks here. He's way ahead of the door, just tries to take the fight forward. Anticipated that it could be just a solo player, not the case. Loud are crumbling.
It might feel like he even has to take the risk and force the fight. Same with Davi. They don't have their own Viper wall to be able to escape, so Davi's got to back into B.
Left guessing constantly.
Most of these rounds have been sent digging themselves out of player disadvantage situations, which is remarkable considering that they're up 8-3, but this is one where they've got a 4v3, a player to the good, and they found the empty site again. I mean, just so much good stuff to say about the way that John's been navigating this on attack.
Season's going to be landing where they anticipated, but lucky for Sen, nobody is home. Still, John goes down in through B Avenue. That's going to even it up into a 3v3. It's given Loud chances now.
And they're taking this very individually, Brent.
I mean, he's so far forwards. Who else is going to be playing here with him? Absolutely nobody at all. He's pulling Util out at least. I'm going to be gliding back to the rest of the pack here. The Horns at least clearing a portion of the site, but there's a smoke in their faces. They've got to get past this one now. Jonah P, just 50 health to work with here, but he is shutting the door in their faces. Redux to clear up that pressure once more. Davi left alone to his devices. A 9-3 half is what Sentinels have earned up. It's been clinical from them.
Another spot where Redux just gets a play off a teammate. I thought it might descend into individualism towards the end, but Jonah dances on the edge of it so brilliantly. Like you said, baiting out all of that retake utility, and then falling back into a spot where Redux can swing off his contact. It's remarkably well played. This is a very nice half from
Oh boys, come on.
Checking all the boxes right now, this Sentinel squad. 9-3 currently, looking to take it all the way.
मिलाओ भाई, बहुत प्यारा बंदा, बहुत प्यारा बंदा. Out didn't even fight for him in months. वो एक जगह पे fight कर सकते थे बस. जब भी सी पे प्रेशर हो रहा था और वो लोग ने ए पे टाइमिंग डाल के रिवील डाला था, वो जैसे रिवील थोड़ा सीधा ट्राई करने का, जो भी हो 4 बंदे अगर तुम लोग ए पे हो, ट्राई करने का, फाइट करने का। बस वो एक ही था, बाकी हर बार फाइट करने का जरूरत नहीं है, पॉइंट नहीं है तुम लोग यूटिल डंप करके ए में फाइट करोगे जबकि तुम लोग बॉल है। एपिक इमोट मिला ना करो यार, मेरा क्या सीन है?
Coming to the game day, I'm going to feel a little bit more nervous than regular game days. Definitely more excited and 100% more pressure.
चैट क्या लगता है, क्या लगता है? मेरे को आज फील आ रहा है, हाँ, मॉर्निंग बर्ड फील, मॉर्निंग बर्ड फील, हाँ हाँ, आ रहा है, 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 आ रहा है।
And Ethan has won 2, and I haven't won anything, so at the beginning of the season, it was pretty hard to like feel good enough. I had a lot of confidence issues coming into the team.
ये क्या है? ये क्या है भाई? ये क्या नहीं है, क्यों है?
Well, let's get to it then here. 9-3. Loud still all smiles on a lot of their faces, to be honest, despite the fact that they are down these 6 rounds. And again, we're seeing it now. Lock in as well with a #1 VPN, Express VPN. Make sure to scan that QR code on your screens and get involved here. But the Sentinels are looking honestly really, really nice. Finally getting a chance to stretch out their legs a little bit with John QT back in the main lineup.
Yeah, good to see. Their attack side calling, I think, was extremely good. They've got themselves up a 6-round lead, like you said, on their opponent's map pick.
Yeah, it's nice.
And you can see here a small correction from us. That was Loud's tactical timeout earlier on that was taken, where we were puzzled about why Sen would have taken one after winning.
Makes more sense.
Yeah. So Loud now with no tag timeouts to work with either.
Got a piece of together 1 round at a time.
We had so many questions about why Loud picked this map when it was the one that they ended up losing to Crew. But all right, fair enough. Maybe they thought the matchup would work for them. A lot of pressure, a lot of responsibility on the shoulders of Erde here to guide his team to some good rounds on the attack.
18 plus
Jerwin is already ahead of most of this one. Holding down to that angle, but spotted out, but still locked onto the line. Damage done with that bandit. No kill claim for the second one, but still it's going to be pot shots raining down through that wall. What is here?
बहुत damage दिया, बहुत damage दिया.
Can bleed, but it goes either way here. Jonah P also somehow dropped down to 1 HP. Door, it's going to be opened up wide. This is Loud, fully committing. It looks like if it was the A side, they have to bait out that wall for now.
Cortezia wants to hold his ground.
Yeah, moving forwards, but that horn needs to be dealt with, and now he has to weave backwards and forwards. Still, bailout is in order. John QT from that high ground. Offers it all, really. Respite for now. Not quite half out Cortezia, but still he's done some damage.
That was a headshot through the wall.
Yeah. Got into a very winnable spot. Player advantage here.
Giving
themselves up. Darker. Got his eyes on the doorway now. Been open, but complete open it, perfectly causing chaos and confusion. Trying to pull the attention away for these Loud players for now, but Darker's back onto the line. It's going to take some real sharp shooting on display. Instantly traded once more. Davi, it's only 6 HP to his name. It's not enough to get anything done.
Well, this might be a remarkably dominant map here for Sen. Loud are going to be in a spot where I think they kind of have to force down 3 to 10 on their map pick.
Yeah.
Sen utterly in control since round 3, basically. A tiny little blip. A single rifle round loss. Otherwise, they've been immaculate. Flattering them. Digging themselves out of tough positions some of the time as well. In other times, really, really in control of the game. And Loud, they're not going to go to force. They're going to play to try to run this one all the way back, allowing Sen to get up to 11.
Okay.
Didn't feel like they got enough kills, perhaps, even though they got the plant money down.
And Sen are not taking any chances.
There is only one.
4 Bulldogs.
Yeah.
Judge in the hands of Jerwin.
Yeah.
No reason to really min-max when... It's always a possibility. Allowed. Forcing into it, we know.
Yeah.
They are not.
You don't need to get greedy. You only need 3 rounds.
Yeah.
काम कम है.
This one out though, Jerwin. Potential for this guy to feast.
जो भी मेल से
no
मैनेजर
prowlers.
देखा है.
Oh dear.
No prowler at all.
Out gearing up to this.
10 cents
one
good.
player you don't want to feed.
सब good है. Sorry,
Jerwin.
एक नाम लेने के लिए sorry.
Primed for absolutely everything now. Oh my, it's a blender.
मजाक set
Thrown
कर.
into the mix. Almost
एक और गोली पड़ती
unlucky
है.
to not get the
Full
follow-up
lateral
on the
मार
last
देते
two
तुम.
players, but he's definitely softened them up for now. Got a follow-up and through. Cortezia spraying them down, isn't he? Hail of bullets barely whistling past the heads of these loud players. They get the plant down at least.
Shotgun है यार.
Plenty of pace in there, I think.
Yeah. Don't know how he's living in the midst of all of this one still. Making it really uncomfortable for these loud players, and with the judge in his hand, it's not exactly a gun you can really take the initiative with. Being peppered from multiple directions, picked apart at the seams, the way that Sentinels handle it.
Well, if this is Sen's form on their opponent's map pick,
the
hell does the rest of their map pool look like? This is immaculate stuff. It looks really clean.
आ गया आगे थोड़ा
Not been
buffer हुआ
wasting
था.
time in a break by the looks of it.
No.
नहीं अभी तो ठीक
We
है.
were talking at the beginning, I think, about this
Good
series.
to see playing like this.
Was a statement of can you contest? Can you potentially reach greater heights?
हाँ, Senna second.
Potentially taking second seed spot in your
Sen
group.
is senning.
Yeah, I think it's about. We've
मेरी
already
तरह
seen the
चल रहा है.
floor
Actually,
of Sen,
second
right?
है,
Because we
second.
saw them without John, and
पहले
we've
से
marked
काफी
in.
हद
And
पहले बहुत left right
they're at
होता.
least, and on their worst day, still going to be
अभी
able to beat
एकदम
Cloud9,
discipline
which
के
is a
साथ
crazy
खेल रहे.
thing to say. But at their best, we have no idea. We don't know, honestly, what the ceiling of this team looks like in stage 2. But I think you're getting glimpses at the potential, at the very least, of it here. Could they possibly fight for top 2 in the
इतने
group?
जल्दी कैसे उठ जाते हैं
I'm
यार?
looking at the score right now, and I'm saying, why not?
Yeah. This is real clean stuff.
मैं 8:30-9 बजे घर पे आया.
Switching over now.
खाना खाया सो
Haven't
गया.
seen too much, obviously, of the defense.
3
but
घंटे में उठ गया.
Bonus round now for Sentinels. For Loud, goes without saying, a must-win round. Just
आपके last video में कोई glitch था क्या? I think हो गया वो
Bridge I
fix.
might want to sell you too.
2 घंटे का दिख रहा है stream.
We've seen a lot of comebacks across every region.
Yeah.
But
some one-sided Valorant.
पहला कुछ तो 16 मिनट दिख रहा
you
था.
can never really see them coming because they inherently have to come from dominant halves like this. I think a lot of it is going to come down to how well they can work the attack side. It's a similar kind of 4-1 idea coming out from Loud. They're meeting John on the defense side, who doesn't have a snake bite. This is a pretty weak side of the map over here. I don't think John's going to stick around for too long.
Where players could be at this point. Revealed now, though, when you see all that Utah flying forwards, yeah, makes it pretty abundantly clear. Plant will be going down momentarily alongside it. It's going to be calling for the Sentinels players to gear up, but what does Util lay it down, double thorns into the corner. Louder in a pretty nice spot here with a post. See how they take
Heavy delay वो लोग ये तरह fighting नहीं कर पाएंगे. और दो thorns actually अच्छे बे.
Yeah, nade over towards
I think
Tuxine as
पीछे
well.
तक भी radius है उसका.
Doors opened up as well, causing distractions. It's Cortezia. That paranoia does sweep indeed, and that's going to be even more. So sees and a nade eventually into the corner. Horns overhead. Doesn't reveal too much at all. Feels like they're flooding here and now, and Loud at least putting on one hell of a show. And a beautiful round for them. It is flawless, and it needed to be.
If there was any way back into this map, it would come with rounds like that. Being able to build up your economy, keep it in a really safe place, build up towards ults and start to snowball. Sure, all of that good stuff would happen, would need to happen for Loud to have a hope to get back into this game. That was a round though with only Bulldogs on the other side from Sen. A couple of players almost getting caught by a nice Seize Nade idea. But Loud persevere, weather the storm. Come out looking good on the other side. Cortezia picks up the Odin. We actually saw him doing quite a lot of this in their most recent game. I thought maybe it was just him testing it out on Summit. But he's been inspired by Brock.
Yeah. It's a hell of a punishing gun, I think, as well. If you hard hit start coming towards you as the anchor player, playing Senti.
And of course, Brock's been doing it on more than just the initiator.
Yeah. Trying to use it to its fullest. Doors are going to be opened up, though. Keep Sentinels guessing. You can see the way that they're maneuvering their pieces, players, shifting around the map. Towards where this pressure might actually be real. Louder. Pumping a ton of bullets into this. They haven't actually baited out a Vice Wall.
No, it's not been a particularly successful default there over towards seeing in terms of creating pressure or question marks, not threatening a lurk even. It's a passive hold over towards A from Sen. But it's exactly where Loud are going, and there's still 2-3 players here to collect.
Jowen's 1 kill away from that showstopper, but he's holding it down towards that blue room angle.
Well, it looks like they want to go here as well. You look at the positioning of Darker, they probably want to end B.
30 seconds left, got to get a move on. Time now, you don't really have much else to play with. That is a seize. It's going to be side-stepped and avoided, at least for now. Jowen hops up, and there's that kill. He's got his ult now, and there it is. Sends it flying, but immediately with a punish. Tikazine sharp with it. Need to be rapid onto that approach, but John QT plugging up again. The gaps, the flank. Managed in time. Lucho, it's all on you now, but can't adjust in time. Not there, at least with the transfer. Big player advantage still remains. Tikazine, the rookie, a weight on his shoulders to see if he can find any sort of light at the end of the tunnel. Not likely. Now up to Davi. Bring around the roses here, finally reveals his position, and that is an immediate, no hesitation. Sen running straight up onto it. It's all recognized and all handled here. Can barely get themselves onto the spike in time, but Sentinels are just looking pretty fantastic, it goes without saying.
Yeah, I think Cloud make it too easy for them as well. The lack of pressure, baiting out the Vice Wall, breaking the Thorns, this kind of stuff over towards C, it just means that there's too many bodies here for them to be able to get through. Even when Tikazine manages to get the shutdown on the ult, they don't have the time on the clock to be able to go back to B. So that means that Darker's basically out of the round, just taking a random 1v1. Hello, you need that. Joey, that's your mouse. Oh.
Yeah, those glass skates will do that.
Mouse pick ke maar raha hai.
Flying.
He really did. All right, eyes on Jowen. Can he still hit a shot?
आजकल सब maps इतने one-sided क्यों हो रहे हैं? I think आगे जाके जब playoffs आएगा तब
pause the Technica.
और I think कुछ teams are clearly better than कुछ
to be able to close this out. Please, no, I beg you. I beg you, no. Luxio's going to pick up the op here in an attempt to just change things up and find anything that works.
Surely got to be careful in a spot like this, but still just looks to gear up and take the fight. Straight up. Trying to offload it here. Oh, but he skipped past it early.
I think
wasn't born yesterday. Davi straight there. This feels very much slap
But they found their way into C, and they're going to be able to get a 3v3 post plant. So, you know, the round is in no way one here for Sentinels.
Across the board, Darker, bit of individuality there, in through the B side, swinging through though, John QT.
Pagal मारे जा रहा है.
Towards it as he realized the plant was going down, but he's doing some damage in the process. Steel Garden. It's an unfortunate one. He won't have a pocket to play in. Just behind the pillar.
Redux does though.
Yeah.
Managed to keep the Vandal.
Exactly, avoided it. Has a paranoia too. All baited.
Crossing A वाला smoke देगा क्या?
This Bamba missing the mark on a few of these now. Sees. Dodge once more. Still there with a fight. Luke Show sidestepping. Happy feet, but can't really avoid much of that. John QT. The IGL now. His players are weak, but he realizes, I think, at this point, time has gotten away from him. He'll just look to see if he can make them bleed as much as humanly possible.
8 chances, down to 7 there. Loud coming into this one, trying to find a weaker C-side, which they did manage to get into. Sen trying to mix up their defensive setups as well. They had a very heavy bunker setup in the previous round. Vice and Viper overlapping, mega defensive utility. This time they try to fight it a little more aggro. You know, get somebody out on mound, have the fade there with the raise. Doesn't work as well.
अभी तुम लोगों को लगता रहेगा कि किक वाले सबजोर्स देके बहुत
another eco,
लेकिन वो हर महीना थोड़ी रहेगा.
Senna being in a pretty prime spot.
Of course.
Rota पे कौन सा हीरो खेलो जल्दी बोलो. Punch मेरा favorite है.
For Cortesia as well.
Yeah.
No, but it makes perfect sense.
Hey,
you put 4 pistols on one side of the map, 1 Odin on the other. It's about equal.
नहीं आते क्या? आती है ना? क्यों नहीं आती?
Cortesia's not exactly in the right spot to potentially burst and beam them all down here to show a stopper. That one. Oh!
Cloud is playing like
barely alive.
1 HP.
Yep. Not a dream.
Action में 3-4 round तो close कर सकते हैं.
Bogdan's law applies to Odin.
Straight up.
Cincha best है.
Swap of hands. They know what the deal is. Laos looking like they want to fight this one potentially aggressively. I mean, this position, Tikazine, definitely feels like it.
मैंने किया इसका मतलब समझे. जो समझना समझो.
In a spot like this.
Google के नेटवर्क के हिसाब से मेरे 4 करोड़ नीचे तो being shake नहीं.
Yeah, I like dropping back, playing a bit of a safer position. You don't want to potentially give away a gun there.
That is precarious. Doors opened up, at least covered here by Loud. And time, at this point, ticking away. I don't think Sen really have any more chances into this round, just with the nature of the Thorns being placed down.
Alt farm.
See Loud clean up the
Redux भी
remaining
लड़ी ले
players.
अल्टी
Would
आ
like to keep
जाएगा
these guns though, as far as I'm aware, and well, maybe not.
Yeah, I mean they'll still have 3 guns to be able to play with coming out of the back of that round. But
क्या
it's a
रैंक
little
में
odd. I
वर्क
mean,
करेगी
Darker playing that
100%
almost as if he
करेगी,
was
क्यों नहीं
Luke Shaw and
He's
was looking to
also-
try to get up his ult.
Yeah, I mean he's only got 2 ult orbs with his left there, so.
I think at the end of the day, though, you literally just have to win every round. So
no reply,
they're gonna have
no
their backs
reply.
against the wall no matter what. And they've got the plant money, they've got the kill money. They'll be fine. Jerwin now picks up the op. Cortesia, an infinite supply of these Odins. They can throw away one in the previous eco, and he's still got another to be able to work with.
और
6 chances for Sentinels to close this out. 6 rounds that would need to be strung together in a row for Loud to push this to OT. No big ults yet.
No.
Even if Luke Shaw gets his online, it's not one that you can build an entire game plan around. Maybe they could get into B and play some kind of
Good morning.
morning. Getting into B is easier said than done.
It's false info, gives them peace of mind.
ऐसा क्यों रखा है Dark Lux ने
He's
generally
pulling all the way back towards the side, but Prowler, okay, seeing it. Signs alive now spotted. Luke Shaw out into the open. Ball's going to be dropping down. Redux is going to be caught. Trying to TP forwards there as a cheeky play trying to make, but Loud are aware of it.
Bro,
Top of it all.
I think we've seen him do that one before.
Yeah.
Tons of pressure now on Jonah P.
Now he's going to try and see if he can put a stop and a stunt this attack approach. Loud really trying to fly forwards here, taking it piece by piece, trying to dissect most of the site. Sees up towards heaven as well, just in case there was a player there, but they're calling for
mat kar
it's not ideal, Cordesia.
That was just as the one-way went down.
Yep, still, you can just see directly underneath it, trying to at least transfer there with the Odin in hand, but now just up to Davi, and this is all over the map.
normal
Back against the wall indeed. Boomer going to be chasing him down, straight at the heels. It is Sentinels winning 13-6 for our opening map.
ये भी
That
advantage
is one
वाला नहीं
hell of a
जीते
statement from them.
कैसे बंग में बहुत दिन बाद कैसे डॉक्टर साहब मैं एकदम बढ़िया
pulling back what should have been an impossible player disadvantage.
कितने मैचेस जीतने पड़ेंगे
So many mistakes from Loud across that map, and that was their map pick. They offered opportunities to Sen, and Sen were by far and away good enough to capitalize on each and every one of them. I mean, there were a couple of serious yellow, red card kind of moments there towards the end, to be honest
We didn't
with
have the props. You couldn't see us anyway, but
we'll be throwing them out.
They would have been, I think, here for
Finally,
Loud. They're going to see if they can dig deep and
जहाँ पे
battle back on the other side of
chat
this one, but it is
interaction
Sentinel's map pick of Breeze coming up after this.
ये क्या जबरदस्ती वाला फाइट और वो लोग पनिश हो गए भाई जरविन का शॉट अब भी देगा भाई मत मारा उसने मुंबई में जस्ट इन केस कोइंसिडेंटली कहीं मिलना हो तो आपका फेवरेट स्पॉट क्या रहेगा
every time express like a pro and optimize your connection in
भाई
one tap
कोइंसिडेंटली मेरी जान के उल्टे मैं घर से बाहर ही नहीं निकलता तो अगर नसीब में किधर भी मिला तो मिल लेना मेरी जान 16 घंटा स्ट्रीम करने बाद कहाँ पे मिलूंगा मैं कोइंसिडेंटली एसिटल नहीं है क्या विजिट में नहीं एक बार तो चैट देख मेरा मैं तो देख रहा हूँ साउंड डिले आपका रिफ्रेश करो वाईटी पक्का डन से गुड मॉर्निंग बंग बाय गुड मॉर्निंग बताओ क्या चल रहा है कुछ क्रेजी चल रहा है लाइफ में गेमिंग हाउस नहीं बोला गया ये उधर भी जाके टाइम हो गया यार गुड मॉर्निंग मैं जान कर रही क्यूटो क्या हो गया नींद नहीं आ रही पीसी चालू कर आजा पार्लर खेलता नहीं करना मैलो खेला एक गेम नहीं करो मेरी तीसरी जीवर से की जाम तुम लोग टेंशन ना लो नेक्स्ट वॉच पार्टी में हूँ आज क्या खाना खाया आपने मेरे को याद नहीं रहे मैं क्या खाया कुछ तो हेल्दी खाया मैंने क्या भाई ना
Earns another one back up. Jonah P looking to see if he can play off the back of all this chaos. Weaving in and out past the cove. And he's found his mark. Found his timing.
E vai ter pressão pra cima dele. A equipe da Cru começando no lado de ataque. Quase! Mais uma. Vem a terceira também. Tá com 10 de vida. Mas ele salve do Les!
I am here with Ewok ahead of map 2. Pretty clean on that first map, but it's got to feel good seeing John Cutie come back and everything kind of get back to order.
Yeah, it's good. As I mentioned, it was really good to have Marv, but of course it also stunted a little bit of our progress that we were making leading up to stage 2. It's good to have him back, and we actually had some time to prepare for this game, so yeah, it's good to have him back.
If you could lead into any of that progress, what is kind of a hope for the squad this year that you can achieve?
Well, of course, we're chasing top 2, right? That's the goal, and we're going to work our ass off to make sure that we give it our best shot, and that's what happens.
Love it. Good luck, Coach. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, in the return of Sentinel's IGL and the first match with the full new team, it's a pretty great start here on Lotus, especially in that first attacking half from Sen. I want to talk about that a little bit to begin, because I think the execution, the team play, all of these facets, the details that can be hard to get right, were so impressive for a squad that's only just stepping in with their full roster now.
Yeah, I think Sentinels played a lot of these rounds where they sort of maneuvered the map, found a weak side, and then it just straight up hit it. So they ended up playing so many of these post plants, Emily, just with major numbers up.
Yeah, and it worked out every time, and I feel like because they were leaning towards that seaside, which you said they identified as kind of that weak spot, anytime, you know, they went into the sort of a team fight with Loud, it felt like Sentinels always came out on top just because they had the extra numbers there, whereas Loud, they were mostly playing 2 there each time, and they just couldn't get those retakes to really click for them.
Yeah, there were just also a lot of utility, I think, that Sentinels still had available to them in the post plant, whether that's John putting an orb down late in one of these choke points around the seaside or having some buys utility. There were just endless layers to the defense.
Yeah, the way they cycled all of that too, you know, you have the Viper Orb towards that water area and then Thorns coming out, especially in those really late post plants when the bomb is like in these last few seconds. It just looked phenomenal.
It really did. On the side of Loud though, I think that this was a pretty stark contrast. You're mentioning the positive team fighting for Sen. I think you saw a lot of the opposite, where we're seeing Loud go for a lot of pretty individualistic plays, and every time they gave one of these opportunities, Sen was just dominating them, sometimes even just in terms of individual mech.
Yeah, I think there were a lot of, like, even if you just look at the replay in that last round, there's just so many of these, like, small angles that Sentinels were playing as players are trying to come back into the site, and unless you have perfect spacing and trading off one another, you're just going to get carved up when Sentinels were shooting like they were.
Yeah, I mean, those pixel angles on that C site were brutal, especially when a lot of teams have been kind of just throwing that smoke on site and then playing those headshot angles. It's really hard to fight back into.
Yeah, what a map from John, though, returning after having to step away for medical reasons in week 1 of stage 2. He was an absolute standout for them early in the year when the team was struggling, and now stepping back into that IGL role, he's just as good as ever individually, Emily.
Yeah, and I think it really showed not even just the way he was shooting, but the calls that he was able to make. The last time we saw Sen play this map last week, they had a pretty hard time on attack. I think it was like a 5-7 half for them. And, you know, they had the right foundation. They had great reactions, great protocols, great team fights. All of that was there. This time around, though, they had the reads coming in from John Cutie. He was so good at identifying that C is their weak side. Great at maneuvering the map and trying to bait some util out towards that A side so that they can end strong.
Yeah, I would sort of describe John's calling on Lotus in particular, very low risk generally on the attacking side. Like, you're not going to see tons of freedom from individual players to go find lurks, but what you do see is a pack mentality and a team that can adjust positioning or adjust which site they want to go off of just based on very small pieces of information the defense gives them.
Yeah, I'm wondering what you guys are expecting real quick for our map 3 here, which, rather our map 2, which is going to be
Don't get ahead of yourself. Don't spoil the script to me.
Sorry. I was opening up for a second, but no, we're going to map 2. It's going to be Breeze. When we previously saw Sen playing on this map, they were giving us this really unique double duelist look, bringing the ISO into the mix. They played that both in stage 1 and in the EWC qualifiers. Do you think they're going to return to that, or should we expect a new look today from Sen?
I honestly wouldn't mind if they kept that. I think it worked really great for the players that they have. Seeing Redux and Gerwin kind of get a little bit more active in that dynamic duo, I think it could really throw Loud off.
Yeah, and honestly, it's just great anti-op technology. Having the shield, having the push wall, it's just so effective at making a defense player, like playing a chamber or a jet, doesn't matter. Like, if you buy an op, you're just kind of trolling, because you're going to be taking close angle fights almost all the time. It's very good at stunting that.
Yeah, especially against a team who's playing the default double controller jet comp, which is exactly how Loud was playing this map the last time they brought it out. For Sen in general, any time they're putting a map that is just letting the double duelist players shine individually is when I feel like they look at their best. Week 1 against Cloud9, they're playing the double duelist, they're letting Cortez go wild. All of that has looked so good for this squad. But Loud in a bit of a tougher position. Romanilli, he's standing by with Riv to get his thoughts ahead of map 2.
Here was Romanilli before map 2. Looking at that map 1, it kind of fell away from you. What do you feel like was the problem that the team couldn't get going?
I think mostly on the CT side, we were kind of afraid to take space, to play a little bit more with the info. We were like playing too really passive. So I think mostly that's the fix we need to do on Breeze, and hopefully on the third map. From the T side was kind of like a few rounds, so it was kind of like a snowball a little bit from the CT side. So yeah, I hope we can fix that from the next match and bring the series to us.
What are you going to be telling the team?
A little bit more energy, don't be afraid to play, you know. In the end, everyone goes to Sao Paulo, so maybe like the group stage is kind of like more to adapt, know the pros and the cons of the team, and just play the game, you know.
All right, good luck, coach. Thanks so much.
आपका रेस देख के काफी सीखा हूँ. रेस हो combo always works on a yes sir. W मित भाई. आज हम मस्त मैगी बनाया गरम यार. गरम मैगी ड्राई वाला बहुत बाप लगता है.
The biggest difference was the ghosting. It was a immediate change. If you see something and it's not actually there.
Always with you. Thank you. Binks भाई अगर ये मैच Loud जीते तो Fred refund कर देना. 1:5 है. Refund क्यों करूँगा?
That way I can always trust them. That I can just focus on competing. My performance will always be at the top level.
Zowie.
House snap क्यों आया?
Lock. 3 years ago, maybe. I'll go ahead and lock that in.
Drop this map.
Split lock.
Lock.
Drop.
Good map.
Honestly,
I got a love-hate relationship with this map. I guess I'll have to lock this one in too.
I hated splits since the beginning of the game. Angles are
Lotus lock.
Lock.
Sorry, Lotus, you have a bad spot in my
W
heart
map.
right now. I'll go ahead and keep you though for the good memories.
decent map. I would say we're gonna have to keep some maps in.
Haven lock.
Good map
Haven
again.
Lock. Another lock.
Yeah, I'll keep it lock.
Breeze lock. Another
Drop.
lock. Damn, I'm like saying lock
Drop.
for all these maps. Breeze lock.
Drop that. Love this map.
Drop.
Sunset lock.
Maybe lock.
Drop.
Lock, sunset. Also lock. Damn. Yeah, Sunset, you're staying with me here.
Honestly, it's a pretty fun map.
Summit lock.
I'm figure. I
Lock.
don't got
Lock.
anything for summer
Lock.
right now. I think it's we'll keep it at lock for now.
Summit lock.
Summit, I never played, so I'm gonna skip it.
Summit drop. Goodbye.
अच्छा ये लोग के हाथ में नहीं है मैप रोटेशन. Live from Bangladesh by Love Mirjan. Score prediction for next map. I think Loud wins. Map 2. 13-10. सुबह इस टाइम पे देख रहे वो लॉयल व्यूअर्स है ना यारो. लॉयल तो है. जॉन किटन ने सभी लॉक कर दिया. सब खेलना है उसको. दीप भाई शाउट आउट टू मेरी जान. लव फ्रॉम एस. लव यू दीपक भाई. Whole lot to play for here if you are Loud heading into Breeze already getting a bit of a spoiler there. I can see one PH has been played, which means we are going to see a different look in terms of compositions on this map for Sentinels. I'm a fan of it, to be honest. लैपटॉप में गेम खेल रहे थे मुंह खोल के
and looks like the meta
वाइट कलर का माउस था
okay, now
it's not.
भाई actually अच्छा माउस था बता
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that. I can't lie. I wasn't expecting that.
No, I've got to be honest with you. When I saw the Phoenix, I was thinking, yeah, no, you're right. We're going towards the 100 Thieves comp.
Yeah.
The Phoenix with the Neon.
Love Banks, I love you.
Which
team is
Cypher as well.
Best right now according to you? Best नहीं.
On Breeze.
It's
काफी teams अच्छा खेल रहा है.
It feels like too big of a
Best जो
map
जीता
for
वही.
you to be able to get anywhere with your dash. Where are you dashing to that's going to be safe? I guess into a cove?
Yeah.
Or something like that. I am intrigued to see
कैसे मुंह खोल
what
के
Sentinel's theory is once we get onto
खेल
the
रहे थे
attack
ऐसा
side.
लग रहा था ना करो ना
Defense side, I
करो.
can see tons of different ideas with it, right? Like you're using Refract early to be able to push out B or push elbow or
Trigger
something
trap
like
plays
that.
with it, the Phoenix flashes around the corner, things
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, there's
Maybe Joan will be open a bit as well. Like I can understand on defense, the saturate's always good on defense as well. But on attack,
अपने को भी पंचायत देखा है उसमें से आप
you can use it like a jet on
सचिव
B
जी हो
because
नहीं
you can
रे.
get into the back area.
60 FPS पे खेल के प्राइड पहुंचा but
Surely you can't dash all
right
the
now
way
I bought a better laptop now it feels like I'm better player than whole lobby. Better FPS matters. Obviously it matters. This game है ना.
We'll get to see it.
We don't have to test it. We're going to see it, like you
Obviously
said.
it
Yeah, we're going to
matters.
see what the theory is, at least on the second half of Breeze. And really, we should put some emphasis, potentially respect on the name of Loud, because they are the ones who have to really find a way forwards here, because Sentinels
जानकर नहीं बोला माफ करे जानकर डे.
Sentinels
Discord server link कहाँ है? Exclamation mark
decisive
Discord.
game, genuinely, in the grand scheme
अगर
of
नहीं है
things.
तो
We've
कल
been
आ
bringing
जाओ
it up
मॉड हेल्प कर
constantly.
देंगे.
They were talking about it in a coach interview, in fact, Sentinels, about
Live
their
at
goal
5
is to
AM,
make
WC में,
top
thank
2
you.
in their group. If you get top 2, you
चलो.
get to skip all that mess of play-ins
भाई सोचो
entirely. You
मैप
get to
के
watch the
बाहर
rest
भी
of the
इतना
pack. You get to watch your
pretty
opponents
जगह
and
बनाया
prep
है. हर
adequately
एक मैप
at
में
it. So that is their
बहुत
goal.
बाहर भी
And whenever
डिटेलिंग है
allowed,
ना.
put them in a pretty dominant position to potentially do that.
But it is going to be that early walk down with the refract from Joan. Looking to try to get onto a slightly more aggressive line towards elbow. Does make sense that you would use the waylay for that kind of thing. Meanwhile, potential for a little bit of a trap setup from Redux. as he's
A B दोनों
holding
रेटिक है.
a position where he could pop and flash
Mid
out.
fight heavy है.
Otherwise, fairly passive on A from Sen. If you don't come towards double door, how are they going to be able to get in, I think, for free?
Yeah, we can see. It's still going to be sent flying forwards here. I like this pathing. Different direction here for
space
Loud.
दिया
Going for a bit of
है.
a pause, realizing that waiting for that wall to drop down. Taking up residency
space
towards
दिया
that double doors
है.
area. Now the plan can go down without really too many more problems. Sentinel's going to be playing a full-on retake here, Erde. Don't want to overstep yourself too much here, but already
short,
Joe, that's going to be
Bezerre.
head rolling off the shoulders from Darker. Cracking shot is what I'd have to assume. Erde getting cleaned up as well into the extremities. This is not ideal
Retake wall
for
का
Loud.
BT है ना वो लोगों को मजबूर कर देता है
Overextending
फाइट
perhaps.
करने के लिए.
A few of these moments, and now the kills are really just flowing and flooding all the way in for Sentinels. It's Tikazine.
अभी double retake
do
wall
the
है.
most they possibly can from this spot, but that is Sentinels
भाई
really.
double retake wall
It looked a
है.
little bit too easy for them, dare I say.
It certainly did. The best teams on Breeze right now are getting aggressive and active in their A post plans. However, they're not doing it one by one in the way that Loud just did.
फिर लेकिन ये लोग फिर भी yellow और back side सब ले नहीं
they're
पाए.
team fighting together, swinging
फिर
off
से
each
डर के
other,
खेले
little
वो लोग.
duo plays, trio plays. This felt very much like just a bunch of individuals trying to catch their timings, and Sen dealt with it really well. Loud are going to need a bit more
मैं बहुत depressed
of that
हूँ.
team chemistry to show itself.
मीट नहीं हुआ,
if they
नीट
want
नहीं
to
हुआ,
disrupt
कोई
Sen on the
motivation दे दो.
retake.
यार मार्क्स तेरा फ्यूचर और
times
एज ए इंसान शेप नहीं करता है.
The previous composition the Sentinels were running,
कुछ भी left right
arguably
हो गया,
better on the
re-exam
retake,
देने
actually,
लगा.
because you have the wall coming out from the ISO. Still got the
अच्छा
coast to be
इंसान
able to play
बनेगा
around
लाइफ
with as
में.
well.
That's what matters.
I could see more trap setups, more
वो बात
aggression
अलग है,
with
मैं
this
खुद
one with
नहीं हूँ.
Redux playing the Phoenix. But for now,
पर डर के तो टीम में
they're
नहीं
just
है, ठीक
backing
है
up
बड़ी.
and allowing Loud the space on A.
Yeah, I'm giving them the plant, so it's a nice bit of extra money.
I mean, the thing is, they've
Viper
got
का
5
एक
classics
काम है
here, so
mid
I don't
देखने
think
का
this is
बस.
the round to judge whether
As
Loud's
long as वो
post-plan
mid में नहीं
aggression is
मरता,
gonna
I
look
think
the most
retake
coordinated or
successful.
whatever. You know, this is one of those rounds actually where you just want to take a bunch of timings and see what you can get done.
They'd love to bleed
Molly?
more time off the clock if they can, but this looks like sent forwards now. The call is made, Sentinels. The rest of the pack going to be moving now. The flash also going to be utilized and making sure that every single corner is checked.
वाइपर को सिर्फ मिड
Getting
देखने
the
का है.
timings that they could potentially lose.
मार
Grip
दिया,
of the
the blue
round.
को टिसिया.
There it is, just like that. Leaves it down to Darker.
That's really good awareness from Sen as well. You notice that as John puts the shield on the cove, they swing through it, knowing that Loud are going to be spamming that shield, right? So you know that Loud are going to be having their crosshairs kind of all over the place, in the midst of spraying, or in this situation, just spamming with the bullets. And so they instantly take that timing through. Really good defensive protocol from Sen.
क्यों नहीं होता? बाकी लोग नहीं करते क्या? Give up करके point नहीं दे.
But to be fair, this is roughly how Lotus started for Loud. They had a very good pistol and
Rugot में खुद 12 में वेल हुआ था 3 साल लगा फिर ट्राई करके कंप्लीट किया. मजा आया कि नहीं कंप्लीट करने में.
1-3-1 set up from them. That cove puts a bit of fear into your heart, doesn't it? They look like they wanted to maneuver forwards towards double doors, potentially try and take mid, but when you see this,
especially with a Phoenix in the comp, they could be inside of that.
क्या बोलेंगे उस पे नहीं करने का रे.
Gotta be careful.
लोग कभी साथ में रहेंगे.
You can actually greed over the main orb as well. Redux doesn't look like he wants to play for it at the moment.
Because Bugs, I love you too.
With a harbor in your comp, you can something that EDG do. They push their cove a little bit deeper, harden it, and you could just steal those ult orbs as the defenders.
I think ये लोग को लग रहा है वापस वो लोग A retake खेलेंगे. लेकिन इस बार 3 बंदे हैं. इस बार A fight करने वाले हैं.
The rest of this team is going to be right there behind him, I believe. Sentinels have got players in the right positions now. They are being whittled down.
Good.
Loud finding it hard, pressed to even get past most of this one. With the molly at their feet, Tigazine just disrespects it with the dash straight onto side, but there's another high tide. Ripped its way through and forwards. Loud. Call for silence once more.
Interesting idea from Loud. Threatening like they could have been looking through the left-hand side. That's where the ping on the map is coming from for Sen. But there is so little time here.
No, there's only 25 seconds left. With the deep positions of the other Sen players, they just know it's going to be going A.
The clock was a nightmare for Loud in a couple
Harbor
of
blind
rounds.
भी है.
What's going on here?
19 seconds. I mean, it's a cove that's been pre-placed by Sen. It's going to be fading away now, but 13 seconds left. What is the call? What is the decision to be made? Flash forwards again. Massive connection. Kills need to be found right now, and it has to be in the form of Loud. Filling up that feed, finally getting it done. It's brute force, but again, it's still tumultuous. All over the place, really. The way that this one's going, Jerwin. Exchange the guns around. Skipping around the map, just trying to avoid most of those bullets. Loud, barely getting it over the line.
That's a squeaker, man. There was 5.5 seconds left when they started the plant. And there were still bodies defending a couple of meters away from them.
Yep.
You are not going to get away with rounds like that all the time. They're going to have to play
Education system in India is doomed. तेरे को बेस्ट पार्ट पता है जो लोग इंडिया में पढ़ाई करते हैं ना वो लोग बाहर जाके देखते हैं ना वो लोग को इजी लगता है.
Oh, and I don't think the cut of the noise really did what Erda wanted it to do either. Like you said, they'd already pushed out through B, so they were never wondering where it was going to finish.
Sherwin, we were theorizing. Refractor Valen.
और यहाँ के एजुकेशन सिस्टम से लोग कहाँ गए वो देख.
But he can play around as long as he's got the refractor.
तेरे लिए कुछ वर्क नहीं कर रहा उसका मतलब ये नहीं कि डूम्ड है.
He's confident.
He's definitely that.
Just backing up while there's a smoke in his face.
It's good discipline here from Loud, aware.
Kick पे subscribe के perks क्या है जैसे YT membership subscribe on this stream. Kick पे सिर्फ emotes और वो सब है. तेरे नाम क्या मैच आएगा और तेरे को emotes मिलेंगे. वो emotes ऐड होने वाले. काफी वो अभी तक किया नहीं.
Ult out and away.
Luke Shaw. Peppered.
You don't need to commit a body behind this if it's a fake.
No, but they are anyway, aren't they? Trying to move forwards. Redux, though, he does have that ult at his expo. Okay, he needs to be defended. Cortezia, he's got it. And he's got it more when that came from, man. It's a three-piece from seemingly nowhere. Loud couldn't quite get it together. And there's that late What was the idea?
I really don't know.
30 seconds left.
I mean, it's just so odd to run a fake where you actually do push your harbor deep.
Really, सच बोला I haven't करना right now. मुझे easy लगा है. मेरे को पता है मेरे काफी दोस्त लोग बाहर गए ना. वो लोग बोलते क्या है ये?
For Loud. What a round from Cortezia.
आँख
Pulling
बंद करके exam
magic
दे
out
दूँगा.
there. We're looking at Redux thinking, is he ever going to be safe enough to pop an ult in this situation?
Bro's got me stuttering and stammering with the play.
Cortezia had to hold his back, and turns out, actually, Redux wasn't required. Cortezia just kills everyone alone.
Don't worry, mate. I got you.
He is having a better game as well individually than somebody like Lucho that you would directly compare him to on the other side. It's darker playing the Sentinel here for Loud in this comp, but when you compare Cortezia to somebody
वही
on the
बार
other
इसे
side, I think
इतना
Lucia's
मेहनत
more apt
करके वो लीक
comparison
होते हैं
personally.
वैसे
And Lucia's had a bit
वो
of a
सब
quiet
अलग
day.
है
He hasn't been
लेकिन
able to find
जो तुम पढ़ाई
that
करते हो
incredible form that he normally demonstrates or the
बाबू
good timings he
जो तुम
finds.
पढ़ाई करते हो
Instead,
वो
Cortezia's had
नॉलेज
round after round actually where he pulls
much
stuff like
better
this out.
तेरे को क्या
wasn't even
मार्क्स
the
आ
top
रहे
front
हैं
on
क्या
Lotus.
नहीं आ रहे
I think he ended up
कौन
somewhere
से
towards the
कॉलेज
bottom.
में
He
जा रहा है
still
कौन
had
सा
some
कॉलेज नहीं
incredibly
मिल
good
रहा
rounds.
है
Talking about it, though,
वो
is
सब बात की बात
consistency.
Yeah.
He's up there.
Well, there's a
जो
lot of
नॉलेज
pressure
यहाँ
now
पे
on
मिल
Loud
रहा
to
है
deliver. Their economy's not
और
good.
जो कल्चर यहाँ
See,
पे
though,
वो
what can
सब
they do and what have they got at their
far
disposal?
better
Already
है
a ton of youths are going to be
foreign
offloaded
education
up
से
towards this B site. Has to go their way. Has to be successful here. And now, Loud. Let's see what they got.
Nova marquinha na direita. Calma aí. Checa a câmera quando conseguir.
Eu coloquei uma mão close.
Vou plantar e estica o câmera. Eu vou jogar close nesse
não underestimate
Eu vou
नहीं करना
smocar paredão de... Ah, não. Fazendo um import. Faz smocar, smoca.
Ok.
Eu vou voltar direita. Direita, esquerda também.
जेरी वो टॉपिक छोड़ दे
Direita na smoke, na copa. Tá. Ah, só vou fazer tempo pra o Davi ultar. Mano, vai acabar. Vamos ganhar no tempo. Vai acabar esse smoke. Só zero até agora. Tô na copa. Dois no bomb, backside, comendo.
फिनिक्स शॉट खत्म नहीं हुआ ओह शिट मारा उसने
Tá.
ओह शिट उसने एक को स्पॉट भी किया
Dois comendo.
बाय फिनिक्स अल्ट खतरनाक
Vou botar o defesa.
फिनिक्स अल्ट खतरनाक हो गया बे
Bota defesa. Ai. Valeu, fez metade.
टाइम है
Oh, that half
एंटी था यार एंटी था इतना करने के बाद भी
Sentinels there. Tight as the timing. It
I
really
mean
was down to the
कनाडा
wire.
ऐसा नहीं है बहुत इजी है इन they focus more on
They put that all into that. It had to be where they found a little bit of momentum. Got a
मेरे
toe
जितने
grip
दोस्त लोग हैं
into
वो
the
लोग तो
map.
बोलते हैं easier है
And instead,
easy नहीं
they
easier
can't get it done.
easier
2 seconds still available. The retake, the team fighting and the way that sends swing off each other, and again, Cortezia's just raw aim. 7-1.
Not slowing down, and Loud cannot catch a break. We talked about
चलो अभी ये सब टॉपिक छोड़ दो back to match boys
Sentinels map pick of Ice. It's looking like Sen are just really going to be walking away with this. A day of one-sided matches. Feels like a week at this point.
And Breeze should have been a really comfortable map for Loud. It's one that they've actually picked into a bunch of times.
Yeah.
Like, they like playing this map. They've just changed their composition in the previous. So it's not like they've got the most match experience with this exact lineup, but still, I really thought that this would be a series that was neck and neck, and instead it hasn't been at all. There's been gaps. Massive gaps between these two teams.
No, there's some weight behind the
अब अगर ये लोग ने येलो नहीं लिया ना येलो क्या बोल रहा है ऑरेंज
Yeah. Well, I was confused by Romanilli's coach interview, actually. He seemed to think that everyone was going to Sao Paulo.
Bad news for you, buddy.
Yeah. I hate to break it
बिना
to you.
गन्स के भी वो लोग
You don't make top 4
deep
in
angles
stage
में नहीं
2,
जा रहे
you ain't going to Brazil. Who's going to tell him?
Who is going to tell him here? It's risky business, Loud.
अब वो लोग
Obviously,
flip भी नहीं
Eco,
कर
that was a
सकते
danger player.
शॉट रे
Stigazine with the blades, and can't even get the consolation kill there. No trade in sight, not with that light speed dash active. Lucio, no, the last one left, and
भाई
not for
sexy
much
shot
longer.
मारा है
He's gonna be
जरविन ने
joining his comrades straight to the grave. That is
लवी मेरी
5-1
जान
now.
हार्बर न्यू मेटा
And
है
these
क्या इस
Sentinels
मैप में
are-
बहुत सारे मैप में हार्बर मेटा
It's one-sided.
It's one-sided.
Who is the best
We're
operator
starting to
player
get into
in
similar
Esports?
territory that we were at Lotus,
काफी सारे
where
हैं।
the ults are now
Good
going to start
offers.
to go out of whack too. There's one last chance here, really. for
मेरा
Loud
भी
to
नाम
be able
top
to
3 में
use
तो है
Harbor ult, maybe a Cosmic Divide or something to
भाई वो
put
लोग
together
एग्रो
an
फाइट
interesting
क्यों नहीं कर रहे
round.
लेकिन बिना गन्स करे
And Romanilli's going to call the tag timeout to try to push that one across the line and come up with a game plan. But if they fail right now, in this very next round, the whole map might be gone. The whole series might be gone. This is their last chance to stabilize.
ये गन राउंड अभी क्रूशियल है उनके लिए
Big
ये
ults
राउंड
at
आ
their
रहा है
disposal. They've got to cook something up. They have to.
But the ults are also available on the other side of things too, and that's one of the things that we didn't discuss too much with the
At least
Waylay.
देखना बंद करो
That
language
Waylay ult could be destructive.
With how tight the time's gotten.
Diamond kick, yes.
Good thing being able to slow down.
I'm not
you
a
save that in
good
your
player,
back
but
pocket,
if
plan starts going down.
I'm a good player, is there any chance I can play
One
in
convergent
any
pass
EU
would be
team?
dismissing it completely.
I mean, you can set an
We were really
example.
excited about
अभी तक
this
ऐसा कुछ
newer
हुआ नहीं
talent
है
that was coming into Loud. It looked like they were rebuilding and putting the pieces in the right place. Bringing
अभी
over
तक
David
ऐसा
from
कोई
Portugal
example
as well,
निकला नहीं
player
है
that's been hanging around those up-and-coming levels of EMEA. But it's not come together today.
No.
It was Stigazine that we were more excited about, I think. But
एकदम से
he's
फिनिक्स
not had his
देखने
moments
मिला
to be
कुछ
able
चेंज हो गया
to
बहुत सारे
dominate
ड्यूलिस्ट
and
नर्फ हुए
take
ना
over in the
और
way that we
फिनिक्स
were
का अच्छा है
expecting. It's Davi who's actually at the top of the
ulti hai.
scoreboard for Loud, but that's not actually
उसका पूरा util
necessarily
अभी
a
ज़्यादा
good
अच्छा
sign
लगने
for
लग गया
things
है.
here because he's 4-4.
Yeah, that's that.
K from IT, love
That's not good at all.
They need to pick some other rounds up.
Smart
And they need to be able to get
gaming
themselves
में?
into like
बहुत time से
advantage
gaming
spots
में?
in the post plants.
It's still early days enough at least.
6
I think that we're still left guessing where the groups are going to be settling.
Bren, why is my Sova opping?
Is it Mimi playing? Don't. Listen, why not? You're 5-1 up.
I think it's because Jonah just wants a passive position to rip his ult as well.
Potentially. You can see the Reckoning is going to be sweeping forwards to try and cut this away, but there it is. Sova operator.
I'll never doubt you again.
No.
He was opping, you know, for G2 previously, playing stuff like Sage.
वो लोग ने aggressive लिया है crossfire के
Why not
साथ
spend it?
सब बराबर है.
What's the difficulties? Darker, pretty essential kill that he
ये
needs to
fight
find
जीतने
here.
पड़ेगा, ये fight
Potentially
जीतने
what you do in
पड़ेगा.
any cam.
लेकिन वो लोग
Take
को
selfies while he's in the
है.
middle of this 1v1 fight and it gets taken towards the back of the site. Refract is even better than that.
भाई वो लोग
Saturate
को
just lay it
sword
down and
use
defeat
भी नहीं करने मिला bro.
Sentinels.
What?
My God.
Bro, GG, bro, what?
It's absolutely fun.
I'm going to sit back down.
Have a day off. We haven't even seen them. This is their
What?
first day at the job.
But listen, it's in good
नहीं
spirits.
रे तरन
mean,
बंद
this
कर
is-
दे आओ.
It's in good spirits with me.
Your workers just hired somebody. They come
Mr.
in the
निकल
first
जाएंगे
day
बाद
and show
loot box
everybody
में
else
जान
out.
करते. Love विज्ञान.
Bro, relax. You're increasing the standards for us.
Okay.
भाई वो लोग ने कुछ ulti
It's
use भी नहीं
clinical.
किया bro.
I was even wondering in this round, it's a little bit strange that Jonah P hasn't used his Hunter's Fury to stop the plant from going down.
भाई उधर
And
वो
instead,
at
they
least
just-
1v1 fight
don't
Cypher
need
को
him.
जीतना था.
They've almost got 5
At
ults
least.
available. This is where things get out of hand. Because Loud have got enough to be able to buy again, but the ult disparity is
अभी A
enormous.
split.
That's the lost bonus kicking in, isn't it? It's a Cosmic Divide to try and feign like you could be going for the A split. Meanwhile, Luke Show just trying to slip the net past it, but it's John QT this time with the operator.
ठीक है कुछ अलग track है.
It's time to shine, apparently.
Passing it around like a family heirloom.
Not a
Yeah.
problem.
Exchanging hands all the way
वापस deep
through,
angles
and
नहीं
the
है.
Cosmic Divide is going to be remaining up for just a few more moments.
Triple holding.
Triple high-low.
अरे.
Oh my God. Hold your breath for that.
They were triple holding, but then they smoked themselves
चलो
off from
बहुत
the
ulti
angle
है.
that they were trying to get a pick
Drone
on.
कर.
Holding this one. I mean, this top bridge position has been a nightmare for them. Liberty's taken now. We're going to see the Hunter's Fury flying forwards. High Tide as well. Going to be ripping his way forwards along with that convergent passes. An abundance of ultimates now being utilized. Pushing them back
Bro,
and away.
proactive fight लिया. Bro, W बे.
Find a footing now. Step straight
W
past someone. The
bे.
unexpected timing is the best one. And the trip as well points out the positioning of Cortezia. No
Bro,
longer for the wall.
finally.
6-2. Finally, another round to
Who
break
is
up some of
the
this
best
momentum.
team right now
And
in
this time, the
Valorant?
post-plant aggression is together.
Who
They
which
pick a
ray?
timing to go through the
G.
harbor wall, but they do it together. All 3 of them. They also dodge the waylay ult, which makes an enormous difference. Otherwise, German would have picked them off easily. But look at it, it's coordinated. They're
वो
not just
कैसे
individuals
slow
taking the
हुआ था?
timings. They're a
That's
team.
good.
ए
Loud
उधर
have
भी कुछ
remembered
left right हुआ है लेकिन.
how to play Valorant together.
Phoenix slow हो गया था.
They
That's
need more
what we wanna
spots like
see.
that. Yeah, we do.
आ गया जोश आ गया जोश आ गया जोश आ गया जोश आ गया.
German
Josh Hager.
finally gets the operator.
This time back through to mid double Ozang. Dart towards the top of it.
Oh.
He's with a refractor peel back. The shot just going wide.
मेरे को लगा हार्बर मार देगा. Timing cross किया था
QT
उसने.
left as a bit of an insert, and that pit is going to be posing some problems, I think. if
B
Loud
split कर
chooses to
सकते
go
हैं.
back
Viper
towards
ulti
B.
B पे.
It also just means that Sen can stack 3 bodies in mid. They don't
Cypher
need
को
to be
इधर
too
रहने दो
worried
4
about
बंदे B split.
putting bodies on the B site itself.
No.
Mid's a much nicer position for Redux to play in because it will let him be able to flood in and help his teammates easier.
I'm going to go for a B split here. What is the call from Loud?
The
There's a
Sova
hit
op
in your face.
is a brand new meta in
Yeah, I
this
mean, they
game.
swapped it around for Tigazine, I think, to entry with the
Yeah.
rifle, but... the drone spotted him. Yeah, tagged out. Cortezia didn't really know where to stand in a spot like
ये
that.
sexy था ये sexy था ये
A little
sexy
bit too
था.
overwhelming for him.
ये sexy
Getting the
था.
side control given up, and Jonah P, it's a hell of a fight to win. Cross map there, with early taken out, takes away time pressure. There'll be no actual
Flank
utility
पे अभी
using
carry
in the
करना
post.
पड़ेगा.
How is Redux going to feel comfortable to ult here if they don't know if someone's repushed elbow? It does feel awkward to use Phoenix here.
Yeah, he's still going to be popping this one off now, along with more ult sweater at it, but that's letting him up across the
Shot
side. Darker
bे,
pushing
shot
forwards
फिर
as
से घुस के
post-man
fight किया.
aggression, paying off now for Loud. Darker being that difference maker. 2v3 though,
Sexy
still.
खेला
Jonah
वैसा
P rapidly approaching from the flank and finally reveals his hand. A lot of noise being made, but the time is ticking away and just tucking to the side, dodging
Well,
and weaving.
come
Luke
back आ
Shaw
गया.
3 kills in a round for him. Lays it underneath
Comeback
his
आ गया.
name.
अब वो लोग time out ले
Picking
सकते हैं.
themselves up here. This has now been 2 rounds in a row where they managed to deal with a difficult situation and then put together some coordinated
लाओ
post-plant
6
aggro.
कौन से जुल्स देता हो.
Good clearance.
अभी आलस आ रहा है. Done चिन्ह दे भाई.
Actually helping their teammate enough in that situation.
जीती तो मजा आ जाएगा. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Morning bye सोए नहीं
The flood
इसके बाद
defense not
सोऊंगा.
coming through in the way that they would have liked it to. Redux getting shut down on his Phoenix ult super early.
पहले Arbor ult मारना था क्यों info भी देता है.
Post-line aggression is really
मालूम भी पड़ता था एक बंदा close
the way
है.
that Loud have put these rounds together.
Yeah, it's the big thing in the meta right now. If you're playing Breeze, you can't just let the defending team set up the perfect retakes on you. You've always got to be trying to disrupt it.
Gearing up here, it's an attack side operator, Tigazine. Orb timing. Up and down, he doesn't get to choose it though. Cortesia.
Trying to get Joey posted on a really deep angle on the other side, but the timing picked now to pop into B.
W split, W molly. Jet को मारना है बस.
Cortesia, okay, he's nice. He's good with it. I'm seeing a flash through and around, but there's going to be walls and smokes in your face now. Redux, a second wave of things, throwing out the util. There's no plant
Blind
attack just yet.
कुछ timing
Loud
कर
are still
सकते हो
gearing
लोग
up, trying to
blind
get their
नहीं है.
bearings. I think in the midst of all of this one, calling for that pause and a bit of patience to be played. Storm Surge leveled all the way out here. Fights to be taken on multiple fronts and still darker. This time accounted for. Cortesia.
अकेला side anchor कर रहा है
Towards the back
भाई.
of this site with Jonah P is the reinforcement. What can this team do? 11-3. Might be that 12-1. Davido had something to say about it. Shuts it down entirely, but just steps way too far. Way too wide. Jerwin had it accounted for.
I like this approach from Sentinels. They come in behind that high tide, flood 3 players into the site. And Loud don't really have an answer for it. Don't have a way to be able to get through the wall.
So that is good.
Get stuck. I got to see it's just been immaculate.
उसमें shots बहुत late लगते हैं.
The game is so clean, so crisp, very controlled. He's just been racking up every time they come to his site. He's dominating, 11-4.
Chat जो लोग YT पे अभी भी उठे like करो मेरी जान करो डो. फाइनल फ्लड पे easy था ना फ्लड करने के लिए. जेट मर गया fast वो लोग push नहीं कर सकते क्योंकि 2 मॉली था.
Hold towards the choke point now. I reckon he might just skip past a multitude of these players. Redux trying to insert himself in through the smoke, spraying away, but he lost track of where all these players are. Same can be said on the other side of things. Cortesia again announced himself to the conversation. Just causes enough concern, John QT. And slipped up on there.
Oh, he's fast with the movement reaction, though.
Yeah, gets out. But fast onto the flank as well. He goes both ways. Luke Shaw, what is that? Plenty of players accosting the position. The tag, though, is great. Jonah P.
Oh, what a
predicted where that movement was going to be. Luke Shaw now inside this. What a timing to take. And now it's just down to that 1v1. Luke Shaw again. He's done brilliantly in a spot like this. Has to swap around the guns. Doesn't know where John QT's position could be. Now the defuse. Stuck down. Half earned already. But it dissipates away. 7 bullets remaining. That's all Luke Shaw's got to deal with. Now he knows it's off of it. Still another tap.
Oh,
John
shot.
QT is no
my
more.
God, bro. Crazy clutch.
To ashes.
Ado bhai, thank you for 1,000 jewels. Meri jaan ko today.
From Luke Shaw. Necessary
thank you for 1,000 jewels.
That's the Luke Shaw takeover round that we've been waiting for. It's taken a map and a half.
team कौन से? मेरे को बहुत सारे
teams
हैं.
Kind of miracle round that he pulls out of absolutely nowhere. After Jonah P is distracting for the other flank to come through, the 90-degree flick to whack an opponent and then take a time into a smoke is crazy.
Absurd.
Trash talk चल रही है.
Yeah, there's also a big
एक map down है, 7-4 down है.
Lucho's
Hello.
giving it, and John's got
thank
the
you for the 900
confidence
jewels.
to
मेरी जान को
smile back at him.
इतना अचानक से
Play off
कैसे
the
मिल
rip
सकता?
outside of B main. Calls for that fast reaction. Loud. They make the right move with it. The snake bite. Drop
Love
down.
you,
He's
Mary
got to be
Jaan.
careful here. He wasn't vulnerable up, otherwise he would have been done in just then and there. Gets them a bit of a pocket to play in and gives some entirety of the side control over towards A. But again, that post-line aggression, we've been calling it out. It's been essential. The way that Loud have been winning these rounds, and they want to take it one step further forwards now. Towards the back of it, though, plenty of players now, and Redux just not quite ready for that fight to be taken. Jerwin, though, does at least respond. Turns it into that 4v4. Dart finally broken, dealt with, tip-tapping away. Got to see it straight there, but he is taken out once more. Tigazine, 10 HP, barely anything at all. One bullet to the chest, finally bringing him down. A Darker late to the party.
यार थोड़ा बैकअप मिलता है जेट को.
And unfortunately, Looks like Sentinels have an inclination where he could be seen and playing. There's Clove, perfect to play around here. No kills going his way whatsoever. 8 rounds is what it's going to be here for Sentinels.
John's done such a good idea of just staying alive in a lot of these rounds, so there's always Cove diffuse pressure towards the late round. That's what made Luxio's clutch in the prior so impressive.
The way they played around that.
Honestly, I don't even mind this round from Loud. They at least push up together. They at least trying to take the fights together. I think Sen just got the read and outclassed them. Better team fighting. But Loud did start to get into things a little bit there. It's still them on the wrong end, though, of an 8-4 half.
खड़ा नहीं होना था स्पेशली जब एक मैप डाउन है और सेकंड मैप पे भी डाउन है अच्छा खेला था लेकिन सेन ने काफी रिटेक्स अच्छे थे यार काफी रिटेक्स अच्छे थे फिर एक राउंड हार्बर वर्ल्ड पहले करता फिनिक्स साइड से तो
Right now, we're going to take a walk from the players' room in their POV to Howling Abyss, where they're playing today. So let's check it out. The players will be getting ready for the day. They exit their playing room, and then you head down the player hallway, where normally a lot of players are hanging out here in the morning, going back and forth to their room to practice, to interviews along the player tapestry here that has quite a few of the teams on it. You head by a few of the production rooms, and this is exactly what the players see as they're making their way towards that game time, to make sure they can get to Howling Abyss, which are the doors right in front of me, right there. Now at this point, the players do stop. They line up for a moment. They get checked out before they head into Howling Abyss and get into the action, which we're going to check out right now.
ये redeem का क्या scene है? Redeem मतलब jewels का free jewels मिल रहे हैं काफी लोगों को. केम जो मैं मजा मा ये मेरे को एक चीज देखने का है एक सेकंड.
8-4 is what we're staring at here. 4 rounds that have been scraped together by Loud, and the question is it going to be enough? They're up against a Sentinels team that are looking like they really haven't taken any time off whatsoever. The break was used well and truly towards their favour.
I think though this is the half where I've got questions about Sentinels' theory with this composition. It's a weird comp to see on Breeze. The Waylay in particular, I think, is the part that I find most unusual.
Yeah.
And what is the pathing going to be for Jerwin? Is he going to be trying to get inside of smokes? Are they going to be using the code to create a little pocket for him to get into? Are they going to try to contact up before popping? In what way are they going to use
एक बात बताओ सब्सक्राइब अच्छा है या मेंबरशिप ऑन
to justify the pick over something like, for example,
पर्क्स के हिसाब से वाइटी मतलब नाम तुम लोग का ग्रीन में दिखता है
Early days yet here for stage
और चैट दिखता है ज़्यादा और बैचेस है काफी
really. Sentinels pistol round demons.
Plus वो month flex कर सकते हो
against Cloud9
free message के
but
साथ.
Again, credit to them. They
monetary wise और बकचोदी wise किक पे मेरे को ज़्यादा फायदा होता है.
See if they can keep that trend going.
So Jerwin going through tunnel to start off, being escorted up there by Jonah P with his utility, but taking a bit of a counter tag of his own, has to back up. So initial game plan requires some adaptation for Sen.
That's a dash still though. Now we're going to see it. What is the goal? What is the game plan? It is a cove, just to play in with the one way. Up towards the top now, Joe, and dropping down, but there is a pocket to play in an Erde. Unaccounted for, but now spotted and seen. Jerwin.
Did he not have a drop?
He's just late insert, and they do need to clean him up at some point. But this guy, surely you can't be letting him get away with all of this. Finally dealt with. Meanwhile, play was being made, and Senna still scattered a little bit here, but a prior damage done. Redux will be at least finished off. Now we're going to see this one taken. 3v3 into the pistol. It is chaotic, don't get me wrong.
That is so bizarre. I mean, the original pistol round idea must have been to have some kind of B-fake and then work their way into lurk positions. But actually, the spots are not that deep for Sen.
No, 30 seconds left. The spike is in spawn, hasn't left.
This one might be a rare John QT overcook, burn down the kitchen round.
Uh-oh. I hope you have house insurance.
Tigazine will have a chance, maybe, to stop this, but the wall should allow them to get in.
Yeah, well, enough fuel in the tank, but you have 14 seconds left again. This could just be spoiled immediately with Tigazine claiming that kill. Darker in through mid. There is no more worries now, and that plan has to be committed. Tigazine knows how to play it. Just run him down and claim the kill. 3 in the round. Added to the tally, added to the total. A pistol round of setting and bucking the trend the Sentinels have been relying on.
I don't think that came down too much to the composition that they were running there. That was just a really elaborate pistol round attempt that I think the execution got a bit messed up on. It might have even been the case that Jerwin got so much value on that fake B insert, that he started, you know, adjusting, calling an audible off the back of it. Loud will probably be confused.
मुझे नहीं मिला फ्री का मतलब बहुत जन को मिला है रैंडम है सर
All right. Cove
गया
as a
Vandal
progression
recon
slot to be able
phantom
to
क्या
take
लो
some
गया
space. This is
Vandal
what you often see these
या
Harbour
फिर
teams
दोनों
do.
मत ले दूसरे के ले
Really
लो
difficult to play aggro B main
Next night
into that kind
market
of
के लिए
pressure, and
या
it's going to
store
allow
के लिए
Redux to just gobble up
या
these
नए
ult
skin
orbs
के
at
लिए
B.
Yeah.
Fundamentally good way of being able to play the ecos, take the risk, take the ult orbs,
hey dudes
set
hey
yourself up for an important next round.
Makes a lot of sense. Teams have gotten quite good at
बे
this. I would
हारते
say.
हुए कैसे टॉक्सिक हो रहे हैं
Should
अबे
always be
टॉक्सिक
thinking
नहीं
about
रे
it,
थोड़ा वाइब रखने के
It's
लिए
a real
बैंटर तो
priority.
करना पड़ेगा ना
I think
डल
when
डल
these
थोड़ी
Phoenix
खेलेंगे
comps, you've got to get
प्लेयर्स
ult online ASAP.
He's actually making his way back over towards A main as well. That was a
Okay.
headshot.
That's nice.
Didn't need to be.
He didn't need to be,
sexy
but
मारा
Sharp.
ये भी sexy
Redux
मारा
was making his way over for that second ult orb of the round.
Get access to this one here. Tavi, hold on. Gun doesn't really do the job there, but Urde still not kind of fall towards the back of this pillar. Jumping in and out, buying time for the rest of his team to get involved in the action. Just a 2-round lead now for Sen.
अबे भी वेलो खेल गया 6 गेम खेला पूरा 13 प्लस है
Now we get to see
एंड में
rifles
गुड डे
online.
एंड में गुड डे
Sen have only shown us one
Double thinking,
extremely
double thinking.
convoluted round actually so far from John. His attack side calling though was brilliant.
कोई बार कल वापस मंडे है
Normally those
तो क्या हो
pre-planned
गया
pistol rounds are actually
Every week
more of
होता
a
है
collaboration with the coach at the very
गुड मॉर्निंग
least.
गुड मॉर्निंग
It's not like John's calling that one on the fly. Loud's comp, with the addition of this cipher, which is something that they've recently added back in, that's it's going to be a little tough to get through.
क्या मिलेगा confusion
There's no messing around here. This is a full usage of the util. Full kit really from the Waylay. He's way ahead of most of this one-way now, and he's still taking fights towards him. Loud. Didn't stand a chance against it. The raw aim, the hot hand, it hasn't slowed down at all. Tigazine though, just with that Sheriff. Finds himself one, but that counter spam finds the target on the other side.
भाई कोर्टिजिया कितना
Look, John have got such different identities when they're playing the Harbour. Erda with it all to do. 1v4. They took a risk trying to refight into A main.
दो
They've
गन
left it
गिराया
all on
तो
their
गुड
IGL
बोनस
shoulders.
Only with the Bulldog. Just 6 kills in a 1v4. Time ticking down here. He'd love to do some economical damage. Seems to be potentially the goal.
देख रहा है
Spray just not quite intact enough here. So Jerwin
is going to get ult
मेरा एक
online
चैट
off the
पढ़ ले
back of that
प्लीज
as
बहुत
well.
खुश हो जाऊंगा कैसे मेरी जान कटे
So Luxo is a more aggressive player on the Harbour, but you saw
9
John
to 5
get so much
routine
value
नहीं
on
जम रहा
defense
है
just by
वहाँ
staying
से तो
alive
डिसिप्लिन
and
आएगा
creating that diffuse pressure with his cove. Luxo's a more aggro guy in general than John is, but dying by refighting to A main, I think is that's a yellow card offense at the very least.
It's a bold move.
And yes, it's on a bonus round, but it is the kind of thing that Luxo will do in general.
ऐसा लग रहा है दूर चला गया तो अकेले हो जाऊंगा करके सफर
I've
हो
noticed as well was that Joan just burned the dash and
सकते हैं
refract instantly
I
at the
was
start of the
thinking
round for
about
A main control.
Yeah. They used everything really, the full kit of Waylay, just to make sure that they could take that A main control with no trouble.
So I guess what that means is they're just relying on the walls to walk out.
पुराने के ज़माने में तो
They're just gonna
समझ
walk
में
out,
आता था
right?
यार अभी अपन फोन से बात कर
Just
सकते
the
हैं
drones
वीडियो
that are
कॉल कर
used.
सकते हैं
Gives them that peace of mind. Now the runner back is going to be sent flying
Google
forward.
Meet कर
Redux
सकते हैं
happy to be the tip of the spear for the team. Stickazine that will take him out though. That needs to be accounted for. Sidestep for now, but that conversion pass, we're talking about it, the danger of it. Not going to be taking a double dash into the back of the side, despite the fact that they collected a couple of players, corralled into the back.
And Luxo mollied him.
Unknowns across the board here. Tigazine at least there, alongside it. A rifle aim as well. Spam over the shoulder. Tigazine barely getting out. One bullet left to really play around with. And even without a just play storm now active. Pulls him out. Raring to go. Pause called for, but not a plan. At least committed. Jonah P.
Come back, possible.
2v3 for them. Sen were winning a multitude of these player disadvantage situations.
German positive KD कैसे?
See if they can do it again here and now, but this feels like a very different setting. Loud are gearing up for it. John Tito dismissing his adversary, gliding to the side though. Quick dash, even quicker. Thinking Tigazine slips his way around. Same could be said for Jonah P. Just trying to take this gamer timings, moving his way across. He's missed it with a jump up. Moving around to the side, the blade's just going ever so wide. Still that damage is done, and the dart potentially there, but it's being collected with that kill. Tigazine. The player to count on, the rookie stepping up for his squad.
A takeover round for Tigazine. Huge to be able to put that one on the board. Similar to the round that we saw from Luxo earlier, individually, just being able to go crazy. And bailed out by Luxo in that moment. Probably should have been caught dead to rights by Joan earlier on. The Waylay ult just caught him. 2 players towards the back of pyramid. And Luxio from a passive position was able to throw down his molly and cause the duelist player of Sen to have to refract.
Hey, thank you for the 3 months, मेरी जान के टोटे. और शेर कैसे चल रहा है?
The cipher is really tricky to get through. In theory, I think your Whaley wants to be going B quite a lot. And your Phoenix as well can go and gather orbs towards B. Like, I think this should be the side of the map that Sen want to favor with their sight pops.
Crazy
but it's also the side of the map that Darker's just going to be layering down spiderweb traps.
Yeah, I mean, that one is devious.
Yeah.
Drone for a bit of mid-round information here. It's going to be used out towards Nest. Believe broken. Does get acknowledgement though that there are players waiting in through mid. Sen now going to be sending it flying forwards. They have about a minute left. This high tide goes all the way, cuts through into main. Tigazine has to make a decision here, and now that's towards it. He will be punished. He's right there with the trade. Luke Shaw trying to play these angles, but as he again, he's straight onto it. The perfect line for it to even it out into a 3v3.
Another Luke Shaw's dead. That means no cove pressure for the defuse. They're not as worried. They can back off, even though Urda has a smoke to be able to play around.
Yeah, all the way back into main. It's good protocols.
इनके पास क्या है? कुछ है?
Play this one to potentially bleed
out. Post rotates काफी ज़्यादा.
Does Urda have a star coming back off cooldown, or has he used his last one?
Preemptively sending Yuto flying forwards. Snake by Taland, but Loud Player's not even really in position, just looking to see if they can paint a clearer picture.
Yeah, he does have one.
Yeah, Star back online. This has to be covering a lot of this one now for the defuse to come online, but his shock darts are going to be raining in. The post plan played for a lot of damage now, and it's going to be that spray of bullets that comes down to sheer chance. Erde catching a bullet, half earned onto the defuse already, but it's just down to Davi. He's stepping forwards again, time firmly against it, and it's John QT quick with the cleanup. 10 rounds now, 4 Sentinels.
They've got a great idea of how they want to play. I'm really impressed with how much of it is just coming fluidly to Sen over the course of this game. You
Life happening, yaro. Matlab good happening, bad happening.
Harbor is dead to fall back into these disciplined, passive
Decision तो आएगा, but सोच रहा.
I said earlier
MBA के लिए prepare करो या family business grow करो.
On Breeze, but that
like
all
family
changes
when the harbor goes down. Already knowledge
because suddenly they don't have a good way to be able to retake and apply a ton of pressure to the defuse in the same way.
बस MBA करो, पढ़ाई करो,
बाद में तुम family business and navigate it. Says a lot
वो तो add on
to
हो
the
गया.
prep that Sen have done and the work that Ewok and John have done.
पहले बाहर की दुनिया देखने का हमेशा.
They've crushed Loud's economy again here.
Let's force the issue. Another timeout to be taken
here.
For
average happening. Average is sometimes good.
It is still within touching distance in terms of being able to go.
Problem में ऐसा क्यों होता है कि हर post plant lineup base पे खेले जैसे Theo, Util, Viper, Util, Breeze पे नहीं हर बार नहीं होता. अगर team flooding कर रही है तो नहीं होता. और तुम लोग ने already कोजी ले लिया aggro, तुम लोग को पता है वो लोग slow retake करने वाले. तो वो slow retake punish करने के लिए लोग post plant में जाते हैं.
In that round, showing some of the value of the waylay. Jerwin did go down fairly quickly, but getting traded out and creating some space for the rest of the team to be able to get in and through.
Going to Japan for undergraduate. Undergraduate.
This is one of those rounds that Sen are going to recognize they have an eco advantage. Loud have got to take risks. Weapon in Luxio's hands and to Kazine's. Both of them on the A side of the map.
Bye bye, stream करना शुरू किया है. White पे good luck दे दो. Best of luck.
Big group up here.
Dangerous in case it's
bachelors.
Oh, that's what the drone's for.
Undergraduate बोलते उसको.
Shorty in hand. Oh, they look to take a timing, but there is a level of awareness that is there. They realize it, recognize scored out at least. And now that backside player, Darker, potentially could have played spoiler, but he is mopped up. That's it. No more danger onto the B side.
Save करेगा, ये लोग try करेगा.
Fast onto the flank, but it's a rapid plant. So
it would have to be one of those individual magical rounds from Tukazine.
Barely alive. He's lucky to be alive, to be honest, and gets the information. Those were two of them might be.
दो बंदे flank spot हो गए.
I mean, already his mouth is popping off.
वो लोग वहाँ पे पोजी लेने जा रहे थे, लेकिन वाइपर का साउंड आ गया दोनों मिनट. तो वो लोग वापस वहाँ पे रुक गए. अभी सिर्फ एंगल होल्ड.
Tukazine is just saving the gun.
Yeah, just peel backing away, isn't he?
बोला ना सेव करेगा हैंडल.
No intention to play.
हेलो बंको, हाउस इज बढ़िया.
To be honest with you, but
retake क्या और कैसे होता है समझा दो वैलो में थोड़ा. Retake मतलब प्लांट करने के बाद तुम लोग एक साथ कैसे लड़ते हो डिफेंस करने के लिए?
Especially with Luke Show being able to have a guardian in the mix. No matter though, a 4-round lead for Sen.
नहीं जी का मैच
I was just looking at the money there to see.
2-3 देखना आपको पता चलेगा आपका ट्वीट का कमाल.
An op online, does anyone have the cash for it? No. No threat of an operator on the defense side.
पहला मैच पे जब हम लोग 12-4 था तब मैंने ट्वीट किया था. In my defense. But what I do is completely different from family business. Doesn't matter.
Guys right now.
When you join family business,
the harbor
तेरा family तेरे को help करेगा to
understand. How do they use it? Is it a set play coming out from Sen? They're worried about the main aggression.
Yeah, I mean, you see that star placed down onto the orb, you get worried.
अगर कुछ रहेगा तो तेरा घर वाले बोलेगा ये वाला पढ़ाई कर.
Forwards again. Cove is going to be leveled up. This door, hold on, burst open. You might be surprised here, Jonah P. Drone's going to be sidestepped. He's lucky they weren't. Potentially a bit more forwards there, but
he backs it up.
And switch.
He had Joe in holding his back though as well. So even in those moments of danger, Sen have got ideas of ways of mitigating it. And now that they know people were pushing down mid, it makes it less likely that Loud were also pushing A main, but they still don't want to risk it. With the drone gone from Jonah P, they'd have to invest a ton of waylay utility just to clear that area. Instead, looking to back over towards B, hoping that Loud have kept this as the weak side of the map because it's where Darker is playing.
वो लोग ऐसा दिखा रहे कि मिड लड़ने वाले लेकिन बी एग्जिट कर रहे bro.
Any information to continue walking elbow.
Here's it with the flash.
That's casual
rotations potentially now, but now you see it. Tons of util where that came from. Double dash now up and towards the over. Darker got his aim well trained up towards that ceiling angle, but he's going to trade it momentarily now. Hunter's Fury up towards Nest. Davi. He's going to be sending it. Beams of light just scattering over towards the side, hoping for that connection. He's barely missing each other because he ults now. Reckoning against swing swords, but Redux, even though he's accounted for, he's still finding the damage because that peel-out, bail-out util saturated with perfect Joe. Leveled it on down as that flood attempt was made. And just like that, it should be Sentinels up to 12.
Davi's got no chance in this one. 1v3 where Jonah P still has Hunter's Fury at the back. Best case scenario, he just forces it out.
Yeah.
And he's got no money. He's got 200 credits in the bank. He's got to save the Vandal.
फैमिली काफी सपोर्ट है जो करना कर सकते हो नो प्रेशर तो सोच कितना लकी है
तो
मैं मेरे घर वाले बोल रहे कि हॉस्टल चेंज कर ले अच्छे से रह के बट मैं ज्यादा पैसा ना खर्च करूं करके मैं थोड़ा एवरेज जगह पे रह रहा हूं अब लग रहा है चेंज कर ही लूं फैमिली का सुनने का सिंपल
piece by piece it gets harder and harder.
The net is tightening.
He's loved to survive with the gun, barely surviving, but it's a consolation prize, isn't it?
Take a look at this one over again. Oh,
भले जनरेशन गैप रहता है लेकिन इतना याद रखने का कि वो लोग प्यार करते हैं हम लोग के बेटर के लिए.
We're asking what is the value of the waylay on your attack side? Well, it seems like it's great for disrupting the retake. That one was immaculate. Takazine finally has enough money for the op.
Tested potentially here. It's Sentinel's square. 5 players leaning over towards it. The drone's going to be taken out momentarily. Flash though, just disrespected. Long range of the util sailing overhead now with that orb to see if they can dig a little bit deeper. Good line. Got a little bit too wrong there with the lineup. Yeah, not too sure what was going on. Still Redux taken out, but Sentinels now there's blood spilling out into the pyramids.
GG.
Laying claim to the site. Potentially the round and potentially the match with it.
बहुत अच्छा
an extra element.
यूज किया अभी तो 2 और है.
As that blight pours out, what chances does Loud even have?
Oh, what a pit as well. It covers the spike and gives him a safe pocket to play in. John dancing around this cove.
Tiniest of angles gives him the advantage in a fight like that. Crouched up, the Neuro Theft at least pointing it out, but it's all for nothing. It is absolutely immaculate from Sentinels. 13-7. You cannot be angry at all with their performance there. It is an amazing showcase of John QT back in the lineup.
एक लेफ्ट राइट हुआ था वो अल्ट वाला
बस बाकी
सेक्सी खेला
They really do. You know that Loud are not pushovers. You just saw them last week do a great job of handling through. And now Sen just wipe them away.
Redux
They were
बाप
better
सब
in
बाप के लिए
almost
भाई.
every metric of what we watched today.
It might leave us with even more questions about what the strength of the group even is. How high can Sentinels go as a team?
Yeah, what is this ceiling? I'm so
Professor
excited now to see
बोलते
Sen take shots at other teams that we otherwise would have thought were perhaps a bit too high for them.
Yeah, unassailable,
देख तुम लोग बोलते हो
G2 should really
टॉक्सिक हो रहे हो देखो
have this group locked
फ्लाइंग
up.
किसेस दे रहे हो लोग मैच
Suddenly,
के
a
बाद
challenger emerges.
Yeah, Sentinels. They said it. Their goal is.
Where to apply for watch party rights? मेरा तो डायरेक्ट कांटेक्ट है यार. आपको शायद ट्वीट करना पड़ेगा या फिर वो लोग कभी कभी लिंक विंक देते हैं. तुम कब बाप खेलोगे? गांड में आती कलन. चलो चल बाय 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 बाय. फन गुड डे. थोड़ा मैचेस क्विक हो गया लेकिन मस्त गेम्स देखने मिला. सो ऑल डब्ल्यूज. चलो बाय बाय. चैट आदियोस चेडमे पादियोस. टेक केयर. सी या बाय. गुड नाइट. लव यू. सी या. कल मिलेंगे जल्दी. बाय. सी या बाय.
I find you a star, and we could be in love, lighting up the dark. But there's nothing I can do. I can never get to you. So I'm looking for a miracle. Like if somebody be so beautiful.